you know, it's first pick this game, and he's winning his lane, and he's got pretty good game matchups. So they have not really tried to counterpick to Zero that much.
Versus Parivision.
And Yopaj, I'm also just really impressed by him and his improvement. You think back, you know, to like half a year ago, no one against Yopaj. It didn't even matter what the matchup is. You know how that lane's going to go. But he's holding his own. He's doing very well in a lane where he was counterpicked. So massive kudos to him for improving over these months. I think he's one of the most improved players of the last half year.
Yeah, no, giving us some very solid showings in the mid.
Natsumi with the classic
We're absolutely seeing it again here already.
2-0 sila. Alam ko ito tumalo sa
game 1. Yeah, bottom lane. DM just kind of just constantly getting harassed by these homing missiles, and it's just kind of crazy just how much more Natsumi is getting out of this. Double the CS on the gyro as opposed to what the Slardar is able to get out of this matchup down bottom. I mean, is that just down to the nature of the core matchup? You're looking at the supports, you know, why is there so much struggle here for Parivision on this bottom lane? DM is not having a fun time.
Yeah, it's both. Against Gyrocopter, you either need to have enough regen in lane to sustain his spam, or you need to be able to do goes on him or pull waves. They can't do any.
Dahil sa mid.
Solid brambles in the mid, and they get the toss back into the extra brambles.
Okay, nice one.
Very nicely played there by Tim's coming over to help out. Carlos will be able to stop the shield going into the hands
si Yopaj is my idol sa mid.
A little moves like this, I mean, it's early days, but a 2K lead at 6 minutes in, that definitely says something, Quinn.
It does. And we've seen this Coddle support picked a few times this tournament, and it has lost every time. It's looked really weak, and that is because of the lane, right? Chen, he's this big Chad. He's got these creeps. He's going to keep whacking you with the creeps. Coddle, what does he have? He's got like a 40 damage right click and a nuke that you can't hit on anyone because it takes 15 minutes to charge up. Like, he just can't do anything in these early phases of the game. Can't gank. He's playing for the stack, so they're going to try to come back a little bit. Just get to that XP, get to Solar Bind, and then you can start playing the game. But until you have that ult on Coddle, you're just maximizing XP as much as you can because you don't do anything.
And that could have some pretty severe consequences for Parivision, because you look at their lineup, right? You got to remember that with the way that the bottom lane's going, it's not just that the 4's not going to be able to do much. You know, the 3, DM's not going to be able to do much for quite some while with as slow as a start that he's having. On the other side of the map, you have this carrier Baden. This hero is not going to do much for a long time.
So let's go, OG.
The mid and the 5 to be the ones to have that impact. And it's not going to be easy when they're going to be having to make moves into an OG lineup.
Laging lamang. Tapos magpapadulo. Okay, nagkakamera ng action sa kay Satanic. Medyo pinalabas muna si Paring Kims. Si Paring Nico pala. Tumama ang missile, wala pa tong ulti. Haras ba? Kalma lang. Focus lang sa tower. Focus lang
putting the pressure onto this tier 1 tower nice and early.
Medyo nangaras lang.
Very early moves, especially when you consider this was being made at a point where
Natsumi,
Natsumi's not even 6.
Yeah.
That just goes to show sort of how comfortable OG feel off the back of how well the lanes have gone. And they're ready to make these plays even without the need to their ultimates. Inside the jungle, they will still get the chance to find Carlos out on his own. They're just playing that little bit faster.
OG.
And I can't help but feel that is one of the things that has really made the batting carry look kind of rough in some of the other games. Right? If the game starts to speed up, Satanic's not going to be able to do a whole lot to slow it down.
No, he's not. The hero is very slow. All he does is farm Radiance. Maybe he can TP to a fight every once in a while and shield someone, but that's only if there's some massive overdive. This is a great tower, and in the meantime, it's not just they get the towers. They miss so many waves, and now they've unblocked this call camp at OG, so they could potentially do this
maganda pinapakita ng OG.
Pulling the hard camp
Classic
and
OG
pulling
to,
this
classic
top lane
OG.
back, which is going to leave us a bad who's already low net worth, stuck only being able to farm neutrals. And you mentioned them need to play through no one. He's gone for the 3 points and shield build, which is the standard build against Tiny, but he doesn't pair very well with Coddle, and it's also not the build we've seen very much recently. It's mostly been that Chains Max that's looked so powerful on the Ember, so he will not be as strong as he would be if it was a 4-1-1 build or something similar in this early game.
Let's see if they can find a catch here. They will find Nico on his own.
Okay, he's dead.
Okay, so, Nico. Bigyan, ganyan talaga. Parang ano lang. Papabugbog ka, papalamang ka ng konti.
In a little bit of a greedy spot out on his own in the jungle. So, getting themselves a kill on the board here, Parivision.
Yeah, and that is the trade they take for losing that tower. Is Coddle, in the meantime, is farming constantly, and he does get his 6, and now his Solar Bind online. He is very powerful in these skirmishes. Now the trade-off is offlaner is completely worthless for quite some time. DM is going to be mode AFK farm until he's got Blink. And Natsumi has
Let's
a free
go,
game
OG. Chan,
on the
chan,
18 pick gyrocopter. This is what he felt like was the best hero for the game. He got whatever he wanted. And he's also been given a free lane, so Natsumi set up in a great position for the rest of this game.
Absolutely, and we've seen before him. Very, very solid gyro player. Given this sort of start, he's going to absolutely nail the itemization. Know exactly where to take the game step by step. It's going to be a problem. Parivision definitely going to have their work cut out this game with the way that this first 10 minutes or so has gone down. We'll see TP's coming into the bottom. Can they get the chance here for Natsumi? They'll lay down the
si Natsumi, bibigyan ba?
out as well, but straight in on top of
Boy,
the
joke lang!
They've got decent heals onto Natsumi, but not enough to save him. They bring
Sobrang
down the
dami naman ng
gyro,
isang ko na
and
yan.
now they'll look for more Parivision. Jumping
Yung
over
mga
the
classic
Scam.
OG, yung
Good change for Noah,
magpapalamang
catching
talaga
on
sila
the
sa
both of
una
them.
eh.
Scam, he's got back up,
Lamang
but
talaga sila sa una
doesn't
eh.
save him though. Scam still
Okay,
goes down.
toss. Medyo
Parivision striking back
nalate
hard. They get the glimpse now
ng sama-sama
on towards
dito.
Yopaj.
Okay.
They're ready to
Pinabalik
dive
sa
to
nakaraan.
tower. They'll
Tiny
continue
mag-isa.
this to look for the Tiny as well,
Parang
and
Nico
they'll
nasa
get
tapa
it.
rin.
Parivision hitting back absolutely
3-4
hard
na.
there.
Yan ang sinasabi
And
mga
my
Pinoy.
goodness, did they need
Yan ang
to.
sinasabi
But
sa
that
mga
was a
Pinoy, pre.
huge hit, and that's absolutely smashed them back into the game and
Nangunguna,
taken away
nangunguna.
that
Ito na
early
naman
lead
tayo,
that OG
guys.
built up.
Man, that's just a misread of the situation from OG. They thought they were invincible there, that Parivision had no shot of fighting, but that's
napitas
definitely
tayo
not
dun,
the case.
isa-isa,
Ember
sir.
Spirit, he may not be super
Okay lang,
great at
nape-pressure
diving you
naman
under the
si,
tower
sa
whenever
Tani,
you're
kaso
already
nakaka-farm
sitting there,
siya,
but when he
idol.
can run you down
Nico,
the lane and
galaw-galaw
keep pressing
tayo,
these
pre.
chains, one after another,
Nico!
Disruptor,
Yan,
Coddle,
okay,
they have
konting
so many
pressure
heroes that
dito,
are great
tapos
at
farm.
chasing you.
Tama.
So if you
Hindi mo kayo
overextend
sa
on
Tani
OG,
dyan.
you're not in that formation, they will
Okay,
massively take
konting
advantage of
action
that.
sa
Now,
mid.
no one went from
Bottom.
being
Ano ba,
all 3
11
OG
minutes?
cores to
Hindi pa
above
wala
all
pang
3
ano
OG
yan.
cores.
Okay.
The vessel already completed. He is
So they are
online in a
planning
major way.
top.
Absolutely, he's ready to go. He knows that after sort of the way that these side lanes went down at the
Hindi.
start,
Balik
that
sila sa
a lot
regular
rests on him
2-1-2
to sort of make these
positions.
moves, lead the
Okay.
charge here, coming into this stage of the game, and he's ready to take that position.
Natsumi.
And after the 3 points in shield has gone back to the 4 points in the chain, so
Okay.
him and Coddle, they're ready to go. Their skirmishing is insanely strong with the Holy Locket as
Yopaj.
well, so
Yopaj.
he's got a lot of tank ability on
Kakagawan
top
sa
of the damage from
neutrals.
these
Sa
chains.
earn.
His Ember
Runes.
is
Earn
no
tuloy,
joke.
Invisible sa
Yeah.
baba.
After getting involved in those moves down bottom, very close to having the Blink Dagger.
Kakadagar na si Tropa.
Very, very
Focus lang sa goal si
key-
Tropa
key
sa
move there that
dagger.
needed to come out from Parivision,
No one.
and they were not
Ayaw na
any
magkabigayan.
second
Ito na
away
tayo.
from
Stand
missing that
still tayo,
opportunity.
guys.
Straight down there, punishing OG.
Konting maling
A little bit
galaw.
of a mistake.
Lamang ng kalaban. Konting maling galaw din naman ng kalaban. Lamang
I
tayo.
question this Tiny pick a little bit. We've seen this hero some. This is the
Okay.
patch. The hero most certainly got buffed, but he still has some of these same issues that when the enemy gets tanky, Tiny is such a low damage hero. He relies so
Parang
much on his other
disruptor,
heroes
pabang-abang lang.
to
Ito
kill
yung
stuff.
nagalit
Playing
yung
into the
nakaraan.
bad, they
Nagdabog.
picked it into
Yan
these
pa
heroes.
yung keyboard
Bad,
niya.
Coddle,
Natalo
Ember.
sila.
Ember was last pick rather, but the Bad and Coddle, these are survivability heroes. You're picking a
Okay, they're
Tiny,
going
a
bot.
low damage hero into this. It can
No one.
definitely come
Siyempre
back to
susunod
bite
dyan.
them when you've already got a Chen on your team who's doing 0
Ano,
damage.
magagawan kayo ng ano,
And
experience.
those some feelings on this. I weren't expecting this. It has happened. Satanic, he wants to get the Midas into the Radiant.
Whoa. So I guess he just feels his early game was too slow, that if he buys the Radiance, it's not going to be enough net worth. He needs even more.
Radiance agad si Idol.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Abal
I
na
just don't
Radiance.
understand how good Midas is. If it was last match, I would say this is straight objectively bad. No way around it. But I don't have a good feel for how good this Midas item is yet.
13 minutes.
Abaddon is not a hero that cares about the XP
Wala,
that much.
delay si
Sure,
Tropa.
the stats
Delay
are
si
nice, but
Tropa.
you don't even skill Mistcoil, so it doesn't really
Natsumi,
matter in that
syempre, nasa
sense.
taas. Medyo nakahabol pa
So,
yung
if it is
mid.
better
Lamang na
GPM,
lamang
then
kanina. Ayun, patay
it's
na
not
naman.
bad.
Minsan ko na yan.
Good dive in the mid here, Parivision. They get themselves a pick off on
Okay.
Scam, and they'll be able to push
Lamang
down
na,
this tier 1 tower by the looks of
3-5
it.
lamang, pero lamang
So
pa rin tayo
definitely
sa
feeling that
third time
after
ni
that
Natsumi.
sort of
Nakahabol
turnaround
sa
play from
Everton
Parivision
natin.
down on the bottom lane, things from the
14
OG
minutes,
side of things,
okay.
they've slowed down majorly. You know, we're not seeing OG trying to get back on the map and do anything aggressive right now. Well, they will now, but there was definitely a bit of a slowdown, and that has allowed Parivision to get some good objectives back their way.
It definitely has, and this Ember is a problem. They're going to try to kill him here.
Okay, bibigyan ba tong
The
mid?
big avalanche toss
Bibigyan
combo
ko,
into the
avalanche toss,
fear,
combo,
into the
combo.
primal. It's not nearly enough.
Hindi,
No
hindi,
one's
hindi.
still able to jump out away from the attempts of these three. Very nice static storm to stop Nico from being able to get the grab off.
There's those damage problems. If you try to skirmish this Ember Coddle right now, good luck. As the chains are getting refreshed, Ember's got infinite mana to spam his spells off cooldown. Parivision's got great tools to kite you. OG, they're not in a super good position right now until they get more items. Their ability to fight is just not there.
Then mid.
Meanwhile,
going for Chen again.
Going to continue to try and find opportunities, but he's going to get caught by a bit of a
Sapat ba ang damage
surprise
natin? Guys, sapat!
That's going to be no one getting tripped up.
Slardar! Sumama ka ba?
He was
Sumama
getting
ka ba?
a little
May
bit ahead
ticket
of
ka ba?
himself. I mean, obviously after the last few plays, I think after the fact that he sort of escaped the effort from OG in the mid lane, he probably started to feel a little bit invincible.
Bigyan na yan.
Thing is, he
Bigyan na yan,
wasn't,
bigyan.
and now he
Ganda
might have
naman
set
ang
up
kabalan siyang
some
insa ko
more
na yan.
pain for the rest of the team. But Steve Parivision trying to find
Okay,
ways
ganda naman ang stun. Natsumi. Normal lang sa Gedli. 2 down. 2 down. Okay, okay.
Class and Satanic having to run.
Avalanche, toss ulit.
Yopaj with the shot forward. He's going to be able to stay up even
bonus
more
round,
for his gyro.
guys.
Natsumi gets the triple kill. This time, Parivision, when they get themselves a little bit of a lead, they get a little too cocky there, Quinn. You have no one going in for a play that he had no chance of getting away with, and it cost his team as a whole big time. OG, they're up to a 4K lead after that trade.
That was a catastrophic mistake. I think he got a little bit cocky because in the last fight he had an illusion ring, which is what saved him. And so he's sort of playing like, oh, I can't die. Well, buddy, apparently you can. You had an illusion ring last fight, and that was the difference maker. Beating away a massive amount of gold, and you can see the difference of Parivision when they're running heroes down, when they're chasing you, compared to when OG is standing in formation. They're abusing the Chen auras, and they're abusing the fact that the Coddle Blast, the Glimpse, none of these spells are doing any damage if you're standing still.
Sino yung blue?
TM
Nalito na rin ako sa color
really trying to
coding.
make an effort here to bring down Nico. Got no one coming over to back him up, but OG's also got backup on the way. And
Nag-hesitate yung kalaban, Avalanche toss. Toss. Kaso Disruptor ult, hindi makaskill si paring Nico pinasukan. Bumugalwak na, pinabalik ni Disruptor. Ikot-ikot, heal. Nabuhay pa din. Naka ng Diyos, bang! Okay. Nice one, nice one. Baited, motherfucker.
Nico quite far along that lane. Really wanting to bring
nice one, nice one. Gusto nila mapatay si paring Nico. Wala, ang lupit ng sustain eh. May Solar Crest, may ano. Gagawin. Bawi na lang. Pero maganda pinapakita dito ng OG guys. 5,000 lamang. Pare sa Tanic, wala pa nagagawa. 17 minutes na. Kamusta ang iyong Radiance? Kamusta kuya? Po, pakita nyo naman si paring Nico.
Parivision, they had a great window. They were really strong.
Kala ko nag-aangangan lang si parang Scam dun sa Gedli. Sa bagay, nag-hesitate yung ano eh, yung Slardar nung sumugod sa tawag dito, kay paring Nico. Medyo nag-hesitate siya na nakita niya yung mga neutral clips. Yun yung mga mindset na hindi ko magagawa. Okay? 17 minutes, 18 minutes almost, Roshan. Di mo makikita yan sa Di mo makikita yan sa ano sa Rangko, sa Arcon. Okay, 18 minutes Roshan.
But the way those plays went down, not a chance to stop OG from getting this Roshan, getting this Aegis.
And also, syempre Natsumi on our top
so far is
network.
Satanic has not joined the game yet, and Natsumi has. So far, it's been 4v5. You picked as a Baden. We know it's a slow hero. We've seen it be slow. When is Satanic going to get involved, and is it going to be enough? Because so far the game is not looking good for them.
Okay, nag-clear lang nga. Tapos parang Disruptor dito. Ikot-ikot lang. Bigay lang ng space sa core. Yung Radiance maabot pa yan. Ang next game. Pag na 1-0 kayo.
This sort of long duration, it's going to be pretty much 20 minutes of gameplay where you just don't have
25 minutes yan sa Arcon, pre.
Whereas on the other side,
depende kung nakaka-kill, pero galing pa rin eh.
He's been having a great time. Last fight down on the bottom side, he turns up, picks up a triple kill, getting involved in the action.
Yan yung gusto kong gawin, hindi ko magawa. Off-lane tapos nagpe-pressure sa farm. Hindi ko magawa. Nagagawa ko pero parang wala pa rin. Yung dati nagbabiper ako, nagagawa-gawa ako. Pero nagkaka-item pa rin yung ano eh.
What is that Radiance gonna do but let him
farm
more? He can't fight with a Radiance. He's running into these heroes. Jarcopter's gonna pop his ult in 0.1 seconds.
Pressure lang ang pwede mo gawin.
We'll see if this approach from Parivision works. I think at the moment,
dagger and
OG
use.
are going to be feeling very confident.
Nagkakamera na tayo ng mga gandang item
been
dito.
going their way
Keeper of the light.
the most part.
Hinanap,
And into the
nakita,
trees.
tinos,
They'll find
tinaas sa
themselves.
ere, pagbagsak, patay ba? 9 class.
Try and run. Heels
Nakabuga
come
pa,
in.
naka-Yules.
Coming with the crush
Okay,
to try and help
Natsumi.
out. 9 class. No
Gusto
saving
nila kay
it now.
Natsumi yung
DM's putting
kill.
his
Okay,
arms wide.
Slardar.
They get the toss back into the
Papang! Nico for
They're
the
just
kill.
kinda losing
Nice one,
heroes for
nice
losing
one, nice
heroes
one. Maganda
here
pinapakita.
on,
2-1-6 po si
Parivision.
Tiny
It's not
ng mga
working
MVP
out.
si
And
Yopan Cheese,
OG,
my idol
they're having the
reasoning.
last laugh every time.
And that's
Okay,
gonna be
wala
a free
magawa yung
torment or two.
ano natin, para
Parivision,
vision.
they're in this spot
Nasa
where they
bottom
just
na lang.
can't fight and they know
Bottom
they
at
can't
mid.
fight, which
Wala
means
ka na
they're
talaga
split up
magagawa.
across the map,
Kung sarang ko
trying to
yan,
farm these waves, but OG giving them no room to breathe. That's a huge punish.
puta ko.
Couple
If
key
Argon
kills.
is playing,
The
guys,
snowball
they'll
keeps
be on
rolling
top.
down the
They'll be
hill.
on top. And fuck
Look at the
this
gravel.
disadvantage. 3v5 package shit.
Wow,
Let's
what a
go.
good attempt.
Yeah, good try there with the avalanche to toss.
Ganon kami mag-isip. Do or die, pre.
Come across, but does go to show the next time it
Okay,
might be
20
quite enough.
minutes. Kuha na ito.
So no
Yan,
one
hindi
has
yan
to be
nakukuha
careful.
sa...
OG 20 minutes in. Perfectly safe
Sa
to move
Arcon,
over to the
kinukuha
Tormentor,
pala
get
yan.
that shot here for Tims.
Ang nakukuha pala yan sa Arcon, pre. Hindi kinukuha yan. Okay, Natsumi. Aganims na agad. Chrysalis. Okay. Padidalos na ata si
Is going for
Tropa.
some of those healing team items,
And
mirroring
Tiny is going for
Skims
Shiva.
Chen in a way, but
Okay.
it just feels
So
like
he
he's a
teams with the
free
smoke
snack
play.
that is Tiny to
Think
toss
they're going
back.
for triangle.
And I've got to say,
Enemy's
the
triangle,
tossbacks
si
have
Nico,
been
kunwari walang
fantastic. I
alam.
feel like
Kunwari
every
farm
time
lang.
Yopaj is finding these angles
Pero mamaya
to
susugod
ensure
din
that he's
dyan.
always getting the
Pero kilala
setup
ko
to
si
get
Nico,
two
anak ni
people in the
Kadodong
avalanche
yan.
after the toss.
Ayan na. Ayan na.
This is
Nag-avalanche
very
na. Ayan,
aggressive for
kita mo
just
sa
two.
mapa. Biglang pupunta sila na
The rest are
Nico.
coming over.
Okay, Ember with the
Wants to try and
rat.
poke back
Toss.
here.
Toss on
Satanic's
Satanic.
starting to
Satanic,
run
konti
down
pressure.
Yopaj.
Binulabog na si
Nico is
Satanic.
round with the
Nag-ultimate si
pulverize.
Disruptor.
Will
Wala
be
magawa
keeping
si
down. He's
na-cancel
got
na ang
the
bulabog
high
na
ground.
itong si paring Nico.
So if they can
Natsumi
take
nasa
this
gitna
by
ng
OG,
laban.
this might be the chance
Nakaganip
for
siya kung wala
Parivision
akong
to go
pakialam.
that way. They'll look
Satanic
to
mayroon
just
pang
hold
ulti.
hands
Pagkakaalam ko
on the
nilagay ng shield. Mag-isa dito
So what they
si...
can do here on the second round.
Si Gyro sa gitna. Natsumi, tulungan nyo. Diyos ko. Call an ambulance. Call an ambulance. Toss kay Natsumi para mabuhay si Natsumi. Natsumi pinabalik sa nakaraan. Patay. Laglag. Patay tayo na ito. Ito yung sinasabi ko eh. Ito yung sinasabi ko. Very Pinoy-like. Okay, bumugalwak si Nico. Nilagyan ng Solar Crest. Nilagyan ng ulti. Kitang-kita ka sa mapa. Kahit saan ka pumunta, magdala ka na ng passport. Tiny pumasok sa loob para to save Nico. Nico pinabalik sa nakaraan. Binulabog sa gitna. Patay. No one. No one. Very low. Satanic. No ult. No ult yan, pre. Pabagsakin mo. Okay, okay. Worth it. Worth it. Worth it. Worth it. Walang mana si Tiny. Paalam na, Yopan. Okay, 4-1. Okay, laglag naman si Satanic. Kaya it's all good. It's all good tayo dyan, pre.
Si
Chen ang natira sa ating team OG. Fuck.
That was kind
Kaya
of
sinasabi
OG's
ko,
sort of
Pinoy.
move, right? They started to sort of poke at the beast, poke at this Abaddon, heading into this high ground. Doesn't go
Okay
too
lang
great
yan,
for
okay
them.
lang yan, okay lang. Sayang
No,
yung
the way
pwesto
it's
ni Natsu
executed
yung
is
sama
just
ng pwesto
not
talaga
quite
eh.
right. They're also 500
Pati kung
gold from
napalatumba man
Natsumi's
lang nila
BKB at
kahit
that
yung
point. You can see he
disruptor
just
dun
gets
sa class
kited
na
to
yun,
oblivion
makakaano
by this
yan,
Ember and
nakagawa
Call.
pa
Doesn't
ng
really
mga
get to
play.
hit much
Ayan,
at
oh.
all. They're just coming from too
Wala
many
na si,
different angles.
dyan, si
You've got a
Natsu.
Chen on your
Pinabalik
team.
sa
You're
nakaraan,
aura based lineup.
pinablast.
You want to play together. You need
Keeper
to
of
play
the
around
light,
this gyro.
bumugalwak
He's the
para sa
majority of your
heal.
damage, but they're so
Tiny
split.
wala nagawa. Si Tims
Nico is forced
wala,
to use
nag-focus
BKB
na lang
super
talaga kay
early
Satanic
just to
kasi alam niya
survive,
wala na siyang
then
magagawa
dies
dun.
later.
Kamot na lang, taas
They got
ng
a little too
kamay.
excited. They were ahead.
Kaya natin to guys,
Momentum
kaya
was in
natin
their
to.
favor.
23 minutes,
Much
11-9,
like
lamang pa tayo,
no one did
5,000.
earlier.
Ayan,
Find a
guys.
they can chew and throw that lead back the other way.
Yeah.
Bawi, Natsumi, bawi,
Parivision,
bawi. Siyempre,
after that move,
top frag pa rin si
they are
Natsumi
more
with
than
the
ready
13k.
to start looking
Gold,
for
second
more action.
would be...
Satanic very ready to
okay,
join the
okay,
fight
Satanic
here. They're gonna get the
pumasok,
jump
may
straight
ulti
away.
to, kaya
Overall,
mayabang.
Natsumi.
Natsumi,
Tanic's
naka-BKB
gone
na.
down as well. The turn to
Talagang
kill.
umulti.
BKB online
Bugugin,
Natsumi ready to
bugbog
try
sa
and
loob,
stand his ground
lahat.
with the BKB. The bar
Oh,
time's already
naka-use
gone
ka,
off for
Satanic.
comes to an
Oy,
end. The
Satanic.
pulverize is there. They'll kill Satanic off.
Ah,
And just like
ay,
that, when we have sort of
napakatapang mo ha.
OG making an
Napakatapang mo ha.
overextension, getting
Okay,
ahead of
toss,
themselves.
Slardar. Pukpukin mo yan,
Immediately
pukpukin mo.
after, it's sort of
Kumuha ka ng kahoy.
doing
Ibato
its
mo.
same the other way round.
These teams have got to be careful. They have to
Ayos na yan,
understand
ayos na yan,
the
ayos
way
na
their
yan.
heroes fight. They're not these
Yeah, gusto ko
go
sa Pinoy,
full
pre,
crazy
bumabawi.
mode and dive the
Bumabawi.
enemy under
Nice
the
naman,
base.
nice one, nice one. Nice
It's not how
fight.
these lineups work. They're both getting they are.
Pag umabot ng 30 minutes,
Seems
matic
like
yun, golden
whichever
rule
team
yun
gets
sa
ahead
OG.
is going to throw. So for OG fans, you better watch out because it's coming.
Lagi tayong malakas sa early.
This game,
Wala
the
tayong
back and
kwenta sa
forth
league.
is kicking off.
Ewan
An
ewan ko, sa
entertaining
mga
one for
napapanood
sure.
ko sa OG, lagi
Maybe a
silang
more
walang
also
kwenta
a
sa
stressful
league.
one for the
Meron,
players
may
involved
time na okay,
with the
may
way
time
that
na
these moves are
nakakapanalo.
going, or
Pero
most of the cases
madalang.
not going.
Ewan ko kung ano nangyayari sa kanila
Gotta be
na
careful.
nabubulabog ba sila.
Overall,
Para,
of course, through
Ewan
the
ko.
chaos of it all, OG
Okay, si Noah.
still remain ahead.
Nagtatangka si parang
Natsumi
Nico dito sa Geddy.
throughout it all.
Okay,
Just
okay. Alam niyo
continuing to be
magpa-farm
just
sa dito
that
eh.
much
Okay,
further
clear lang tayo
ahead
ng creeps.
of anyone in the
Si
game.
Natsumi, farm lang.
Obviously with this Midas and Radiance now
Bilis
cooking
ng
on
item talaga, puta,
Satanic,
24
you've
minutes.
got to
Pero
imagine
hindi
that
mo
he should
makikita
start
sa
to close a
Arcon.
little bit of that gap, but maybe not. Natsumi,
Naka-BKB.
he does have the tendency to just farm that fast
Yules,
on his gyro
puro Yules sila
concept.
para sa
He's
ano eh,
very
para
hard
sa
to keep
Abaddon
up
eh.
with.
Absolutely,
Para
and he's
kapag
close to the
gumana yung
Daedalus
ulti,
too.
i-Yules lang eh.
He most certainly will be a
Sabot.
force to be reckoned with this
Bilis
game,
mo.
and
Ano, hindi mo
it's a
makikita sa
great
akin yan,
Satanic
pre.
game too. So
Sarang
many
ko.
things on Parivision that
Never.
can be dispelled. So many
Support,
things that
naka-graves agad, 25
he can
minutes.
deal with through itemization. This doesn't look like one of those gyro games where they have this hyper turret carry who's going to eat him alive at some point in the game. A
He's
TB, a
going for
Drow,
data.
Yeah.
Morphling, these classic counters to gyrocopters. They don't have that. Parivision's lineup to do damage, they all need to run in right next to him. He'll have free Satanic targets,
Tiny,
and that
magsisiba pa
combined with the
din.
Daedalus
Pre, kanina pa
and
yung
whatever
Shiba mo,
else he wants after
nakapagpa-BKB na
that,
si
he
Natsumi.
can itemize very easily to deal with Parivision's heroes.
He can. And to the point where
Makikita
I feel like that the big
makikita yan
timing
pag may smurf.
the Parivision would have a potential answer against the gyro. You're actually probably looking at the blink Ags timing on the disruptor, right? Because that's when you have that something that could be thrown down at the start, trapping the
Para
gyro
Satanic,
and
eh.
actually allow you to kill him off without getting these Satanic big heals off for the turnaround.
That is true.
But it's a long way away.
It is a very long way. He's
Tatlong libo
the
lamang ni
blink
parang
online
Natsumi.
yet.
Bilis talaga
Yeah.
mag-farm
He's going
ng
for that
gyro.
first, so that's
Gyro,
30
Medusa.
minutes away,
Pag basta
probably,
naka-item na
unless
ng
they
mga
win a big
banta, wala
fight.
na, dire-diretso na yan.
That disruptor also stays alive for, which might be unlikely.
Natsumi, clear lang, konting bait. Hintay lang tayo ng Ares.
See where they want to go for next. Roshan, how long are we going to get on the respawn time? It's a short
Ooh, it's
respawn.
really short.
Definitely will look very appealing for OG
Medyo
to hold
nag-clear
back and
tayo
go
ng
for,
parts
but
of us.
would not put it past
Gusto nila
Parivision at
itong
this
mid
point
Gusto
to
nila mid execute
definitely
nila
do their
ito
best
bago
to
mag-Ares.
turn up and contest.
Kilala ko yun.
Satanic
nasa
very close to
meeting
having the
ako
Manta
nila eh,
done on top of his
Data na
Radiance
ako, puta.
and
Di mo
Midas.
makikita yun, pre. Data,
Mid lane pressure's
data,
coming in.
data,
OG trying to push back
Aghanim,
Parivision as
BKB
much as they
threads.
can, so they do have that additional space
26 minutes.
for them to sort of set up vision and set up for that
Okay,
Roshan.
punta na sa
He's
bot.
going to get his BKB forced,
Ay,
maybe. He might die.
Binibigyan to si paring no one.
Tim's has got a
Paring
lot
no
of
one,
control.
bibigyan ba?
Ooh, he pushed him long.
Binarog! Binarog, pre! Hindi na nakagalaw!
Let's have a look.
Ngibit na lang si
Just timed
tropa.
out?
Ngibit
No,
na
I
lang si
don't think he did
tropa.
have a remnant now,
Hindi
right?
hindi pa siya nang ulti.
It could have
Wala
just
siyang
timed
ulting
out when they
nakatabi.
went on him.
We might be able to get that on the replay if we were clicked on him.
Wala
But
replay?
yeah,
Replay.
he couldn't get out of there.
I mean, he could have just pressed
Yan,
the BKB.
no?
He did.
Wala siyang ulting nakatabi.
That's who he does, right?
Yeah, he just... Wait, what happened?
Oh,
Wait,
yun ang nakagalaw
wait,
pa siya ng
wait,
ulti.
what happened?
Nakapagkas ng BKB. Wala. Nagpupo
Did he
siya,
press the
wala
light
siya
during the
nakatabing
slide
ulti.
and then
No, but you whip there when you press it during the slide. I don't know what happened.
did he press it and then press the slide? So he was jumping away and then slide it to stay away.
Pero,
Can you
either way,
slide when you're
para
relenting?
mukhang
Yes.
I
lamang
think he did that. I think he
tayo dito,
slighted
6K.
himself out at the remnant
Dahil
jump.
parang Natsumi with
Does- I think
18k gold
That works like that?
followed
I
by
can't
Satanic with 14k.
Go on, Quinn. You're the expert.
I do
They're
have
falling
2,000
back.
every
Binebake
should
nila
know
tong
this.
Can you
farm.
interrupt
Alam nilang
me
susunod
flying
dito.
around
Okay,
Remnant
nandito
with
na
a
ang mga
slide?
Parivision.
Yeah, I think you
can.
Apat
That was
dito,
what
guys.
happened.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right.
Binarog na agad si paring Satanic.
Well, back in the action.
Ulti na yung
They got
Disruptor.
hands on Satanic.
Pumasok
And
si
that's gonna be
paring
really
Nico
good
na
with BKB.
BKB.
The backlines are just getting
Bumabarog kay
destroyed.
paring.
Post dead on
Puta na
Parivision.
Natsumi.
Trying to turn out
Natsumi.
towards Natsumi, but
Normalin.
can they
Si
bring
Jonalyn.
this
Si
gyro
Jonalyn.
down? Satanic's gonna be able to
Okay,
stay
takbo
on
tayo ng
top of
konti.
them.
Takbo tayo ng konti kay
Chase
Satanic.
ball from
Punta
no
tayo
one.
kay Ember.
And all these games
Ember.
just completely zoned by
Follow up
teams in
si
Yopad. The Avalanche comes in
Slardar,
again.
focus lang sa
Satanic,
goal.
he's dead.
Talagang
Diablo
pikit
tries
lang,
to
pre.
roll.
Pikit
But
mata
they're
lang,
both
pre.
dying. Everybody's
Dapat,
dying on
dagger
Parivision.
ka na uwi.
Takalis, he's gonna be dead as well. OG gets
Okay,
the
wipe
wipe.
out. Wipe out.
OG magic right there.
Wipe out.
Flower power.
Natsumi uwi. Siyempre, wala pa
Daffodils,
tayong
I don't know what kind
ano
of
dyan.
flower is
Satanic.
against something.
Yeah,
Satanic.
My goodness.
Satanic.
Parivision getting shaken up.
Ganda, ganda,
That's
maganda.
gonna be an
Maganda.
easy rush
Binate
for
nila yung
OG.
Ares of Viklar sa
It
gitna.
really is in this gyrocopter. He's gonna have the Satanic off
Ganda,
that fight.
ganda ng
This is
pwesto
a
ni
bad
parang
zero.
ano, hindi
Looks
hindi siya na ano.
terrible.
That's what I'm
Ganda ng
telling you.
fronte parang Nico
I
doon, no?
feel, especially in the
Parang
hands of
Nico,
like a
binarog
player
agad.
such as
Nang
Satanic,
nakita si
you can do
Satanic,
so
sabay
much.
BKB,
It
pasok
just
ulit.
feels like a hero
Normal,
that when you
normal
give
kay
him it,
Satanic. Tanggal
it's
yung
just-
ult.
he doesn't get to do
Sugod
anything
agad
for
ni
20
Natsumi.
minutes. Do you really
Normal
want
sa
your
gitna.
kind of-
Bahala ka
one of the
dyan,
best
Satanic,
carries
kung
in
may
the world
ulti
to
ka.
do nothing for 20
Bahala
minutes
ka.
of gameplay? I don't know if he
Slardar,
does.
muntikan
I
pa
totally
mamatay
agree.
dun
I
eh.
think it
Muntikan pa
makes-
mamatay.
it's
Tapos
so
sabi niya,
weird. He
focus
farmed
lang
the
ako sa
entire
goal,
game, and
pre.
in all these fights,
Focus
his ult
lang ako
gets
sa
popped
goal.
like this completely instantly, and for the rest of the fight,
Ember,
this gyrocopter is just
Ember,
trying
wala
to-
nang
why did
nagawa,
you pick
pre.
this for?
Wala nang
It
nagawa.
just looked so bad in these games.
Eh, bonus round na lang ang
Because now
dulo.
OG in a dominant
Boom.
position.
Yeah, they really
Disruptor dead. All is dead.
They They really are. Parivision, they just...
Si Calvo, wala na nagawa.
It just feels like what they turned up
Kamot
with
ka na lang,
today
Calvo.
It's not surprising. It's sort of
Okay,
it's
kuha tayo
kind of like
isang
an autopilot
barracks.
draft.
Kuha tayo isang
You know,
barracks,
it's
guys.
Parivision. They like to do this, and we've seen them do it at other game ones. It hasn't worked out. They come back always harder in the game 2 and the game 3. And just
OG
today, this game
sobrang
1, the
performance.
strategy
Oo nga eh.
just falls flat
Yun
against
nga
sort
yung
of
sabi
OG's
ni
play
ano,
style.
na-
I can't help but feel.
na
OG ruling
ano,
the map.
5
Sure,
years
OG's made a couple of mistakes this
before
game, but
na
Parivision,
sasabihin
they've
nilang
also
maglalagay sila ng
each
Southeast
time the
Asian
mistakes
players
that
sa Pinoy,
Parivision make
pure
get
Pinoy
punished
players
so much more
on OG,
by OG
and
because of
they
the nature
will
of the
win
draft and
like
their comfort
this.
of playing it.
Walang maniniwala
Whereas
sa kanya,
OG's
pre.
mistakes never really got punished that hard
Sobra
by Parivision. When
pinapakita ng
Parivision
OG
did try and
ngayon.
punish them, they just
Nakakadalawa
only
pa
ended
lang
up
silang tournament pero
making a
ang ganda
mistake
ng mga
after it
pinapakita
and
nila.
feeding sort of the kills back to OG. And now OG with this sort of lead.
Excited na ako sa TI pre kung anong kalalabasan.
This Gyro is on top of the
Excited
world
na ako
right
sa
now.
TI. Basta magsunod-sunod lang yung
Satanic is
momentum nila,
round
yung
the corner for
confidence
him.
nila.
It's going to be coming out during
Maganda,
this
maganda.
Aegis time.
Kasi
So
nakakalaban na
they're
nila.
gonna have this Aegis online
Sila,
for 4 minutes.
sila
Satanic
Satanic,
on the gyrocopter.
Nine-glass,
These are
sila
going to be some nasty
sino-sino pa sa
pushes. The
liquid,
Parivision is going to have to
sila
try and stop.
Boxy. Diba?
The world's their oyster. They can do whatever they want on
Teams,
this map.
okay,
Hunt
kung
heroes,
ulit
go for
sila
the high
dito
ground,
ng
keep
padalawa
farming it
nilang
up.
kung anong tawag dyan, nalimutan ko na.
They have
Pati ni paring Natsumi.
maybe decision paralysis. They've got so many good options. This Parivision can hear the machete being sharpened in the background.
Yo, Punch, clearing mid.
Needs to shape up.
Can they turn
Medyo
this
chill-chill
around?
lang tayo dito. Parivision
Getting
is
definitely into
getting
territory of
some
if this one
vision
does
lang
become
dito.
some sort of a comeback for Parivision.
Nag-clear dito sa bottom natin.
It's impressive on a spicy. How we're doing on the itemizations. So Satanic done, and now Sumi. Over on the side of Satanic's Abaddon.
30
He's trying to get the
minutes
bash
BKB.
done next.
Yan na,
after
Satanic.
Manta.
Satanic na, si
Of course, we're seeing
Natsumi.
these items just coming
Wala
out
na,
so much
lalong
slower than
papalagyan
that
sa gitna,
of
boss.
the gyro, and you know, still obviously on top of the fact that there's a huge
Basta hindi lang
net worth feed
natapatagad ng
of the
liquid.
gyro.
Kaya
You've
nga
got to remember, like
Ewan
2k
ko,
of that
hindi na.
net worth of the Abaddon
Oo,
is sat
kinakain
inside of
ng
the
ibang
Midas.
team
So
yung liquid, pero
we
pag
should
tayo
take that into account.
versus liquid,
Just
wala
the
eh.
potential of this
Hindi ko alam
farm
kung ano
gyro
nangyari
in the
na.
fights
Siguro,
just
na-star struck
completely
sila.
destroys what the Abaddon's able to bring to the
Saka
action.
pupush mga to mid.
This is
I think
also
they're
your
pushing
counter
mid,
pick,
no?
right? You saw the Primal Beast. You know
May
where
habang
it's
na to si
going.
Natsumi,
Nico's the only one
nakakaganin,
who's playing this hero
naka-Aegis eh.
for OG,
Aegis
as far
yan,
as I can
papalag na yan
remember.
pre.
And you lost the lane
Sama-sama tayo,
straight
guys.
up, and then you
Sama-sama
got
tayo.
ganked afterwards.
Ah,
And
they're
since
going
then,
for bot. Yeah, second tower.
It's been all she wrote.
Kailangan second tower na lahat,
thoughts
discipline.
exactly.
Lalo na yung bagong update, hindi mo na pwedeng, hindi ka pwedeng basta-basta pumush.
BKB on Yo
Kunwari,
Page.
sirahin mo yung third tower, tapos
I would
diretso ka
imagine they
sa
are very
last
set
tower.
and ready to
Tower
start
5 at 6.
looking at the high
Hindi na
ground.
pwede ang kunat. Pwede naman, kaso ang kunat. Ganda ng bagong update.
Parivision.
Pero yun ang kailangan, discipline.
Oh.
Uy, Philippines.
A little bit of a pause.
Nag-pause, yung parang Natsumi.
Reason? Okay, we got a
Mike
reason.
daw,
I
Mike.
like that.
Mike.
Hey, I respect to OG.
Thank
That's
you,
something I
thank
ask
you.
for reasons sometimes we don't always get.
Maganda,
We've got it immediately.
maganda mangyayari nito sa
That's fine.
TI, pre.
And it was
Excited na ako
fixed
sa
very quickly.
It
mangyayari.
was.
Tapos
back
kita
in.
mo yung,
We respect that.
kita
That's
mo
my
yung
kind of pause.
Pinoy,
Amen.
Pinoy na tong mga to, pure Pinoy. Ang dami pa rin haters.
Here we go.
Pero hindi nawawala
Up
haters.
they
Ang
go.
baba lagi ng ads nila sa laro. Okay. Natsumi, tumitira na,
Somebody's gotta do
tumitibag na dito sa
something.
gitna.
Young Patch, he's gonna be
Binato,
one of these-
binato si...
Oh,
Oy!
but
Oy!
no one getting
Oy!
caught at the start
Oy!
of the fight.
Oy!
He's
Oy
dead.
na lang ang nasabi ko.
Yo, Patch.
Papang!
finding
Papang!
the
Pang!
setup.
Pang!
I mean, they
Okay,
could continue to
disruptor,
push forward,
nag-ulti sa
OG.
gitna.
Satanic's trying to get in on the
Uy,
action,
Satanic,
but
puno
Bart
pala
trying to
buhay
beat
mo,
this
pre.
very
Puno
early.
pala buhay
And
mo,
it's
pre.
about
Normalin
time.
yan, pare.
So now
Natsumi,
Sumi can turn
normalin.
straight
BKB,
towards the
normalin.
Abaddon.
Lahat na
Satanic
makikita mo,
has to
normalin.
hold back.
Tower,
The tier
tower,
three is
hero,
gone.
barracks,
No one
lahat.
hit
Normalin mo,
back for
pre.
this Yo Patch.
Tos,
Look at
patay,
his
bagsak.
damage.
Bagsak, isa lang,
They
isa
all
lang,
have to
dalawa,
just
dalawa.
run
Buyback
back to
yung
the
ano,
fountain.
Ember.
The tower's gone.
Wala na.
The racks are
Wala
getting
na. Hindi na
destroyed
magigilan
here.
si paring
And
Natsumi.
OG, I don't think they're going to be going
Wala
anywhere.
na.
They still have a minute and a half left on the Aegis. There's no disruptor up for 30
Oo nga,
seconds on
1
Parivision.
minute and 30 seconds pa to, pre.
I just
Wala na to,
I don't think
mabubush
they've
din
got what
tong
it takes
bottom.
at this
Uy,
point, Quinn, to turn
Philippines
this
na to.
one around.
1-0, nangangamoy.
OG
Nangangamoy niyo ba
being
yun?
pretty confident in
1-0, pre.
closing this game
1-0.
one up.
Asan
Yo
ang mga
Patch,
haters
he did it
natin
again.
dyan?
Another
Okay,
toss back
bagsak.
here on
Bagsak,
towards the
keeper of the
goal.
light.
Class out of the
Normalin lahat na
game.
makikita mo, parang Natsumi.
This is killing it, the whole
Ang
team.
sakit. Ang sakit to parang Natsumi naman, pre.
And
Okay,
they're just
normalin mo
cleaning
yung
up
mga
the seconds of the
barracks.
racks
Focus
here
ka
in
lang
the
sa goal. Hayaan mo mang
Nico
balibag
ready to
dito
make
si
the
Nico
jump
sa
down
gitna.
towards no one. Another
Hayaan mo
buyback
yan.
comes out from
Sakit to parang
Parivision
Nico
night
rin,
class
ah.
this time.
Wala na to. Wala na to, pre. Pikit
But
mata na to.
Natsumi, still full
Pikit
HP.
mata na to, pre.
Keeping the
Ilista
ice
mo
coming
na.
out as well. He's very
Ilista
close
mo
to being
na.
able to send the butterfly
Disruptor.
out for himself. Dicales,
Baka naman
dead
mabuhay
again.
ka pa, ewan ko na
He's
lang.
out for 45.
Okay,
No buyback on him.
Slardar,
Tims will
gustong
get
tirahin
jumped.
si Teams.
But
Huwag
he
mo naman
dodges
tirahin
the
si
blast.
paring yung teams, pre, nananahimik yan, oh. Pam! Tinama na Keeper of Life. Normal lang si Natsumi dito ng Totos. Ang gulo naman. Yopaj! Ang gulo mo! Ang sakit mo sa ulo, pabato-bato ka na lang. Okay, GG has been gold. GG has been gold. Sabi sa inyo eh. 1-0. Manggabi Bap.
And they
Nice
felt
one,
like
nice
they
one,
had the
1-0.
killer instinct if Parivision didn't. When Parivision made
Lakas
these
si
moves, it
Yopaj
was
dun,
messy,
pre.
it was
Lakas
misexecuted,
mga
they're feeding
clash.
kills.
Ano
When
lang,
OG was
nangungulit
making
lang
moves
siya eh.
this
Pasok
game,
dito, pasok
it was
doon, toss.
decisive, it was
Toss.
dominant,
Makita siya,
and
toss.
it felt like they were the ones in
Kulit lang eh,
charge.
sabi Avalanche.
It really
Wala,
did.
tulala.
It really did. The mistakes from Parivision punished
Ay, tulala.
massively.
Tulala yung kalaban
Maybe it's just something about the games that me and you watch from Parivision, but I just want to see Satanic on something else.
I agree.
Natsumi, si
I
parang
think this
Natsumi.
event does not suit him. It does not
Ito,
suit
madami pa
this
naman ito
team.
magagawa itong
And it
batang
also
to
feels
eh.
like it
Talo
doesn't
ka na
suit the
muna
meta.
ngayong
This hero's
taon.
been losing ever since
Talo
the
ka na
patch.
muna ngayong
Radiant's got
taon.
pretty big
Bawi ka
nerfs.
na next year,
Bad
bata ka pa
nerfs.
naman eh. Bigay mo na to sa mga Pinoy.
I don't know. I don't know.
And it just feels far to pass, especially
Ang
when
net
you're kind of
worth yan,
pairing it up
27K ang
against something
ayaw.
like Natsumi on his
21K
gyro.
si Yopaj.
Like, you see it on the scoreboard, right? Natsumi, incredible performance. I mean, honestly, this gyro in the hands of OG, you might have to start thinking about that a little bit more if you're drafting against them.
Isang beses lang sila nanalo sa Clash.
So well,
Sa
the play
napanood
style
natin.
of
Isang
OG.
beses lang.
And we just saw
Kung
that
nakalaban-laban
from
man lang
start to
sila.
end
Kung
this
nakalaban
game.
sila dun sa RS,
Fantastic
tas
moves
natalo
from
tayo
OG
dun
here in this
kanina.
game one. Parivision,
Doon.
they gotta switch it up in game two.
Siguro turning point yun. Pero wala eh. Nanalo tayo dun eh.
Because otherwise, you're going to get mowed down by an OG going pedal to the metal in
Ito,
this game
nakabingay na si
number
paring
one.
Natsumi. Wala
Relentless
pang
pressure.
satanic niya. Normalin mo lang lahat na
And
makikita mo, pre.
surprisingly few
Yules
mistakes.
mo
Maybe
yung
just,
mapa doon
there
para
was
hindi
like
makapag-ulti. Pero
one
yayain na kahit
small
puno
mistake,
buhay.
but other than
Normalin
that,
mo, pre.
OG,
Yan o, yan yung
nigh
sinasabi
on
yung turning
flawless
point. Kung
performance.
natalo tayo dyan.
Where the hell
kung
did this
natalo
team
tayo dyan,
come
wala na.
from all of a sudden?
Ano
I
yan,
don't
mas,
get it. Like,
mas may
the way
laban-laban
that they
tong
play
kalaban.
the
Pero
early
wala.
game is so
Kaya
fast.
nakalamang ng malaki si
Natsumi,
parang
he
Natsumi.
always goes through the portal. You'll see him on Wind Ranger. You'll see him on Gyrocopter. It seems like the gang
Naghahabol.
always connect.
Satanic, wala ka
Like
campus.
whenever they
Lantar,
make this
nakatayo.
early
Dagger.
rotation, it
The
always
dagger
results
stand.
in like
Yun lang ang
2 to
nagagawa
3
natin.
kills and then an
Yun lang ang
objective.
nagagawa natin.
And
Tas wala na.
it's not like
Focus
good
lang sa
teams
goal si
don't
Natsumi,
know
habang
that this is going to happen.
natalsik
Of
ang
course they
kanyang
do.
mga
Of
kanon.
course people have been
Wala na.
watching OG.
Satanic,
But somehow
puno pala
they
buhay mo eh.
still
Puno
always
pala buhay
manage
niya
to
eh.
break the
Gustong
game
gusto mo si
open
Tims,
by
oh.
making
Gustong
an
gusto
early
mo si
move
Tims.
like this. And
Okay, normal
yeah,
naman
I mean, it was
Natsumi.
kind of back
Kaya
and
yung tropa
forth.
mo sa harap mo. Nice
In the
one.
mid game, depending on the fight, depending on
1-0.
who was throwing, whatever. That's
Maganda
Dota.
pinapakita guys.
But when you break the game open with a like early advantage like that from one move, it makes the rest so much easier. Like you can throw like 3
Thanks,
times
Saray.
and you could still
Wala ba kayong
be in
load?
the game.
Yeah, I mean, especially
Tingnan
also
natin,
like with
tingnan
their
natin
draft,
yung
like,
ano. Tingnan natin yung wag kay Kuya Nick. Let's go for Seb. Tingnan natin yung nakikita kay Seb.
Like so obsessed with this one pump.
gold, I want XP, and then boom.
Tingnan natin yung sinasabi nila nung sa Clash.
They're just cleaning up the second set of racks here in the mid. Nico ready to make the jump here on towards no one. Another buyback comes out.
Wala
He has
na.
no ulti on
Speechless
Abba, he has
sila,
to
oh.
watch out, man.
Alam na rin nila eh. Wala na rin sila masabi.
Still full HP.
Wala. Focus lang sa goal si parang Natsumi. Normalin.
That's
Kahit si Notel, wala na masabi.
he has the
Ang
buyback
ingay niya.
now. Oh, Tims, nice. He might die now. Yeah, he dies. This guy dies. He has no ulti. Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Oh my god. Oh
Wala
my
na lang
god.
nasabi.
That is
GG.
flashbacks. I've seen this so many times from Thompson. That is some giga flashbacks.
Yeah.
You get some AoE shit going, then one guy just flies into it and he just instantly pops his
Oh man, Yopaj Tiny though? Wow.
Yeah, that's
I'm
messed up.
really surprised. He's so good on Tiny.
I really
Yun yung reaction nila, ano pre. Yan yung reaction
But
nila
you have
Seb
this Chen
sa
gyro.
last Clash.
They had a lot of specialty heroes. Prior to the patch, and to be
Panoorin
quite
nyo muna si
frank,
Jenkins. Mainom lang ang tubig.
a
Pero
lot of their
maganda,
heroes
no?
got buffed in the patch.
Maganda yung laban,
Like,
maganda yung
you're
laban.
not
Kaya
gonna let
din
this
mo-
team
pero
get Windrunner,
nakaka- may 2-0
right?
pa eh.
Yeah.
So Natsumi's is on Gyro, or you're gonna let through the Force Axe, which by the way was let through in this game.
Yeah, true.
They just ignored it because they decided maybe in this matchup they didn't want it. But it feels like they have so many specialty
Kala ko
heroes,
mag-e-invest
and the
yan eh.
things
Kala
that
ko
they do with the
mag-e-invest.
specialty heroes are like weird. They're subversive. It's not stuff like it really disrupts that regular flow of Dota,
Pero
which
ganda mag-kite.
means I don't know, maybe you either need to full commit to like your style of Dota if you're Parivision and say, okay, we're not going to pick the Abaddon, like let's go Slark position 4, something like that. Or you just go full chaos yourself. You know, that's always an option as well.
This Gem Chen
Sabay-sabay
is so
nating
strong, but then we also talk about
i-witness
Natsumi with like his
ang
Wind
2-0.
Ranger and his
Nakaka may
Gyro.
2-0
But on
to,
top
pre.
of that, it's also like the way they team fight. I have a clip that I want to show because OG with some of the stuff that they do, like we keep talking about all the small things, but it's also like just the bigger stuff. Like when we look at this fight, so Parivision are like, okay, we're gonna put the Abba in the front, but like look, they're going on him not to full commit. Look, like they're just baiting the backline of Pari to move forward to help the Abaddon, and then they immediately stop touching Satanic during his ult. Like force his ult, force the backline to come, then go on the backline, and once Satanic's ult is like over and he's out of position, once he's dealt with like the combo on the back, the throws and all the heals, like then you can deal with him again. Like even here, they're just like kind of kiting him around. Natsumi stays alive. I mean, they have a nice lead here, but this already, like if I'm Pari going into the next game, I wouldn't really rate the Slardar that highly either. I think it's all about this like early game team fighting that you can like protect your tier 1, fight like minutes 15 to 18 when like the early mech comes out, the Pavis comes out. I don't think that the Slardar deals very well with like this type of meta.
No.
I think that's also like why Primal is good, like why Tide is good. These heroes are fast, they can build good items and like make it happen. So I would like to see a small switch up from Pari. Even I did like their draft going in. I didn't really know exactly what to expect because I'm a big fan of like this Caudal Ember. But OG, they just had their number.
I'm surprised you're singling out the Slardar because our casters were quite critical of putting Satanic on Abaddon.
It's true.
And so it seems that there may have been multiple things that were not in the strengths of Parivision.
Okay,
Yeah, like I would say the
30
Satanic
minutes
one is
break
like
to,
a
guys.
stylistic or like a player
Magkano muna
preference
kayo,
type thing.
Right.
kung anong
Whereas
gagawin niyo
I
sa
like
buhay.
the Slardar, I would put more in the doesn't fit the meta as much for
Gotcha.
me. But I fully agree. Satanic just looks better on his type of heroes. I wouldn't say like that Abaddon is like his type. It's very like linear, I guess. What you can do, it's like, oh, I go Radiance, or I run in a shield. Whereas I think this guy can really shine on other heroes that have
Yung
more to
mga
offer
nakikita ko sa
than being like
Facebook group,
the
pre.
guy that runs in.
Putek nagpupusta ng mga 10,000, balik 20,000, 25,000.
But if Satanic is the
Mga
best player in
times
the world, you
times
don't really
2.5
need some like
lagi OG
mechanics
eh.
that you want to give them
2.5,
potential outplay.
2.2,
Like,
laging ganun eh. Lagi ang
Yeah,
ang
they're all
baba
over
ng
the
tingin
place.
nila sa mga Pilipino, hindi ko alam kung
Legends
bakit.
full-time.
Mga tarantado kayo.
We got quite a few actually at this
O,
point.
ewan
You
ko.
wanna share our
Yung iba,
update?
yung sariling mga Pinoy,
So
mga ganun.
if we could get
May mga nakikita pa akong comment, mga magpapakita ko pag
we're
nanalo OG,
actually
eh panalo.
not looking for a Dota tournament, it turns out.
Gago.
We are looking for. Can you kind of
Say it.
read that
Just
upside
read it.
down?
Just read it to them. and
It's
point.
It says DreamHack Heroes of New Earth Tournament. We have DreamHack June 17th, 2012, but we're not cheating. We're not going to look up the picture. And then we got some faces here. And I
Sino
found
ba
a guy
nanalo
with
game
some
1? OG,
glasses.
pre.
Imagine.
This must be me and Aiden playing
OG.
DreamHack.
Pakita lang natin.
I just
Eh, no,
want to see
kamot na lang
Satanic
ng mga insang ko na
Hey, I
yun.
respect to OG.
Lamang tayo ng 17 kayo, 32 minutes. Balik natin.
Immediately there from Tim's time.
Para doon sa mga hindi nakapanood,
And it
pre.
was fixed very quickly.
It was.
We're back in.
We respect that.
That's my
Pati
kind
ni parang
of
Natsumi.
Amen.
32 minutes, sabay push. Ito yung una nilang push sa Mega.
Here we go.
Bottom pinili nila.
Up they go.
Lagay ng Solar Crest. Focus sa goal si Satanic. Satanic, walang nagawa, pre. Normaling ka. Tino si no one. Being no one. Auto buyback. TP ulit.
I mean, they
Slardar,
can continue to push forward, OG. Satanic's trying
tinitira
to
si
get in on the
Nico.
action, but his borrowed time is being used
Satanic,
very
puno ang
early.
buhay.
And it's
Pero
about to end.
ninonormal lang
So
ni
now
parang
Natsumi
Natsumi.
can turn
Normaling
straight
yan. Puno
towards
pala
the
buhay
Abaddon.
niyan eh.
Satanic
O
has
sige,
to
focus
hold
lang sa
back.
goal.
The tier 3's
Tower lang.
gone.
Tower,
No
flat
one he put
cannon.
back for this
Toss
shot.
ulit.
In the three lines, tries
Ang
to stop
sakit,
this.
pre.
They all have to just run back to the fountain. The tower's gone.
Wala.
The
Wala
Reds are getting
silang magawa.
destroyed here.
Kahit
And
maglagay
OG,
sila ng
I don't think they're going to be
amplify.
going anywhere. They still
Amplify
have a
ni
minute and a
Slardar,
half left
walang
on the
magawa.
Aegis.
Si
There's
Nico
no
pa, bato-bato
disruptor
lang
up
ng
for
bato
30
doon.
seconds on Parivision.
Tapos sa mid,
I
papush-push
don't
lang
think they've
sila.
got what it takes at this point, Quinn, to turn this one around. This looks like OG
Si no one,
being
walang
able
magawa
to
si
pretty
Ember.
confidently close this game one up.
Parut-root ka na lang.
He's in
Toss
again.
ulit. Avalanche
Another
toss.
toss back here
Normalin
on
yung
towards the
keeper of
goal.
the light na yan.
Nine class out of the
Normalin mo,
game.
pre.
Blacks, this is
Ganda,
killing
ganda
the whole
pinakita.
team.
Bato. Slardar, walang nagawa.
And they're just cleaning up the
Start.
second set of racks here in the
Normal
mid.
bumabarog si Nico
Nico
sa taas.
ready to make the
Binarog
jump here on
ni
towards no
Ember.
one. Another buyback comes out from
Wala,
Parivision,
wala
9 class this time.
Kuha na ng racks.
But
Focus lang tayo Natsumi.
Still full HP.
Magaling.
Keeping the Imps coming out as well. He's very close to being
Yan
able to
yung
send the
game 1,
butterfly
pre.
out from
Yan
himself.
yung
The
last
Carlos
clash.
dead again.
Wala
He's
nagawa
out
si
for
parang
45.
Satanic.
No
Wala,
buyback on
pa-cooldown
him.
lang
Tims
ng
will
ulti.
get jumped.
Sa
But
bagay,
he
hindi
dodges
mo
the
alam
blast
ang
with the
gagawin mo
Yules.
eh.
Still
Oh,
alive
dyan
for the
namatay si
second
parang
blast.
Tims.
Will get him.
Okay.
So they'll bring down
Normalin mo
Tims.
yan si
But Satanic,
Satanic. Walang
he's in
ulti yan.
trouble.
Magmanta ka
He's
na, mga
blown
dad play.
out of the game.
Mga tatlo,
No
pre.
buyback on
Keeper
him.
of the light na
It is
titira.
over.
Dinager,
GG
binarog
is
na.
called.
Sabay sabi ng GG.
OG. They kind of destroyed them there in that game one, Quinn.
Man, they just got cooked. OG,
Yeah.
they just look better. That was great play from them.
Yan yung replay, pre.
And they
Tapos
felt
na yan.
like they had the killer instinct.
Waiting na lang tayo
didn't.
sa
But Parivision
second game. Para sa mga hindi nakakapanood, comment down below lang, guys. Ibabalik ko kayo dun sa Clash. Back in 5 minutes. Anong oras next game? 5 minutes, pre. Nakalagay sa bottom right dito. Hindi ko lang mapakita ng full eh. Pero 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Next game. Kung may mga pusta dyan, baka naman. Send kayo ng flower man lang, pre. Hindi ko kasi mapa-full eh. Hindi ko mapa-full yung yung Windows eh. Kasi nga, syempre, mobile to. Tapos, ano kaya? Pwede kong palitan ito eh. Siya nakaturo. Bottom right. May ako na lang babaguhin, pero ganyan yung magiging setup natin. Para kita nyo yung galaw ng mapa. Last 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes for the next game. Tingnan natin kung makakabawi Parivision. Malay mo naman, makagawa ng paraan dito ang Parivision. Sila paring Satanic. Ang Rookie of the Year. Alam ko yung last TI ni Satanic, ano eh. Diba? Saan ba? Umabot semifinals? Semifinals yata. Hindi, o grand final. Hindi ko natanda. Basta, doon ko nakilala si Satanic eh. Nito na lang kasi ako bumalik ng pagkadota eh. Dati, tumigil ako. Tagal ko tigil. Kasi nag-busy sa life, gano'n. Tapos yun, ngayon lang ako nanood ng mga TI, ng mga kung ano. Any suggestions sa music? Comment down below. Anong mga gusto mong panood, guys? Madami tayong sa TikTok. Sa YouTube. Naka-YouTube pa na tayo. Wala tayong advertisement. Mamaya ayusin ko yung live para nakikita nyo yung mapa. Yung nakikita nyo yung esports na yan, yan yung mapa mamaya. Yung DHL, wow, Bisaya ay para nakita yung mapa. 2 minutes and 30 seconds for the second game. Ano bang bracket na? So makita yung bracket. Uy, nawala yung live ko, gagi.
Got my gifts wrapped up. Colosseum, Rome, and the Grand Museum, Rome. Love is
Parivision have it.
Gagi, nawala yung ano. Nawala bigla yung live ko. Paano, kinabahan ako, baka hindi kaya na-copyright. Hindi, papatugtog naman sila eh.
Somehow managed to slip through, and yet OG did not opt for it. And now we're wondering if Gyrocopter
Nasuspend yung
might
live
bump
ko,
up the
gagi.
list, because OG are proving that they are not just a one-trick pony. They've got tricks up their sleeves quite
Gagi,
deep.
nasuspend
So,
yung live ko.
Parivision
History.
opt to instead ban out this first pick, Primal Beast, that OG went for, along with the Wind Ranger and the DK. OG, they continue to ban out the 9-class Slark, along with the Jakiro
wala
and
naman
the
eh.
Viper. Things
Nawala lang
getting
bigla.
dangerous for Puppy and the gang, but maybe they find a
In the pile of edge pieces that Neil's hoarding on the other side of the
I don't
table
know.
that perfectly
Biglang
connected
nawala yung
with what
live
I
ko,
was
oy.
working on.
collaborative experience. We're working
Actually.
together to make the
Wala,
entire piece.
tinitingnan ko
I
yung
was
ano
like,
ko,
working
baka meron
together. I was like, we have all
violation
the
na
edge
whatnot.
pieces over here, and I'm struggling to find what connects. And
Baka
you have this
kaya
little
wala
blue
nagla-live
thing
nito, no?
over there.
May mga
Anyways,
violation.
Look at that.
We're working on it.
Pwede naman, i-mute ko lang yung ano.
Seamless.
Yeah, I made most of that one, actually.
But I found most of it.
Yeah.
Nawala
Again?
bigla yung live ko,
Again,
gagi. Baka ako yung
Slardar.
maban.
Although this
Baka
time,
kaya may nag-comment kanina eh. Wala
They
daw
could've
nagla-live sa
decided
TikTok
the
eh.
mistake was
Baka
not just
bawal,
throw
no?
mid and
Yeah.
pick something else for offlane.
Gagi ka.
I mean, I guess you can throw it mid kind of nicely if one ban is at least on a quap. Because
Wala
I mean, you
namang
either need a
restrictions
really
eh.
good lane in the offlane or like
11-9 yung huli kong ano eh.
auras in some way. I do
Harassment
feel
and
like
bullying eh.
not to like pigeonhole
Lalambot
what your
ng mga tao
offlane
ngayon.
should do, but if your offlaner
Pagtrastokan lang
doesn't
eh.
secure the team fight for you, I do feel like you're on a very big, like on the back foot quite strongly. But for now, I like OG's response. SD has always
Laban
been
ba
good against the Slardar. You can save the guy,
Grabe.
you can cleanse the guy with the shard later. You can also
Wait nga,
aggressively
switch akong
purge him.
tao.
Right, you need
Gagi,
a
nawala
lot of
bigla yung
freaking
live ko.
damage if you're Parivision,
Hindi ko alam
because
bakit.
your amplify won't work against SD later. And if you're going in not killing
Kinakabahan
the guy,
tuloy
you're not
ako
getting
ah.
out and
Baka
dying.
madali ako ah.
And the guy you're going on is also getting divine favor.
Ayusin ko lang yung ano ah.
So I wonder
Pero
if
ito na
Pari
yung
can
pilihan ng hero
find
na.
a way
Pilihan
to
na ng
turn
hero
this game
guys.
into, like, very high
Ayusin ko lang yung sa
single target damage to
OBS. Gusto ko nakikita yung mapa. So yan. Ayusin ko lang yung sa mapa. Wait lang. Uy, kita? Ito na mismo yun eh. Oh, ito na pala mismo eh. Hindi ko na kailangan magbago, no? Oo nga, hindi ko na kailangan magbago. Okay, sige. Bakit di ma-full screen? Ay, hindi ko alam, Pops. Wait lang. Balik na tayo sa live. Balik tayo sa live.
Active offlaner or an active carry as well.
Ito
to
na
make
mga
these
pilihan
two
ng hero.
supports work
Pasensya na
together,
kayo. Hindi,
Which
kasi kapag
is
nagla-live
in their
kayo, pre.
wheelhouse, to be fair.
Hindi
Like,
mo
I
pwedeng
would
iganon.
love to see a gyrocopter. I
Hindi mo na
imagine if
pwedeng
Parivision
iganon eh.
does
Pwede mo
not
iganon,
take
eh,
the
di yung mga-
gyrocopter themselves,
Kasi
then
kadalasan sa
OG will
cellphone,
take
di
it.
ba?
But I don't think
Nakaganito.
you want to pick gyro in
So,
this slot
gaganon
here
pa sila.
for
Eh.
these next two picks.
Basta.
No, they're just
Hirap
running
i-explain.
back. Puppy really
Hirap
good on
i-explain.
the roster.
Basta ganun. Kaya
I
ang
mean, I
live
think
talaga
the
sa
cobble
TikTok
is
pa ganyan.
fine here against
Na konti
Shadow
lang.
Demon at least.
Hindi mo pwedeng
you
ipakita
have
ng
heal
buo.
potential for your teammates. You have some team fight.
Pero yan yung hero ng
Heals are good
Parivision,
against
Slardar
dispels,
Roulette, and Keeper of
'cause you
Light.
can't dispel.
Yeah.
They're sticking with their guts, ha?
I mean, you're gonna have a battle just like last game. Whichever team wins like
Ganito
the
na rin yung
prolonged
kanina nila
fight,
eh.
which usually, like if both teams have heal, the lineup that loses the first hero first, they fall apart, they break. I mean, I would be surprised if OG don't go for like a gyro again. Gyro is very
Gyro?
annoying for these
Gyro,
range
hindi pa
fours
rin
like
binaban
Colo.
ng gyro eh.
Like you can go to the lane,
Gyro
you cut some
ulit.
trees,
Game.
and this guy, he
If
doesn't
we're
really pressure you.
winning,
He hates getting flagged. It was good in the
diba?
last game.
Huwag natin baguhin.
I don't know if you could pick
Sabi nga
anything here
nila,
that would
if
like
ano,
make OG feel not good about going for the gyro on the next set
not
of picks.
broken, don't fix it.
What did they pick here
Hindi
last
naman
game?
sira
Was
yung isang
Disruptor,
bagay.
but that was like
Huwag nyo nang
Primal
galawin.
Beast related.
Yeah.
Hindi binaban ng gyro. Pick nyo na gyro, pre.
Was there anything special about the Coddle in terms of chakra, or were they mainly just using it for illuminate heals?
Heals plus Ember. It was
So,
good
tsaka
with
guys,
the
ah,
Slardar
isa
also. Like,
nag-comment.
of course, you can give him like more crushes in the
Papio lang
fight.
talagang,
Permas,
ano,
right?
pwede ko namang i-rotate pa ganun.
I mean, the fact that he rushed Locket, it just seemed very clear that that was the
Pwede naman,
that was
gusto
the
niyo ba?
goal.
Yeah.
Okay, I do like this more. Like, this gives you the matching of the team fight. And Warlock is quite good in most of the lanes. I mean, he just gives you solid lanes nearly no matter what. I mean, I would like a Tide a lot for OG. Is Ursa in the pool? He is. Okay, so maybe that's a problem as to why you maybe couldn't Ursa.
I do like Fatal Bonds with Slardar, or with Coddle as well.
Yeah.
So it's gonna, even though he's focused on healing, if you land a Fatal Bonds on a couple of heroes,
yeah,
it's a huge chunk of damage being spread.
I do think if you can find the guy in the offlane that builds
kinakabahan
pipe
ako,
into the Radiant heroes, it's
baka
kind of
maban ako. Na-experience ko ng maban dito
he
sa
doesn't
TikTok
pressure the lane
7
that much.
days ako
It
hindi
depends on the
nakapag-live.
heroes. It's more like he usually gets your guy through, but he doesn't
Gusto
pressure
ba
the
full
enemy
screen?
offlaner
Gusto yung
as
full
much.
screen, sabihin nyo lang.
I mean, wave cutters.
Magkaganon na nga lang kayo manood pag ganun, pa-landscape. Pwede ka naman gawin yan. I-edit ko. Sabihin nyo lang kung ayaw nyo makita mukha ko, ganun.
I mean, you could also make the argument that even though Ursa is in the pool and he could likely be picked against those heroes, that you have SD against him and you kind of just, you know, you reserve the purge for this guy.
So, Doctor?
Yeah, I agree. I honestly think they could go Tide and it would be just fine, despite the Ursa.
Hindi full screen, boss.
because of the
Oh, hindi
supports
full
that
screen
OG
eh.
has.
Hanggang dyan lang eh. Pwede naman.
Like, even
Gagawin
in
natin
lane,
ganito.
When you're Tide and
Kung
you know
gusto
you
nyo
have
full
one
screen
of
at ayaw
these
nyo lang
like
makita mukha ko eh.
decent laning
Wait lang,
ranged
asan na?
fours,
Yeah.
and kind of
Browser.
get through the lane. Just fine.
Transform, rotate 90 degrees.
Like Tide plus ranged 4.
Yan,
Gosh,
pag ganyan, boss.
Ranged right
Pag
clicks
ganyan
is
nga
always
lang ang
good.
panonood nyo, para full
Okay, so
screen.
they go for the tiny. It's most likely
Kita nyo?
the mid again. There is of course a chance that they do
Ganyan
flex
yung
it,
mangyayari.
but I have not yet been impressed with carry tiny, so I would prefer if this hero does go
Yeah,
into the mid
no,
lane.
Okay ba yan? Okay ba yan ganyan?
I just want utility out of him. And I didn't really
Sabi
mind
agad,
Tiny
babalik kayo
against
sa dati.
Or Tiny against Slardar either.
Transform,
With the
fit to
amp damage,
screen.
you have like 1 or maybe 2
Ay,
arm rams. I think you should have like,
Punyemas.
I don't know, phase plus veil, and like it just didn't even seem like
Yeah.
it
Fit
amped
to
damage on.
screen pero ano.
So Mira's
Pwede ba
take
control Z?
yesterday was that Tiny
Okay,
is a
control Z.
risk because you can counter it in lane. And my argument was like, okay, well then you want to run it as
Pinit
a
to
4
screen
and
na
as a
hindi ko
carry as well.
maintindihan. Yan,
But
ganyan siya.
in this situation, OG, if they're showing
So, okay
what
na yan,
lane
boss.
the hero
Okay na yan,
is,
ganyan.
it's going to be a mid Tiny.
Okay na yun, ayaw nyo
So
makita
if I'm
mukha ko eh,
Parivision,
no?
I'm thinking like, what hero can
Sa
I
halip na
put
pag
against
ganun, pag
Tiny that
ganun.
will just
Pag ganito na lang
absolutely
kayo
clap it in
manood,
lane?
pre.
Which is like
Ayan,
Vipers.
full screen na full
Vipers,
screen yan,
Huskars,
guys.
that sort of thing. Death Prophet, but it's not really a hero right now.
Yeah.
So then why go for the Kez pick here on 18?
Kaso
It
masakit
means,
sa
well,
leeg mo.
they have Satanic on their team.
Ano
The
gagawin?
18th pick is always
Pakita
the
nyo
hero
lang
that you
mukha
want to
ko.
protect
Asan ang
the
mukha
most.
ko?
So I think this makes sense. Like despite having Tiny having this issue of you want to
Kasi nga
dominate
yung
him in
mukha
lane,
ko is nasa ano. Asan na yung mukha ko?
still Parivision, the way they like to
Screen,
draft is
video
to protect
capturing
Satanic
device.
in general.
They needed something high physical damage also to pair with Slardar,
Dito ka.
and it works really
Bababa
well
ka
in
ng
that way. And it's
browser.
also not the best
Tas
hero to
browser,
disrupt
bababa ka
from
dito.
Shadow Demon
Yeah!
with its melee, so
Pakita
it
mo
kind of
lang
like
mo.
solves
Pangit pa
both
rin,
of those
pre.
problems. It can definitely do
Saan
enough
ako
single target
pwesto?
damage to kill a gyro.
Tain
It's
na.
not
Ako
gonna have to worry
mahirap.
about
Ay
dying
di,
to flat
pwede yan.
cannon
Pwede,
because
gawa
it's
natin ng
being
paraan.
like, well, I can't go in now,
Transform,
like, he's
rotate
ready
90
to go
degrees.
if there's
Yun,
a good
pag ganun din
opportunity.
ako, pre. Kala
So
nyo
putting
ah.
heals
Kala
on
nyo ah.
Kez means that his chance of elongating,
Tapos, ilalagay
getting his
kita
ulti
sa
off at crucial mode,
pinakadulo
all of that
para
is
hindi
gonna be
ka
facilitated, and
patay-tayo
he's,
dyan.
supported well by
Pain.
Warlock.
Wait lang ah.
It's definitely like it's the type of carry
Yeah.
you kind of need
Dito
to
ka.
burst
Dito ka
or
sa
kite.
pinakataas.
Like if you do
Yan.
it in between, you're likely to lose the fight. So
Sakit
like
nga sa
him
leeg.
going in with all the damage behind
Sakit
him,
sa
and
leeg
also
mag-edit,
SD Chen,
pre.
they don't pressure
Okay
you
na
as
yan.
much. Like your
Okay
threat
na
of
yan.
being bursted isn't that high.
I-side
Even
view
if they
nyo na
go
lang,
on you,
guys.
like Purge said,
Ah,
you've got the
sabay-sabay
Warlock
tayo
behind you,
manood.
you've got the Coddle behind you, so you're kind of chilling.
It's basically like what Rocket Barrage. I mean, maybe he gets Ava tossed, but there's not much lockdown, so he should be able to play his game.
Okay, Ibon.
So now that you
Ibon
put
dito
the
si
Kez
ano,
on the
Satanic.
field, you gotta take
Satanic.
care of
Yeah,
the,
pinapractice niyang
Tidehunter,
hero
and
yan
actually
eh.
ban out a
Yung
bad
Ibon na yan eh.
blast. I thought that the Axe would be the next on the agenda.
I-landscape nyo na lang panonood,
I
guys
mean,
ah.
it's a little slow, but something I like against
Para
Kez
mag-enjoy
is,
tayo.
is
Sabay-sabay
Doom.
tayo mag-enjoy.
Maybe it's too... It might just be covered too much by the Centaur, to be honest. I think the Centaur for Pari was quite good with what was left in
Yan,
the
si
pool.
paring Nigo.
You have
Paring
Stampede
Nigo.
to get away
Nag-isip
from
si
the
paring.
SD turret,
Gyro
to get
Capture,
away
tama!
from-
Gyro, if
Yeah,
it's not
doesn't
broken,
Axe
pre,
shit on
don't
Kez?
fix it.
Axe is very strong.
Gyro Capture,
That's if you
Centaur.
go a blade mail build usually.
Bakit tong
Those have been a little
Ah,
bit
kinuha
more
nila.
updated lately.
Feeling ko kinuha
and we
nila
did
yung
talk,
Centaur
like,
para
it is a
hindi
pretty
natin
good
makuha yung
tight
Centaur.
Crimson game.
Kasi maganda ang Centaur
these
tsaka
heroes.
Gyro eh. Pre-hit lang yung
Like an
Gyro.
aura
ganun.
builder would be nice. So they're forcing OG into a little bit
Ang
of a
tanong,
weird
sinong
spot.
last
It's like
pick?
you counter the Kez and get a hero that's good against the Centaur Stampede.
Mars, may Mars ba?
Or do you
May
play
Mars
and
ba?
just have an aura buyer on Nico?
The only problem I see with Axe, while
Oo,
I do
Mars.
like the
Mars,
hero,
kunin yung
I
Mars.
think jumping
Set-
into some of
seta
these
ng mga
heroes
insang
can
ko
be
na yan.
annoying. Like you do want something that can like, go
Magkasabay-sabay
in
na
and
tayong mag-set.
But no matter what you do, I think there's gonna be
Axe.
some problems. But I guess it's still the best one for the game.
Axe last pick, pre.
I've just seen the Axe Warlock, and while I do
Ang
think
hirap
it is Axe
manood
favorite,
ng
like you can
TikTok,
cut, you
hirap
can build
nung
what you
tingnan.
want. it is still like very skill based in terms of how you play like the mid game
Nakalive
team
din
fights.
tayo sa, sa Twitch,
A hard hero to jump
YouTube.
into. I mean,
Pero
all of
kung
these heroes
syempre,
are.
Yeah.
kung YouTube, doon na lang kayo
But I
manonood,
don't know,
diba?
maybe there's some sort of like hybrid
Parang
hype
Natsumi.
link
Gusto ko yung
that
ano yan,
that
yung
exists
jersey
here,
yan. Baka naman
where
may
he's not
magbibigay
going
sa
like
inyo
the
ng
full
jersey
30
dyan.
tree where you just
Manood-nood
don't
na lang
go
ba tayo
blink,
dyan?
but he's also getting some of these
Tinignan
aura
ko yung
items
jersey
that'll be
yan,
very
parang
effective
500
in the
sa
game.
Shopee.
And then
Tapos
also,
kasama
I
na
think
yung ano
the aura item
maglalagay ka ng ano.
desire for OG is answered a lot by
Lalagay ka ng pangalan.
having Scam on Shen. That's a hero that can naturally build
Pero
a
gago,
crimson if
natigil
he
yung
wants to,
live
a
ko
pipe
kanina.
if he wants to, right? Like that's
Pero
one of my
buti
favorite
tapos
things
na
about
yung
having
game
Shen
niya.
on my
Pero
team. Is like, oh, I
naka-concerning
can go
lang
blink
ako.
blade mail on the
Bakit
offlane.
natigil?
Hell yeah.
Wala ring notification sa akin kung
I
bakit
like Pari's
natigil.
draft
Walang
more than I
violation.
did in game 1 just because of also like the
Nakakabahan ako,
Slardar
baka
switch up
mabanan naman
and
ako,
having
ah.
Centaur against Gyro is quite good. He's one of the better like Crimson buyers, which is what you want against this hero.
Gusto nyo bang
But
tahimik na lang ako,
I
guys?
don't know. I feel like OG could replicate some
Sabihin
of the
nyo
moves
lang.
they had last game. They
Pwede
should
rin
have a
naman.
good early game, like a good early laning stage. You can go through the gate again. You help out your axe. I would say for me, this game comes down nearly purely down to gameplay. It's quite even. Like I see both the angles from both drafts, but OG once again they got what they want.
Yeah, they got the gyrocopter again. That's what I'm looking at for Natsumi. He just plays that exquisitely, consistently. So I just feel like they're gonna do similar things.
1-0
They
na
break
po
heroes
para
back
sa
into
mga
the route.
nanonood natin, guys.
They've got
It's
some lockdown.
1-0.
I don't know. They have
Favor
what
of
they need, I
OG.
think.
This is a best of 3.
Then I have
I
nothing
think,
more to say other than
this
to
loser will
enjoy
be on
the
the bottom-
game that's going to be
bottom-
presented to us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for game number 2 with our casters.
Top
It's
five?
OD Pixel.
Kasi may top 6 na ata eh. Top 6 is Tundra eh. I think. If I'm not mistaken. Tagilid buhay ko, boss. Tagilid buhay ko. Okay na yan eh, kasi gusto nila full screen eh. May mga nagko-comment, full screen boss, full screen. Eh, mapagbigay naman ako, eh di full screen natin. Ganyan nga lang siya pag nag-full screen boss. Tagilid nyo na lang yung phone nyo. Para kayo nanonood ng naka-full screen talaga. Ganyan nyo na lang. Pasensya na boss. Hirap din eh, nahirapan din ako. Ayan, start na, start! Taas natin ang ating mga kamay, guys. Hanggat walang nakaka-first blood, taas natin ang mga kamay para sa atin ang first blood. Ibabaan nyo yung cellphone nyo, itaas nyo yung mga kamay nyo, guys. Yahan nyo lang si Chupay. Taas nyo yung mga kamay nyo, guys. Ang good. Yung Centaur. Gusto ko man din yun, 300 yun. Nakita ko sa
OG playstyle, and they put Satanic on a very different
basta nakita ko yan
dynamic
na
of
may mga
carry.
nagbebenta sa
No more
group
abandon
300.
here. We're getting some Satanic
Yun yung mga
cats.
nag-spin.
Yeah, it's a Warlock
Mga taong
Kez lane. It's
nag-spin,
hard
tapos
to
pinamimigay na lang.
craft anything that beats that lane, but
Bebenta,
OG,
bebenta na lang
they follow
300.
the
Kasi
model. If
spin
it
yan
ain't
eh.
broke,
Pero
they'll
taas
fix
nyo
it.
yung mga kamay nyo, guys.
They're not
Para
trying
sa
to
atin ang
reinvent
first
the
blood,
wheel.
guys. Ito
Reinvent
yung
the wheel.
kapangyarihan
There
ng
we go.
Dragon Balls.
The meal.
Kailangan
Make me
kunin
hungry.
natin yung enerhiya ng Dragon Balls. Ibigay natin sa
Let's
OG.
see how this one goes
Taas
down.
yung
It
mga
was a
kamay nyo.
rough
Babaan nyo
game
yung
one
phone nyo.
for
Taas nyo lang
Parivision.
yung kamay nyo, guys. Gayahin nyo lang si
Switch up
Chupay.
here in game 2.
Atin ang first blood na to,
Let's see
guys.
if they can
Atin to.
fare a little bit better
Nalay
against
na
this
ako.
pretty powerful playstyle that OG has been showing. Just
Pero hindi
each
ako
and every
susuko,
series
pre.
that we've had them on late.
Hindi ako susuko.
Very,
Taas
very
na natin.
impressive
Kamay
stuff from
natin.
them.
I
Walang
do agree
susuko
with
sa
Kezu, though. I
pamilyang
think this
ito.
game is closer than the other one. I
Thank
think
you for sending
Parivision
flowers
may
and
have better
everything,
stuff.
pre.
I'm still not sold on this 4 coddle, and their supports are some of
OG
the
versus
slowest
Pari.
support
Yes,
duos
pre.
ever.
OG
They will
versus
not be
Pari
fighting
lamang
these runes
tayo.
at all.
OG. 1-0.
Pretty much
Ganda na
zero
laban
ability
kanina.
for that. So OG
Atin tong first
will
blood
have
na
the
to.
potential to tempo or stack it up,
Ngalay na ako.
which either one they
Scam.
prefer.
No more normal, no more normal.
And this lane is definitely still not
Kay
going to be easy.
Centaur na
'Cause
parang
Coddle,
courier.
nothing changed between last game and this game. The
Kinuha.
hero is still a
Oy,
garbage
gininay
laner,
na.
and Chen is
Okay,
still a broken laner.
normalin.
So
Si
he's going to
Jonalyn,
hit them in the
normalin. Si
head.
Jonalyn, ngalay
They're
na
going to
ako.
try to pull this lane.
Ayun na.
Okay,
Hindi
because
man ako
they've got to find
nag-gigil.
some sort of different way to play it.
Dito
'cause
pala
we
ako
did indeed see
dito pala
just
ako
how
mag-workout.
far ahead
Nga ni.
Natsumi got last time round. Just pretty much double the CS.
Kapit
A few
lang.
minutes
Atin
into
ang
the
first
game
blood, guys.
against what
Focus
DM
lang
was
tayo.
getting
First
last
blood,
time
first
round.
blood. I-ano natin,
Obviously, last time
i-manifest
on the
natin.
Slaughter,
Sabay-sabay tayo,
this
pre.
time on
Sabay-sabay
the
tayo
Centaur,
mangalay.
so
Ari kang ako lang
Maybe
yung
we'll have a
nakakalay,
bit of a
guys.
better chance with the beefiness getting up and contesting the
Atin ang
CS.
first blood.
A little
Atin
better
ang
than in
first
game
blood.
one.
Focus lang.
A little
Okay,
better, but look
Natsumi,
what's
pumatay na ng
happening
grenade.
That's a lot of
Pinapatay
damage.
yung warrior.
And
Ang kunat ng
he'll
warrior.
be okay, but only relatively
Shit,
so.
sayang. Hindi agad namatay yung neutral
Maybe
ni,
indeed
ano,
also
ni Paris
going
Ken.
to
Kung
be a
namatay yung
tough
neutral ni
start
Paris
for
Ken,
him
may
once
attack
again in
speed
this
yun
game
eh.
too.
Si parang Yopage
Punching
is my idol.
will not
Medyo
be-
nabubuli dito ni Slardar sa gitna. Medyo may action ba sa
But
bot?
no one already doing
Wala.
having a
Punta
better
ulit tayo
time
sa
mid.
top.
Satanic full free farming
Top,
on a hero that is
bumubugal
much more
na.
suited to him.
Normal normal lang, focus na sa goal, may
speaking
missile na
about-
parating,
he's playing
may
a very
missile na parating,
schematic
mga 3 to 5 business days, tumama
Do you
na,
think
pero
he's
walang
more of
damage.
a battle
Wala
fury
pang damage
Kez
yan mga
or a
kapatid,
desolator
level
Kez
1.
enjoyer?
I haven't seen him by the battlefield, but
Si
I think
parang
after
9
watching
glass,
Honest
medyo
performance the
nanggugulo
other
ng
day, he
dito
was
kay
like,
Natsumi.
yo, that
Kuha
was
uli
kind of
ng
nice. I
courier
want
to.
that.
Kuha uli ng neutral. Nagkakamera mo na action sa
Let's see which way it
baba.
goes.
Nico. O, diba? Sabi sa inyo sa Satanic mag-iibon eh. Pinapractice niya yan. Ginamit niya rin nata sa TI yan. Nalay na ako, guys.
Unless we see some sort of early moves from OG, we have seen how
Nalay na
if they
ako. Pero
can
kaya,
use the
tiwala
twin
lang,
gates
tiwala
to
lang.
make early
Ano lang
plays
natin, focus
to
natin.
shake up the lanes.
OG.
Definitely
Focus
something
natin,
that
OG.
Parivision
First
always
blood,
have to have
OG.
in
Atin
mind
to,
when
atin
they're
to,
playing
guys.
against OG in the early game.
Ako, wala man akong pusta dito, pre.
Curious to see
Wala
how Nico
akong pusta
itemized
dito. Hindi
this
ako
game.
mahilig
It's a lot of
pumusta.
items
Pati ayoko,
that
baka
are
ma-addict
good.
ako.
But
Di
getting
talaga
these
ako mahilig
lotuses,
pumusta. Ano, yung
armor
baka pag
items, the pipe,
na-addict ka,
like the
dire-diretso
panel
na ako
mentioned, these
sunod.
types of defensive
Parang
items
sa
can help
Titanic,
quite
medyo
a bit.
advance dito ng konti.
But there's an interesting balance you have to strike, the
Deny.
damage
Nice one,
versus
Teams.
survivability as
Dinay lang tayo dito.
Gyrocopter. Similar to last game,
Okay,
is
wala
sort
pa
of
tayo
your main
masyadong
damage
action. Wala pa
dealer,
rin first
so
blood. 3 minutes
you
na.
don't want to
3
end up in a
minutes?
situation where you
Oo,
can't
3
bring
minutes
down
na,
these
ngalay na
Parivision
po
heroes
ako.
with heals, with Crimson who has auras now compared to his squishy
Kanina
Florida
munti
from
ka ng
last
bigyan
game. So
dito si
there's
parang Centaur.
some key differences in the
Lotus?
survivability
Guys, Lotus.
differential between the teams.
Okay, kanila na yun.
And no one is also sticking it to a mid so far.
Yeah, very hot start.
Live,
18-5
yes, boss.
against
Live to
13-2,
boss.
so
Parivision
That's
versus
where some of
OG,
these extra waves coming into
Game
towards
2,
him, so.
Game 1.
I mean,
Malma,
the wave also
bugbog sarado
lead
ang
against that,
Parivision.
the CS of
Let's
Geopack
see
so
if
far.
they can come up
also
with
an
this
interesting build, not
same
like bottom.
game plan and
Goes to the
everything.
bracer and then going
Okay,
straight into
Yopaj
Tread,
is my
feeling
idol.
like
Medyo nagkakanormalan dito
it
sa
is
gitna,
needed
pero
against
wala
the
siyang
Tiny,
magagawa
he
dito
gets by
dahil
the bracer
Slardar
and uses the
merong
region. I haven't seen this done on Slaughter
kakaibang
mid at all.
passive
Okay.
to, pero
So
ngalay
it's
na
an
ako,
interesting
pre.
read on the situation.
Ano ba?
Yeah.
Let's see if he has mana problems.
Yopaj,
because
normally mo.
Slaughter's a hero that
Normally
does
mo ba?
use quite a bit of mana to play for mid, to push
Dahil
these waves
tiwala
and
lang.
to crush.
Pay-
So you
no
actually
pain,
have
no
the chance
gain.
to rotate without
No
pushing
pain,
the
no gain.
wave.
Galog-galog mo na pa.
It's very
Yan,
difficult to
galog-galog
move
mo lang.
elsewhere.
Para hindi masyado masakit. Yan.
Yeah, I
natin
mean,
ito
maybe do you
ibababa.
think it's because he
Energy
feels
ball
that
to, pre.
he can't necessarily threaten a kill
Energy
against
ball
the
to ng
Tiny,
OG.
so he's not too fussed
Atin ang
about
first
having the
blood,
mana to
atin ang
spam
first
it.
blood.
I think it's probably a coddle adjustment.
Nasala
Feeling like
naman
with the
Yopaj eh.
coddle, his centaur is never going to get mana from it.
Okay,
It's pretty
yung
useless.
centaur
So
na mukhang
he's
courier.
going to be the one getting
Hindi ka na
amped
to
up
kanina, hindi
and
niyo pa
thinking, okay,
binigyan.
maybe with the coddle on my team, I can greed a
Bihira
little
naman
bit.
kayo.
I can go for this build that makes me a little bit
Okay, may
stronger in
nagcha-channel
these
sa,
fights
sa ilalim ng
early.
tulay. Hang. Okay. Okay. Normally.
CS does
Okay,
seem
may
to be
missile
a
na parating.
similar, maybe
Bukol.
even a worse story for
Katarin
DM
pala
so far
nun,
in this
50
game 2
pesos
as
din
opposed
pala
to the
yun.
lane in game 1. He's having
Ang
feels
katarin pala ng
even
missile
rougher
na
of
yun.
the time.
Sarap din sa pera.
Only 11 last hits here against the 27 and 8 of Natsumi on these first 4.5 minutes. It's not been easy times for him on the offlane. And again, I sort of, it sort of draws me back to why do you think they did let OG get this gyro Chen lane that OG played kind of perfectly? Like it seems like you're going to just have a bad time regardless of what you're playing against it on the offlane because of how well OG can control this sort of safe lane with the gyro Chen.
It is very odd, genuinely, and I don't necessarily understand why. We saw they banned a queen for their potential slaughter, but the slaughter was flexed until that last pick, so you definitely have the option to ban it, and it is a very pivotal hero for OG. We'll see if they actually have answers for it this game, if the Kez is sufficient, or if they flown a little too close to the sun, got a little cocky, and they're going to pay for
Nakita
it.
niya sa bottom. Ay, puta, nababakdor.
Because I feel one thing to note as well, I mean, maybe I'm missing the interaction completely, but isn't Shadow Demon pretty good against Kez? Because if you get the shard online, you have that cleanse that you're able to put on whoever Kez is going on, and a large bit of the Kez's damage does come out from these kind of
Okay,
all this stuff that
pinagtatluan
he's
dito
putting on you,
si
just blocking
Satanic,
these bashes and
bata,
crits. Bottom lane, we're going to see the Kez get dove and dunked here.
Atin ang first blood. Okay, pwede na bumaba. Rico. Nagtipi ka ba? Nagtipi ka ba? Dalawa. 2-0.
Making use of these early twin gate plays and punishing you hard.
Live to, pre. Live to. Sino ba makita? Wala kayong tiwala sa akin. Oh, live yan, pre. Live yan. Live yan, guys.
Okay, well, that was the bit.
Okay, binigyan tong axe. Okay, bagsak. Okay lang, atin first blood. Yun lang naman yung halaga ng energy ball natin eh. First blood eh.
You can see the difference in support heroes.
Saan live, boss? Live to sa...
Sort of the
Live to sa YouTube. Ito naka-live to, pre. Live to sa YouTube. Ito nakikita nyo. Ano to, stream to ng YouTube. Ng ESL.
With 9-class heroes. He's known for that, but Coddle, the hero is just
Ba't
an
nakatagilid?
absolute bot in that early game.
Kasi pina-full screen nila. Gusto nila nakikita ng buo, pre.
He will get his 6 very quickly, but it's another
bababa ko pala yung mukha ko, no? Bababa ko yung mukha ko para nakikita niyo yung pera. Kaya nakatagilid. First time ko mag-support sa Dota dahil sa 4 na Bisaya. Kapangyarihan ng apat na Bisaya. Nice one, nice one.
He wants to try and contest
In
it,
behalf
but
of OG,
Wisdom has the
nagpapasalamat
cooldown
ako sa
coming out to
suporta mo.
TM over the side.
Baba ko yung
No
mukha
one
ko para
trying to
nakikita niyo yung
chase
pera.
Chen out. DM, can he survive against these two? He's getting very, very low.
Para nakikita niyo yung pera, baba ko yung mukha ko. Face value lang naman ang halaga ko dito. Okay, OG. OG, may nangyayari na pala. Habang binababa ko mukha ko, patay na courier na mukhang... Ah, Natsumi! Okay lang, patay si Natsumi. Okay lang. Nakuha ba natin XP? Nakuha natin XP. Hindi rin natin nakuha XP. Wala, tumulong sila sa bottom eh. Anong gagawin? Anong gagawin? Ganun talaga ang buhay, pre. Hindi mo pwedeng makuha lahat ng gusto mo.
What just happened? Is it a mind virus? Something in the water?
Sakit pala nung ginagawa ko.
What just happened?
I mean, understandably, right?
Boss,
In that situation, I guess Natsumi, he really wanted
ano
to
na
try and
score?
help
Ang
get the
score
kill,
po ay
and also
4-4.
maybe get away from the backup that was coming in,
Tinull
but
screen ko na nga
he just
para
had to stay
makita
there
nyo.
for like 0.1 more seconds,
Wala
and he
pa,
had the wisdom.
wala akong alam sa Dota.
Little
ML,
time, like
HOM lang.
little time.
Ang sakit sa leg,
That
pre.
was crazy.
Oh, live to, pre.
And a
Naka-live
huge
to, pre.
swing in
Live.
the way of Parivision.
Live and na live tayo, pre.
This top lane was going horrendous, but no one gets
Lamang
so
sa
much
gold
off
si
the pitch.
paring
A couple
Nico
of
at
kills.
the bottom
Total.
with
On his way to
4,300
level
gold.
7 at this point.
Oh yeah, after that.
Oy, pinagagawan. Gustong tikman to si paring Satanic. Wag, bata pa yan. Tatlo yan. Back. Iba rin ang kakaiba rin ang instincts nito ni paring Nico eh. Oh.
Ready to get the ball
Ilang beses
rolling.
ko na nakikita yun, biglang nagda-dagger out, biglang ano.
Obvious, though.
Galing instincts
Apparently
nito.
it's not.
Yan o. Kaso hindi.
Walking into this.
Naubos yung instincts niya dun, pre. Ganun talaga. Yun. Oh, ganda ng disrupt. Ganda ng disrupt to, palubog nun. Sabay, nandito na si parang Yopaj. Yopaj is my idol. Toss to save his friend,
Nice
Nico.
defensive move there from
Okay.
Yopaj, keeps Nico safe. They can run away.
That was so high skill from Tim's, the way he walks
Medyo
in the
kukuha
disruption,
sila dito
immediately
ng
turns
stocks.
and walks
Meron sila
away.
mga nakitang
He gives
mga
the
ano,
perfect
mga
timing. He
mukhang
knows he
pera.
can dodge the blast.
Amin
Waits
yan
that
eh.
polar timing.
Pero okay lang yan.
Really
Yun na.
well
Yun
played,
na.
OG.
Mukhang
I'm
kailangan nyo.
shocked in no
Alamang po
time
dito ng gold ay 1,000 for OG. Lamang tayo ng gold. Boss,
And he's gonna
bagong
go for the
update
Death
ng
Note
map yan.
mechanics,
Yes, boss. Yung
Saying to Ame,
nabago lang
"Nah,
yung
you picked the
runes.
wrong read on
Yung
this hero. He needs to be aggressive. He needs to be
XP
joining those
runes.
fights." Maybe he's just
Nabago
picked
lang
the
ng
last
pwesto.
pick
Yun lang
of
naman
Ice in
naman
the
nabago.
range.
He's had
The
enough
rest,
hitting the creep.
same old.
Let me play, guys. I'm buying a Desto. Whether you
Okay,
like it or
si
not,
parang
I'm gonna
Scam
be a part of
nanggugulo
this
lang
game.
dito rin ng
And I can respect that, 'cause I
stocks.
feel like
May stocks
a lot
din
of
dito
these
ang kalaban.
situations we've seen in the
Kita
matchup
talaga ng
against
center
OG,
eh.
when you decide
Yung
to
center
play the
yung ano,
farm game
yung...
against their gyro,
Yan, nakikita nyo sa
gyro normally
mapa.
comes out on top.
Sa screen.
Bottom lane's
Parang
got
teams, pinalubog.
finding himself
Pinalubog.
a
Takbo
nice
na parang
solo
teams.
kill there against Tim. He
Woo!
won't have
Nice
quite
one.
enough as Tim's is able to
Hindi
walk
man lang ako
away.
nagduda parang.
But yeah, I think this sort of
Boss, paano
much
ka
speaks to how
alis,
much
paano ka
Parivision
alisin sa
want to
screen?
play this out a lot different to how they
Grabe ka
try to
naman,
go
pre.
down the game
I-face
on Bridge.
value mo man lang ako.
Definitely.
Nanonood ka na nga lang eh.
So, in base, TP's mid. Doesn't
Masakit-
have any points in the
masakit
call,
ba ako
but
sa
he's the
mata?
play run. He's super farm. Top
Ano,
network.
nakakasakit ka naman, pre.
Gonna try
Paano
and
daw
go
ako
back towards him,
alisin
but
sa
since the blade mails off, they don't want to chase
Hanap na to.
up into the high ground.
Bukulo ko.
Towards him, they will
Paring
manage to
Nico,
secure the
medyo
ring for themselves.
naagwa tayo. May dagger na pa tayo, paring
No
Nico. Wala pa. Si paring 9 glass, medyo nanggugulo lang dito. Gahanap lang ng maganda pwesto. Slardar. Highest gold lead na natin yung Ibon ni Satanic. Napa-ulti dito sa top. Medyo back lang yung courier na mukhang hero. Okay, gusto nilang bigyan tong bottom. Si Tims. Si parang Tims nakalati ang buhay. Nilagyan ng hunger. Gutumin ka. Hunger. 9 class. Wala, hinir ng warlock. Wala yan. Buhay yan.
Lot of pressure coming in from Parivision.
Palitin mo mukha mo, boss. Di makita dalawang support sa pera. Bihira
I
naman
don't know if I
dito.
see them defending this.
Doon na lang ako sa kabilang dulo. Doon na lang ako sa kabilang dulo. Tinataboy nyo. Ganito palang feeling na itaboy. Doon na lang ako sa dulo, pre. Oh, yan. Okay na. May reklamo pa kayo. Ang bihira naman kayo eh. Tol, manood ka na lang. Ano ba, nakikinood ka na lang eh. Nagpa-practice ako mag-commentator, pre. Malay
It's
mo
a good
naman.
read though. I
Malay
think
mo naman.
it's great that they don't fight this. I think it would have gone very badly. This Coddle is sort of at
Okay,
his
si
peak right
paring
now.
Centaur, nangangarap ng
You
dagger.
don't want to overextend into that.
Si Slardar ganun
The
din.
Rock also online.
He's aiming
Warlock,
also
he's
for
eating
dagger.
this
Ayun, dagger na. Dagger na si paring Slardar.
Yeah, he's ready to go then. So they got the smoke, they do. They're ready to smoke up here, probably Parivision.
book. The blink is
Baka,
flying.
Caster.
He wants
Ano
to
ba
use this,
sinabi ko?
wants to get involved.
Ano ba sinabi
Once
ko?
you have that 6
Crusader?
Warlock,
Ano ba
it
sabi
feels
ko?
really bad if you're sitting around and not doing anything.
Limutan ko
There
na.
was
Ano
so
ba
much
sabi ko?
about using that ultimate off cooldown, and right now,
Ano, dami
He ate the book a
nanonood.
while
Wala
ago,
talaga
and they've not
nagla-live
done
sa
it.
They
TikTok.
didn't immediately
Wala
go for the
nagla-live
smoke
sa
play.
TikTok
They
ng
sort of
ano.
split up.
Pag
I mean, as
natalo
you said,
tong
surely
OG,
no one wants
may
to go with
pang
this blink
bar
reveal.
today.
yeah, this is a bit surprising.
Ay,
I
may
guess they're
pang
playing
bar
for the
today,
room, but
ah.
they don't even have a
Mag-send
bottle,
ka
so
ng
it
gift.
matters that much.
Pang
No,
bar
but no one's
today.
just gonna show
Unahin
himself
mo pa
mid,
yung
so
bar.
this blink's
Tumulong
not
ka na
gonna
lang
come
sa
as a
akin.
surprise.
DM even walking
Sakit
in.
na lang
And it's
muna.
just an invis
Ayoko
room,
na
so
nga,
not really a
tatahimik
crazy
na nga
one to
lang
make
ako.
a move with. Now they'll probably go for the smoke, but you've got to
Dami
imagine, right?
nanonood.
OG's going to be expecting this, right?
Paltan
I would
yung
have to
aso
think
sa
so.
screen.
You can see Yopaj, he's
Wala naman
blocking
to
the mid wave. He's gonna toss it.
Yan
throw a
naman
tree
tayo,
at it,
200. Yung 200
and
na
go
yan,
running off to the
yung
side. They
200 na
definitely know
nanonood na
something's
yan,
coming. Will they
50
catch
dyan,
Nico
hater ko.
anyway, though?
Now it looks like they might. Nico is getting
Ah,
tempted
sakit sa
to
lalamunan.
finish off the wave.
Okay, mabibigyan pa si Nico, pinasok ng 4. Sa Tanic, ang kunat naman, nilahat na. Anong yun? Sa isa lang! Sa isa lang, pre!
Sort of aware someone was going down, Nico. He sort of pushed.
Pero lamang pa rin tayo sa gold. 1k gold lead pa rin tayo, guys. Oo na naman stack. Huwag na kayo
You can see
mag-stack.
Parivision really focusing,
Nang
putting
yan.
pressure on this triangle, not letting them
I-stack,
get
tas
the stacks
binibigay
up,
nyo lang.
not letting them play SD Dota.
Yopaj is my idol. Ang sunod na target ng mga to, umulti si Centaur, papasukin na Centaur. Avalanche to prevent this. Walang mana, wala na, laglag na. Binista mo na. Kuha ka na ng St. Peter.
From OG immediately getting punished by that move. I mean, I guess
Akala
there's
mo
one thing, you know,
mananahimik na lang. Akala ko mananahimik.
not sort of reading the move that they were coming for you on that
Laglagan
bottom lane,
to, bro.
but maybe Yopaj should have
Kala
been
ko,
able to
Kuya
sense that
Wayne.
they would have likely
Kala ko
swung
nga
back
din
over
eh.
to the mid. He was
Okay,
pushing
they're
out a little
going
too
for
far.
mid lane.
These are not kills you want to be giving
At
up.
the same time, they are
Big
going,
difference
OG
between
is
this game and
going
last
for
game is
top
Panic
lane and
is
they
involved in
succeeded.
these
Both
fights.
team
At both
succeeded
of these towers they take, at both
conquering
of these
towers
kills
and
they
everything,
get,
bro.
He's showing up, he's having an impact. Giving DM
Lamang tayo
time
sa
to
tower.
recover, right? Your
Hindi,
offlaner has
lamang
no
kalaban.
game,
Lamang
and you're gonna
kalaban.
need to pick up some of the
Bottom,
slack
they have
on that
mid and
cast, and he's
bottom.
doing that.
Yeah, so what the Deso coming out to him right now. So really solid timings here across the board from Parivision.
Okay.
It's absolutely going to give them
Mag-ano
much
sila,
better of a
magko-contest
chance
ng
of
runes.
tackling
XP
OG
rune.
in these early to mid game fights.
They'll try.
This
Blade
smoke
Mill na
is
sa parang Nico.
bold.
We'll see if this time they stick around and pick up the wisdom.
On the way yung dagger.
Should be able to, because at the moment, nobody from Parivision is heading over for the 14.
Okay,
But they're
wala
all just
din
going
kukuha
for
sa boto.
the trade on the other side of the map.
Palitan lang. Palitan lang.
So they
Swap
will
lang
just
to.
get the 1-for-1.
1 is to 1.
Kick off.
This axe is definitely not that useful right now. He's
Score
gonna get
nila.
the blink.
Anong standing? Ano pre? 1-0. OG has favor of OG. Panalo kaninang OG.
And they've got the Stampede to reset. They've got the Rock to turn things around. They've got more tools than they did last game, and those auras
Sa
are
map
on the
mo,
way. So
ilagay mukha mo, boss. Wag na,
OG's
okay
gonna
na
need to
yan.
lock in a little bit more than they had to last
Medyo
game.
mababa nga pala. Medyo itas
They
natin.
continue to steal
Wait
the
lang.
enemy triangle. This is
Wait lang
definitely
ngayon. Medyo
awkward
itatas ko,
for
hindi
Axe
kita
and
yung
Shadow Demon. These
mukha ng mga
heroes
players.
like to play around their side of the
Kaya
map in
map.
some ways and defend
Okay na
these
ba?
camps.
Yan,
Unless they're in
tignan
a
ko yung
position where they
live.
can go super aggressive.
Na-adjust ko eh. Ngayon ko lang ito ginawa,
Against
pre,
Coddle,
pagla-live nito
going
eh.
too deep, not
Pasensya
an
na kayo.
option. Solarbind will own you, so
Ayan,
it's all about
okay
the
na yan.
formation, that structure.
Taas
Being
ko rin
broken
yung
a
mukha
little
ko.
bit by Parivision's
Taas
aggressive
ko rin
moves.
yung mukha ko. Nakikinood na lang kayo. Tiisin nyo na yung mukha ko, guys, ha. Tiisin nyo na yung mukha ko.
Change of
Okay.
angle that they wanted to try here against
We are
OG in
seeing
game
some
2 work out
actions
that
dito.
much better
Nag-smoke ang
than
Parivision.
they tried to turn up with in game 1.
Okay, sinong unang makikita? Sinong unang makikita? Si
On the
Chen.
hunt.
Okay, paalam Chen.
Scam air in the jungle.
Lamang ng kalaban 1,000. Punyemas.
And with that, should be able
Hindi,
to
ang
take
magandang
the tier 1
nakikita ko
tower
naman
top.
sa OG. Kapag lamang ang kalaban
It's
sa
a pretty hefty
umpisa,
rotation, though, with
nakakabawi
all
pa
four
sila.
heroes. They don't leave anyone bottom in the meantime to hold the space. So Nico's gonna run down the
8
lane.
out of
They're
10.
gonna farm elsewhere, and they will get
Nakakabawi
their
pa
triangle
sila,
back,
pre.
so even if they get a kill,
Itatak
they
nyo
get a
yan.
tower. This is not the end of the world for OG.
Kahit
That's
5,000
farming
lamang
the
ng
entire
kalaban,
time.
nakakabawi pa sila. May time lang talagang hindi.
But this is a bad kill to give up.
Okay, si paring Nico binibigyan dito as Lardar.
The call of
Kasama si paring
Prime
Satanic.
But it's a lot
Sa
of
Tanic,
damage
wala
coming
na.
out from these two. He just
Enough
gets
yung
completely
damage.
destroyed over in the river.
Pero binibigyan nila si Keeper of the Light. Nagbaba si Warlock ng mga buwan.
See if he can get
Yopaj,
out with the help
Yopaj
of
is
the
in trouble.
supports, but
Wala na, hindi na
doesn't
kayang
look like they
save.
can save
Yeah,
it.
save.
Maybe with this
Uy, tinos.
12 gives him a
Buhay
bit
pa.
of space.
Buhay pa, pre. Joke lang. Joke
He's not
lang.
getting out of this one. Parivision
Okay lang yan, okay
getting
lang yan,
away
okay
with
lang
these
yan. May
moves.
gyro tayo.
OG not really able to put a stop to them, and now Parivision
Lamang
this
sa
game
pera
too,
dito si paring
they're the ones in
Satanic with
position to head in
8-9,
for an
8-5.
early
Di naman
rush.
nakakalayo dito.
And it
Si
really feels
paring
like the deciding factor in this series so far is who can
Gyro,
be the aggressors,
Natsumi,
who can keep
and
the
they
pace
are
up.
taking Roshan. Feeling ko
Whereas this
hindi na
game
sila
feels like for
magko-contest
OG, this
dito.
Axe is the last pick
Hindi na sila
Axe,
magko-contest dito.
but
Hindi nila kaya.
after a good lane, he feeds that one kill away, dies to a smoke, dies to another gank, and now
Lag.
lag.
Okay.
Okay, apparently it's both teams packet loss, so unlucky.
Packet loss daw, packet
He's
loss.
not had the same impact we saw from his Primal Beast last game.
Pinoy balat. Yes, pre.
Parivision
Pinoy
in
lahat.
a pretty good position
Pinoy
to
lahat
just
at
look for
apat na
this
Bisaya.
growth. I think it's gonna die
Apat na
before they
Bisaya,
get there.
isang Pinoy.
Falling so quickly.
Pero alam ko yung backup nila ibang lugar. Thailand data yung backup nila. Pero yung first 5, yung nakakalaro talaga, yan G daw sabi ni parang Nico. Yung lahat Pinoy. Kamukha mo si Teams. 200 nanonood. Kawawa naman kayo. No? Wala talaga naglalay pala sa TikTok. Sige, sa sunod na laro, pag nanalo yung OG. Alam ko, elimination match to eh. Ang alam ko elimination match to. Lower bracket na to. Oh, lower bracket, elimination match. So, pag natalo OG dito, wala. Laglag. Pero magandang pinapakita ng OG Hindi talaga sila expected na manalo ng mga ganitong games. Ang expected talaga ng taong bayan matalo sila. Masasama ugali ng mga tao eh. Gusto nila talaga yung mga laglagan. Second game to boss, yes po. Boss, Satanic or Skater. Satanic. Ang ganda na pinakita ni Satanic ng TI. Para sa akin Actually, hindi pa ako ganun kabatak na kilala yung mga yan. Sila Natsumi nga, nito ko lang nakilala eh. Yan sila, si Satanic, nakilala ko lang yung last TI. Hindi ako matagal akong tumigil sa pagdodota. Busy ako sa work. Ngayon lang uli ako naisip na, goods mag-dota kaya. Dota kaya ulit ako.
Well, he had a terrible lane.
Kasi yun, nanood ako ng mga TI, tas yun, nagdire-diretso na.
Rough laning capabilities. He is on the road to recovery.
Sino nanalo ng first game? Panalo ang OG. Lamang na lamang tayo, 14k gold lead.
OG.
1k pa rin ang lamang. 1k lang ang lamang. Imagine. Lupit pa rin ang OG mag-farm. Nakaka-control pa rin sila kahit pa paano. Si parang Nico, ewan ko kung pasan to.
Strong timing.
Parang teams, nakakaamoy.
Bump heads with Parivision at any sort of point now.
Yung may mga mapepera dyan, baka naman, send kayo ng roses and flowers and everything. Yung iba dyan, mag-follow naman. Minsan nagla-live ako guys. Pero Arcon lang ako. Arcon 3. Naisip ko lang mag-live at baka nga walang nag-live dito sa TikTok. And yun nga.
This is very much a game of cat and mouse. As OG, team fight right now.
Natsumi with Aghanims na and Crystalist. Okay.
Reach that point where now you have to be in full dodge mode forever.
2,000 na lamang dito, unti-unti nang nakakalayo-layo tong Parivision Parang gusto nila maka-game 3
If Parivision does overextend, they can take a fight, but they need to do it right.
OG talaga tayo dyan, pre. Ewan ko kapag dating ng boxing, talagang Pinoy na Pinoy. Talagang, Pinoy, pre.
One of the trade-offs when you do try and run back a winning strat from first game into second game.
Hindi ko lang ba't ganun Sobrang toxic na mga Pilipino. O mga utulang talaga tayong mga Dota player.
The losing team in game 1 can very much adapt. Parivision certainly have done that so far.
Pag Dota, bobo naman yung mga yan.
They have, but
hindi nyo napapansin.
The way they're comping like this,
wala
I don't know if I agree with it. I feel like you're so much stronger with A's, with BTD, and Kez. You don't need all 5 heroes to take this tower. Like, you can be setting up elsewhere. You can be using
Pero anyways, nakapush na sila dito sa top. Pero 1k ang lead. Buwaba tayo ng konti. Medyo nakakameron ng space dito ang OG. Bottom part.
And it's not that bad because you do get the Tormentor, but OG, they farm a considerable amount. So it's not all that in a bag of chips. Oh boy.
Okay, nakakuha na naman ng Tormentor. Naman ng 2,000 ang kalaban.
I think he maybe could have gotten off if he reacted.
Pro Dota player since 2014.
Tama.
His camera was probably placed somewhere else.
Kailan ba ako? Nagsimula akong Dota, elementary pa lang ako eh. Hindi naman sa pagyayabang. Dota 1. Unang hero ko hindi ko malilimutan ng Ogre. Kasi konti lang naman yung hero dyan na 2 ulo eh. Either Jack hero lang yan. Ogre yung una kong hero na napili. Bibigyan ba nila to? Bigyan nyo na. Ay puta, kakampi pala yun. Puta, bibigyan nyo yung Slardar, kakampi pala. Okay, medyo magko-contest sila dito sa XP rune. Pero feeling ko nakakaamoy dito ng OG, so they will do the same. Naiihina ako.
Happy for you, sorry that happened, but I ain't reading all that type of deal.
Pretty much.
Okay, they will go for bottom lane. Wala, nakaamoy na tong OG. Alam na nila yung ginagawa. So, gagawin nila po, ko-contest din siguro. Hindi, ko-contest sila na mid. Okay, they will contest mid.
It's like Skywrath Mage's
Hindi, sa top.
Ags, I think
Top
it
sila.
was, where
Top
it
sila, mga
upgraded
pre.
every spell or
Oh, and it would
something.
just have the every spell.
Yeah, when you highlighted it,
From the
was like...
Nahirapan ako sa Dota 1, boss. Mordred lang lagi kong gamit.
Yep.
Kilala mo si Little John, boss. Little John, yung flip topper. Okay, nagbibigayan na po dito sa top. Nagko-contest na dito ang Parivision kasi alam naman nila lamang sila. Scam will go down. Okay, TP na yung mga iba nating kasama dito. Si Nico, si parang Nico na iwan. Magpa-farm lang to dito. Manggugulo lang to.
They're very happy with this. It was 3k gold lead maybe 4 or 5 minutes ago.
3k na yung gold lead natin, guys. Maihi lang ako. Maihi na ako. Kaya nyo na yan.
Looks like they may even get to the BKB on Axe.
That's true. I mean, I think this is one of the strengths, right, of this sort of lineup from OG around a gyro. It can play out games two different ways, right? It can run you over, dominate these early to mid-game fights, or if the game needs to slow down, Natsumi, he doesn't mind taking it to the 60th, 70th minute on the gyrocopter. He's ready to play for those sort of, peak timings as well. So there's options for OG how to play this draft out, and I think that's one of the reasons why they'll run it back most of the times that you give them the opportunity to in the draft phase.
It's also just the way that drafting and Dota strategy has moved. You keep running your strat over and over and over again. You force the enemy to beat it. And if they can't beat it, then you ram it over and over until you win the tournament.
Nangyari na, guys.
That's how a lot of teams
Nihi lang ako. Ano nangyari na? Puta, 4,000 na. Okay, bibigyan dito si Natsumi. Si Natsumi na naka-BKB. Normal na Slardar. Buelo si Slardar. Okay, Buelo. Yan, tama. Buelo lang, guys. Okay lang yung ginagawa natin. Parang Nico, papasok ata. Charot. Okay. Daya nila, may kakampi silang courier.
I don't know about this.
Okay, binigyan si parang Yopaj. Bibigyan pa si parang Yopaj. Okay, nag-Yules. Nag-BKB si Satanic. Pinalubog si Yopaj. Bagsak si Teams. Wala, laglag tayo. Mukhang ano to. Hindi, malay mo naman, nabawi. Kagaya na sabi ko. Ang nagagawa talaga ng OG is bumalik. Diyan magaling ang OG. 300 na yung nanonood. Ano mid laner ng HF dati?
I completely agree, and it looks so difficult for OG to take these fights. Parivision is kind of just walking
na si
and
Ana?
they're dancing, kiting,
Si Ana,
trying to
I
find
think
an opening,
iba
but they
na
just
yung
can't
laro ni
find
Ana
it. And
ngayon.
this Axe,
Ang
without
alam
the
ko.
BKB, if he jumps
Parang
in the
napakinggan
Blink
ko
Calls,
sabi ni
he's
Sam.
instantly dead.
Tsaka ni
Surprised he
Note.
didn't go for the aura build without the blink this game. As Tiny's already got the blink, it feels like they need the perfect jump. They need to burst heroes, but Axe Tiny, when you go for these builds,
Medyo malala tayo dito ah. Hindi, isang magandang set lang to ni parang Nico. Medyo wala ko, Nico is is very collective. Kaya natin yan.
Against what OG had.
Tana, 300 na yung nanonood ah. Baka naman. Saan man laki ng flower? Ng rose. Puta, napiyok eh. Mic test.
Looking so much better here in game 2.
Yung grab oh.
And again, just Kez.
Kaya pen. 7,000 lang.
It really fit what they want to play.
Okay, bibigyan na naman natin si Yopaj.
And these kills might continue to roll in. They find
Yopaj. Tulungan niyo si Yopaj. Yopaj. Eternal. Wala na. Laglag na.
They got ways to go through it. Yopaj will not be saved. Another pick off here from Parivision.
Pitas-pitas na tayo ng walang kapalit. Ito na yun, guys.
Pressure on to take this game to the next step. Roshan is up. Parivision, they can
Game 1, Game 2. Game 1, talo po tayo. Panalo tayo, sorry.
Some sort of time to seriously decide.
Lag na naman. Panalo tayo Game 1.
Into the Roche
Bugbog
fight.
sarado.
Or do you just want to split on the map, try and get this farm up, try and get ready to scale for the high ground defense? Which way are you looking?
Tingnan natin kung kung makabawi ngayon dito ang OG. If they can flip this around.
Coming for your base is a tall order, but fighting this Roche might look like Andre the Giant as, I don't know. I think they have to. I think there's just no way. Axe doesn't have BKB yet. He can't do anything in these fights.
Pero kaya to. Wala silang late game. Wala namang kwentang late game yung pre. Yung ibon na yan. Walang kwentang late game yan. May control lang sila kasi dalawang stunner nila, tatlo.
Getting the Roshan.
Pero kaya yan. Inyo na yung Roshan, kailangan nyo yan. 6 na buhay.
Teasing around with the golems just in case someone did appear out of nowhere and try and go for
Ilan na ang lamang? 8,000 na. Fuck.
Nowhere to be found right now.
8,000 na lamang, guys.
Falls into the hands of
Kaya pa ba?
Satanic.
Cross fingers lang, cross fingers. Lahat na, i-cross nyo pre, kahit pa. Ay, naglalag sila. Sila yung naglalagay, hindi ako ah.
Have a Mystic Staff, but he has Nullifier queued up. But even if he was buying Ags, why would he buy Mystic Staff first? And then also keep it in his stash?
Bro, you were confusing the heck out of me. That's not a Mystic Staff.
Naglalag yung live, hindi ako yun ah. Sila yun ah, sa YouTube yan eh. Oh, baka sabihin nyo nagloloko ako. Sa YouTube lang yan pre. YouTube.
It's like the same thing.
Live yan, live.
It's like the same. No. It's a genuine question.
Well, he's pretty getting Axe.
But yeah, like why that one first?
Well, because he hasn't got bottles, so he needs more mana.
He's not using his inventory.
It's...
Ay, ganun ba boss? Game 1 po. Game 2.
Who knows?
Panalo tayong game 1. Race to 3. Alam ko pag natalo na sila dito, laglag na eh. Ang alam ko ah. Lower bracket na sila eh. Ganda ng umpisa nila. Lagi tayong umpisa. Kahit dito, ano tayo eh, 5-1 ang score natin dito. 4-0 nga ata tayo nag-umpisa eh. 4-0 tayo nag-umpisa, tapos yan, naging lower bracket. Nasalo ng isa. Biglang lower bracket.
Other heroes, we got 9 class going to start working on his agonyms.
$1 million ang premyo nito guys. So nasa 58 million pesos yun. Tiba-tiba dito sila Natsumi. Pero alam ko, matik na 1 million na ata ito eh. Hindi, matik na 10 million. Alam ko, pasok na yung 10 million sa banga.
Definitely think it's the right choice. You need.
So pag natapos 2 million na rin na sila, matik.
And look at Tim's.
Matalo manalo. So yan, nanggugulo lang dito yung mga creeps nila. Naaamin nila dun parang no one. Bugsarado itong no one kanina. Ember Spirit ito kanina.
You shoot them, and I hope they die. Because if they don't, we're gonna have some problems.
And it's not a terrible strat. You know, Natsumi as a Sternis Gyro, he can absolutely win these sort of games. He absolutely can. You know, despite the fact that Parivision have this lead, it's not going to be necessarily a walk in the park to close this one down. We've still got to be cautious.
Litan mo konti box ng camera mo, boss. Okay. Sige. Parang nga masyadong malaki siya eh. Litan ka, wait lang.
Raven's Veil.
Wait lang ah.
Satanic's got his eyes on Natsumi. There's the setup for the bash. Natsumi's got anything to do against this. He does not. Like, Kez just eats him up.
That is not a good sign for OG.
Litan ko na mismo.
Knight in shining
para
armor.
sa inyo, guys.
Your fearless leader who...
Basta para sa inyo.
He's now dead.
Naglalag yung live. Live nila yan, pre, naglalag ah. Hindi sa akin yan.
Without their gyro. Is that enough for Parivision to push for the high ground? Do they care about pushing for the high ground? Are they happy to just sort of work towards these next big items?
I think they may just keep
umiiyak na naman ng mga pumusta ng 2-0 sa YouTube. Umiiyak ba sila? Yaman ba sila? Ako masaya na ako kung manalo OG. Kung matalo man lang sila, wala na silang dapat i-prove para sa akin. Kasi ang layo na ng narating nila. Wala talagang umaasa sa kanila. Okay, mabibigyan pa dito yung Ibon. Yung Ibon, papatayin na kalate. Pero nakagaling so kahit bumagsak to panalo pa rin. Pinalubog si paring Teams yung sarili niya. Tinos yung isa. Center pa yung Tinos mo talaga, pre. Yo punch naman. Pili-pili ka naman. Yung malambot-lambot. Ano man. Ay, ang Tinos na yung center eh. Yung courier. Pagkalaki ng buhay niya, no? 3,000. 3,600. Bago ka makatapos diyan ng buhay. Medyo alanganin tayo dito. 11k ang lead. Di na makalabas ang ating mga kumpare sa loob. Panalo nyo OG para may pang Nails girlfriend ko. Pakita.
That is not what Seb and No-Tail want to see. I can tell you that.
Pakilitan pa, bossing. So, parang tinanggal nyo na ako sa screen. Tanggalin ko na lang kaya yung mukha ko.
Parivision really have.
Litan ko pa. Oh, yan. Puta, sobrang liit na ng insan mo na yan. Ayan. Sobrang liit na yan, ha. Magreklamo pa kayo. Ewan ko na lang. Taas ko. Hindi nakikita yung ano. Hawa ko sa inyo.
No one able to solo the Tormentor. Secure that shard for DM. At the same time,
Yan. Hindi tatas-tas ko. Hindi nakikita yung kung ano yung item. Yan, nagkakabigayan na tuloy. Hindi ko na nakita. Uy, Natsumi, bawi tayo. Natsumi. Ina mo ka. Patay mo yung ibon na yan. Walang damage yan. Sa hanggang mid-lane lang yan. Parang si Askar lang yan, pre. Nico, okay. Yan na, humahabol na tayo. Ito na ang gusto ko makita yun. Call, walang kakampi. Nabaksaw tayo ng Centaur. Bagsakin nyo yung Centaur na yan. Tarantado eh. Yan, toko na, nakakabawi na. Gago kayo. Sabi sa inyo magaling ang OG kapag lamang ang kalaban eh. Kapag lamang tayo, natatalo pa tayo eh. Avalanche, buka na mo pinto ng Avalanche. Kumuha ng kahoy. Sayang. Gising na sila, gising na. Nagigising na. 10k ang lead partida. Babawi pa yan, pre. Isa-isa lang. Napatumba na yung Centaur eh. Gano'ng kalaki yung buhay nun. Isa-isa lang yan, pre. 400 na yung nanonood. Ang dami nanonood. Tarantado kayo. Tapos puro mga reklamo yan. Boss, patanggal yung aso sa gilid. Boss, ba't may aso sa gilid? Yan yung mga comment yun eh. Kamukha ka ni Kaloy. Kamukha ka ng kahoy. Ano daw? Kumuha ka ng kahoy. Pasensya na kayo, ang hirap magbasa. Kita nyo yung mukha ko, na ganun. Kasi nakatagilid yung phone ko. Dito lang ako nagbabasa ng comment, guys. Sa phone ko. Kasi wala yung dual screen ko eh. Nasira ako. Yung isa kong monitor. Kaya dito lang ako sa cellphone nagbabasa ng mga comment. Kaya naganon pa ako. Kaya pag napapansin nyo, naganon ako eh.
Minus 500.
Pakihina ng boses. Tana, mahina na nga yung boses ko. Mahina. Malakas ba?
It matters. Natsumi is closing in.
Properties,
slowly but
advance.
surely on the Satanic.
Una kasi 0-0 na naman.
Left.
Tana, mahina na nga yung boses ko.
It'll be pretty close.
Palaksan nyo. Tapos palaksan nyo sa lab. Ano mga to eh.
Against all the heals from Parivision, that is a
palaksan daw yung sa live.
Probably the biggest item they could possibly buy.
Nagpa-practice nga ako mag-caster, pre. Malay mo naman, pre. Nagsisimula naman ng lahat sa yan, nilaksan ko 30% yung sa live. Yan nyo eh.
How would you sort of, what's more impressive?
Hindi. Ba't kayo masusunod? Hindi. 15%. Ako nagla-live. Ako masusunod. Nakikinod na lang kayo eh. Tama. Gusto ko mag-caster. Ako mag-caster. Ba't may ads sa gilid? Boss, sign language ka na. Tayo na siya parang nasa TV Patrol. Yung nagagagano. Gago kayo ah! Mag-practice ka ng pass ng porn. Huwag mo ang porn, pre. Huwag ka iyak. Baduy, patanggal ng video mo, boss. Please. Kaso na mute ka. Ganito ba?
That's probably the reason.
Tarantado kayo. Nako.
They have finished the Shivas.
Mga loko-loko.
Nico has become a support. Scam is the new core now. Says, step aside, buddy. Yep. I played core before, and I'm back to core. I'll show you how it's done.
Absolutely, Scam does have the tendency to get a lot of
bawi pa to. 11,000 lang oh. 11,000
yeah, getting these, look to get these
lamang lang ng 2,000 kay paring si paring Natsumi.
Vlad's is huge. Vlad's
si paring Yopage di na nakahabol. Pero kaya pa yan.
Panic has committed for the MKB.
Patumba nga nila Centaur kanina.
Little bit less than ideal. Won't have this
Deep
attack now, so if he does get kited,
boys mo, boss.
During this initial BKB, Gyro can out-sustain him with the Satanic. That is a fight condition that OG absolutely has.
Ang dami nagko-comment. Wait lang, hindi ko na mabasa. Paldo nga Seb. Boss, pakinggan pakigitna ng mic. Boss, sabi nila yung mga... Tala, hindi ko na nababasa, pre. Una sa lahat, ha? Nakatagilid ako. Binabasa ko yung cellphone ko, patanggal ng pogi sa gilid, nakaka-distract. Nox, thank you. Yung mga gusto kong makita, pre. Hindi yung mga sasabihin, patanggal ng aso sa gilid. Boss, ba't may aso ka sa gilid? Boss, may ads talagang aso sa gilid. Ayun nyo eh. Boss, palitan. Boss, pa-mute. Boss, palaksan ng voice nung live. Tarantado kayo.
To make a move here out on the map.
Naano ko ba kayo?
You gotta be careful with that. You don't want your carry just DCing out in the middle of a fight. That could get
Kamukha mo daw si Myong.
So
Lip
hopefully they're able to sort out whatever problem they do have.
Dami ko pa
before
maging kamukha si
action
Myong pa.
actually kicks off. Otherwise that'll be
Pero nauuso ngayon na yung mga
weird
libre
that
kang
it's
kape
just
kapag kamukha ka nito.
PC
Kapag kamukha ka ng ganito.
IT guy.
yeah, maybe those
Dami nilang dami nilang post.
something out the back of the PC. Something's not
Mga lag.
working. It's not like
Pati
that.
iba naman yung
Everyone else
internet
is weak as hell.
ng
LG is
Globe
fine,
at
they're
ng
still in.
Converge dinala ng mga to.
Connection issues from them.
More
This
power
tournament,
sa inyo.
if
Uy,
you're
thank you,
Parivision-
thank you. Dami na nanonood.
What's going on here? Are you
Pa 500 na tayo. Ito yung pinakamarami ko.
the OG's gonna be
Pinakasunod
coming
kong
out the
pinakamarami,
base? Could be coming
200
out the
plus
base
lang
at
eh.
this sort of time?
Ito yung pinakamarami ko.
Look at the lanes.
Ito lang pala
It looks
makakahakot
like
ng
it.
views.
All three
OG
lanes,
versus
all three.
ano.
Mid and bottom
Next
are
next
pushed
live
in pretty
natin
far.
siguro ano.
And this top lane, no one is currently
Kasunod na
telling
laro
they're
ng
all
OG,
bunched up
magla-live
here on
ulit
this
ako.
hill together. And OG, if you run up into this triangle,
Kadalasan
fight
guys,
is
nagla-live
most
ako
likely
pero
to go
mahina lang po
horrible
ako.
for you.
Arcontrol lang
That's
ako.
the question. Do you think they will? Will they go as
Goal ko
far as to do that
magpa-legend
with the
ngayong
smoke,
buwan
OG?
kaso
I sure
mukhang
hope not.
malabo
I think
eh.
it's gonna be a
Papangit na
complete
nagiging kakampi
disaster
ko
if they
lagi.
run up this hill. There will be buybacks.
Uy, 500 na! Let's go!
Purchase Blinky Light
Let's
on this
go
hill.
guys!
And
500
they
live
can cut your
viewers
BKBs
tayo
with ease,
today.
and then
Ito
you're
yung
gonna
pinakamarami
pay
ko
the price
guys.
after, so
Thank you, thank you.
I would heavily advise do not run up that
Maraming
hill.
salamat at
Just
walang
wanna
nagla-live
hover
sa
on your
TikTok
side and see if it's actually
ng
Parivision
OG versus
that sort of
Parivision.
steps down
Lahat
to the
kayo
river
pumunta
as
sa
such.
akin. Punta kayo sa akin guys.
Also, just ignore this
Lapit
top
pa.
side entirely. You can control your
500, gawin natin
combos.
600 guys.
I guess they don't know Roche is up right.
600
I was gonna say,
natin.
what happened if
600.
fashion smoke into Roche rather than smoke into getting
Ano
a kill?
nangyayari?
Is he just always way too
Uy,
risky?
pakita yung
to
item.
sort of just go for that play off
Babasa
the back
ako.
of the smoke, just to
Wah,
brute force
inang
the Roshan
tong
without
nagla-live.
kind of setting up, you know, some sort of favorable action on the map first.
I think it
Uy,
depends
konti na
on
lang
what
lang
level
ano.
of desperate you
Hindi,
are.
11,000 pa rin
they're
talaga.
quite that desperate. to
Ang laki
just
nung
run, 'cause if
pera
you
nung
do
ano,
it,
nung mid.
And they find you, you're
Ang
all
mid
dead
nila
and
is
the game's over.
Lardar.
So it is a
2,000.
very much we get
Si
the aim is
Axe
cool,
pa lang walang
or
pera
we
si paring
instantly
Nico.
over.
Do 12 mil.
It's a quite-
Mas may
quite
pera
the
pa yung
game.
Keeper of the Light.
It's like the
Keeper of
game
the Light nila
choice
yung support
equivalent
eh.
of a rapier.
Okay lang yan,
Maybe
bakit,
we'll see one of
bakit?
those, although
Kaya
I
pa
assume
yun.
we might have some PTSD with the rapier.
Let's go, Nico.
True.
Cheer
But
natin
this
si
could
Nico guys,
indeed be
kaya yan.
kind of
Boss,
setting
ba't
up to be a
na
game
piyok
where that might be
yung
required
aso?
on the gyro.
It's a good
Sino,
rapier game.
sino lamang sa wins? OG pre,
Mechanic, he's
best
got
of 3
flags.
games,
Yep.
The supports die
1
very
game ang OG.
quickly.
Yan, nag-explain si
Guys is gonna
Tropa.
man-fight him.
Oh, pagpasok natin
There's
sa
not
kanto,
that many
liliko ka ng
disables
kaliwa.
for Parivision.
May puno
Heavy
ng
discussions
mangga,
going on
liko
here.
ka doon.
If he is
Tapos, hindi
straight
pa
up doing
doon.
an essay,
Doon sa may puno ng, yung sa may hardware store ni Kadodong, doon ka liliko ng kaliwa naman. Oh, di ba? Galing kong
well,
mag-ano,
he's speaking
magdab.
Russian, so I don't think it would help much.
Well, I thought
Tagal.
Parivision could speak English though for the comp.
Yeah, but I think that was with the Steam.
Nangangamoy game 3 to, pero hindi, kaya pa to,
Because
kaya pa
the
to.
whole idea was they spoke English because then they would be less likely
Disconnected
to kind
pala si ano,
of
si
overuse
parang
words,
ano,
like it would
Natsumi.
help them lock in on the Dota.
May puno ng saging. Tapos bembang. Hindi naman ako Bisaya, boy.
Okay.
Bakit? Ba't kayo natawa? Ano meron? Next slide mo, boss, versus Sarah.
We can't liberate that, yeah. I'm not
Hawig
that-
ni
I
Amna si
can barely speak English.
Natipus. Grabe naman. Pag 600 views, papatanggal
Back in. Let's see
yung
where they
aso
go.
sa gate.
Okay.
Sige, pag naka 600 views, aalis ako. Mahayop kayo. Ano score? Score po is 1-0 in favor of
How far
OG.
do they go for this?
Panalo tayo kanina ng game
They're
1.
doing it here.
Okay, pumapasok na dito ang OG. Bibigyan dito. Center ang inuna. Ito na naman ang tumira sa kanila, pre. OG. Natsumi. Oh, wala kalaban-laban yung ano. Yung
OG though, Tim's caught by the clutch of no one.
laglag na naman.
Oh, they didn't want to do that, but they did go and do that, Quinn.
Alam mo kahinaan ng OG?
Yeah.
Center. Yung tumalo sa kanila nung nakaraan, Center eh. Binorburst nila, Center eh. Gustong-gusto nilang, ewan ko, gigil na gigil sila sa Center. Last time, ganyan din yung ginawa nila, Center. Kay ano, yung, kay Amar. Puta, Center.
No, that was...
Tas nabuhay pa. Buti ko namatay. Buhay! Buhay yung Center. Ay, na gustong-gusto nilang, ewan ko, gigil, eh no, gigil na gigil sila din sa Center. Basta may makita Center. Ay na, lakad matatag. Yun. Laglag si Tiny. Yopaj is my idol. Oh, nasa loob ng ano, ng... Wala. Wala nagawa. Slardar, gilid-gilid lang. Sabay stun, normalin. Axe, laglag, tira. Feeling ko yun ang kainaan ng OG pre Center. Iba nila next game. Lahat ng game nila, iba na lang nila Center. Laging pag may Center, yun ang binoburst nila.
Yeah.
Not the time or the place for it.
Siyempre may kasama yung...
That is a painful misplay there from OG.
Wala na,
Yeah,
19k
that is
na
gonna
yung gold
cost
lead.
them. It went from
It was
You know,
10k to like nearly 20k now.
yeah. That's the old
Mali ka,
double
yung
Ruski. That's a rough one.
Lex lang
You do
nagdala
not
ng
like
laro.
the network
Iba
to get
talaga
doubled.
pag mid-slardar.
Not
Paboritong
within
ulam
literally a
siguro
matter of
ni
minutes.
siguro Century Tuna.
And the items after that gonna
Ay
flurry
nako.
out for
Ewan ko ba?
Parivision.
Gigil na gigil
Got
sila
the
sa Centaur.
Aghanims
Siguro
here
dahil
for
ng
no
bagong
one.
skin.
And
Pero hindi, wala namang
they're getting
ganyang skin
very
si
close
Amar
towards
nun eh.
Say
Ewan
Tank
ko
being able
bakit.
to pick up his
Nung
next
last
one.
time
He'll
ganun
start
din
working
eh.
on the Swift Blink or the
Okay
Snake
sana
Tank.
yung laro nila nung si Natsumi
High
naka
ground push
Lash
is gonna
Rock.
be coming in soon. We'll see if OG fares
Okay,
a little bit better on the
nakakamayo last
defensive.
clash na to guys.
Because on the offensive,
Pagkatalo pa
it
tayo
did
dito
not
sa
work
clash,
out.
wala na.
I think down 20k
Hirap
in
na
their
to.
base, they're way stronger than they are on that hill.
Tos.
Down 10K.
Tos! Oh!
Yo, Paj.
Oh! Yan, Tos! Centaur na naman! Pre! Centaur na naman! Centaur na naman na, Tos! Ah, si Opachis may idol sa gitna. Yung Ibon humihiwa sa gitna din. Walang tinama, naka-Yules. Slardar, palubugin mo, Slardar. Si Opach! Laglag si Opach. Laglag si, paring teams. Buyback si paring teams. Isa lang ang wala. 4v5 ang magiging laban dito sa Tower 3. Tingnan natin kung madedepend nila.
Got a little bit unlucky there.
Tingnan natin.
20k gold is not
Natsumi
easy to
ang una
come out.
mabibigyan. Normal lang dito. Pumasok na si Satanic. Si Satanic! Bumagsak si Satanic, pre! Loading! Wala, laglag. Normal mo. Back tayo ng konti. Okay na. Bigay mo ng tower. Hintayin nyo yung axe. Okay lang yan. Bigay nyo na yan. Hintayin nyo yung axe. Hintayin nyo yung tiny. 20 seconds.
Focus their efforts on towards the objectives. They take the tier 3 down. The rack starting to fall. Natsumi having to be
Maganda yung pwestuhan. Wala, patay si Natsumi. Wala ng BKB. Nilubog. Pinasakay. Okay.
So OG might
Ang
just be able to
galing
keep
ng
the melee
kalaban.
racks alive. The goal will
Napakadisiplinado,
not finish
pre.
off. The melee racks will survive.
Pagkakas nila kay Natsumi, back sila agad. Talagang disiplinado. Ay na, kung Arkon yun, pre. Nandun na sa well yun. Ay na, kung rank ko. Lakad ba tatawag? Wala kami pakialam. Walang babak sa pamilya ito. Walang skill. Right click. Magra-right click ka.
440. So it takes 440 seconds. How many minutes is that?
That is what?
7 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay.
Good maths, Queen. Don't worry, you'll catch up one day.
26k gold lead. Kaya pa ba to, guys? Kaya pa ba to?
It's not that bad. So honestly, when you keep the racks alive like that, realistically, when's the next push going to come in? Probably not for at least a couple of minutes.
Kung Herald lang, lahat nakadivine.
Even see another Aegis fight. It might heal the full HP.
Pero malabo naman yun. 39 minutes divine. Sa Herald. Malabo pa sa tinta ng pusit yun. Wala, 27k gold lead na, guys. Pwede na makapagpatayo ng bahay itong mga to.
He's close as well. He's close.
Malay mo naman, magkamali pa yung kalaban.
Natsumi is ready to do what he can to try and bring back this game against the 27,000.
Magdidivine na naman. Pre, magdidivine na naman si Natsumi. Tawin mo. Manggabi ba? Magdidivine na naman, pre. Nakita ko na to eh. Divine Natsumi, pre. Ngayon ko lang napansin, magdidivine si Gago.
What's a rabbit's house called? Are they like dens? Are they holes? What are they?
Well, you mean out in the wild or in
out in the
as a
wild.
pet?
Magdidivine, pre.
A burrow.
A burrow? He's gonna need to pull an entire burrow.
Pero ang maganda dito sa kay Natsumi ngayon, pre, naka-BKB. Dati na ba siya kasi walang BKB noon na yung Divine. Ngayon, Divine, pre. Mali mo naman, mabaliktad talaga. Mag-crit ng 1,000, no? Bagsak si Keeper of Light. Bagsak si Warlock. Mali mo naman.
I think that could work.
Feeling ko makakabuo na siya. Meron na siyang Sacred Relic eh. 2-4 na lang yung isa eh. Yung Demon Edge.
Parivision holding on.
Okay, nagkakameron dito ng space ang OG. Pero nasa base sila kasi takot sila lumabas. At baka mapitas. Tapos sabi ni Thompson, bobo lang daw magbibihig. Depende naman sa senaryo yun. Kung maganda yung pwesto ni Natsumi nung nag-divine siya dati, panalo yun. Kaso ang pangit ang pwesto niya eh.
So don't make
Divine na
any
ba? Divine na.
mistakes.
BKB na rin
The
to. Si
win
Axe.
is very much
BKB,
in their
Dagger.
sights here at
Wala,
a
tatlo lang
31,000
item.
gold lead.
300 na lang.
And
Ano, huwag ka na mag-buyback. Ano may buyback?
the rapier
Divine!
should be there.
Divine, pre. Ano may
50 gold
buyback?
away
Di mo ano
for
yung buyback.
Natsumi, so they
Makadamage ka na
will
1,000,
have
bawi
that
na
on
yun.
the defense.
Huwag ka na mag-buyback.
I was gonna
Yan,
say, the push is
Divine!
coming. He's gonna get it. So the rapier is
Divine na!
online.
Divine na, guys! Divine na!
Undispellable haze on Slardar now. That's gonna be a
Divine, uy, 500.
that really
Grabe, magsi-600 na.
Kez is going to
Grabe naman, magsi-600 na yung nanonood. Divine na, pre, Divine. Divine na. Yan, tingnan natin mangyayari. Tingnan natin mangyayari. Last, nangangamoy last clash na to eh. Normal. Pasok, Slarda. Pasokin mo. Pasokin po, okay nang ano ko. Mali ka ng pinasok, Kois. Naka-divine yan. Naka-divine yan. Pambansang item ng Herald. Let's go. Normal sa gitna. Tulungan nyo naman. GG yan. Sabi na, GG na. Wala, hindi kinaya. Sakit masyado nung, ang lakas masyado ng sustain. Keeper of light. All one. Okay lang yan, all one. It's now or never, Natsumi. All one, guys.
OG, you might need to change something for the game 3 draft.
They
Running it back
should
from game 1
change
and 2 did
something
not
talaga.
do you any favors. That was a
ano
completely
nga ba
different
dapat
look
ang
than we saw
ginawa
in
nila
first
doon?
game.
No, yeah, Parivision, excellent
Sabi na dapat Mars eh. Mars to si parang Nico, malakas to mag-Mars eh.
Very, very impressive to see. It's just
Sa
sort of
bagay,
the
kilala din
turnaround
naman siya
from-
bilang Axe
from
player talaga.
especially Satanic. So
Pero
this is what
maganda
we
yung
want to see
Mars
from
niya
him. We don't want to see him on an abandon. Something like this, Kez, he pops off. 11-1-7. Phenomenal time here on the carry.
Napastretching si
Saw
Satanic
stuff
ah.
from no one. We saw last game right on the Ember Spirit. Started to have a few mistakes
Wala,
being made.
walang ka-item
Was sort of
si
dying in
ano,
awkward
konti lang
positions.
item ni
This
Axe
game
kanina.
doesn't die at all. 4-0-13 from the mid lane. A 9 class. He did impress us in game 1 with his Coddle, but he came back and he was like, no, I'm going to show them what you can do here with the Coddle support. And it
Okay,
worked out.
all one
Those
ng
last
laban,
few fights
guys.
with the Aghanims, it was that
5
extra
kills
sort of
lang tayo.
factor that OG
Totoo ba
couldn't
yan?
really deal with.
Oo
No, I
nga,
think
5
everybody on
kills lang.
Parivision really stepped up this game. All 5 players, a
Si
considerably
Nine Class,
better
di man lang
performance,
natin
a
napatay.
better draft.
Tsaka si No
On
One.
to game 3.
Absolutely. We're all going to get to see some more Dota here today, which we're all going to be big fans of.
Sayang,
Can't wait for
sayang.
game 3, the deciding game.
Sana Oracle.
It's 1-1 right now.
And a night and day difference from Parivision.
Hindi, wala na rin.
compared to game 1.
Ano, do or die na yun, pre.
Themed
Kung malaglag man yung Divine, alam nilang wala na. Kasi kailangan na lang nila ng Divine kung yan yung clash nyo kung nanalo sila.
I was a little bit skeptical. I saw Nico
Sayang.
getting a handful of dunks on the Axe, and I'm like, why'd
ito,
you let it go through in the last
ito,
phase?
nabigyan
You
nila
knew that
dito
you
eh.
wanted that hero.
Ay, hindi pala.
Well, Parivision knew all right.
Doon pala sa
They
top
knew
yun.
they did not need to
Hindi
be
nila
worried
nabigyan
about
dito
it.
si Satanic. Pero naka-Aegis
in
din
the
naman eh.
hands of
Buhay dun si
Kez.
Satanic.
It's
Ito,
more
kung
of a
nanalo sila
solution
dito.
to take care of OG in
Kanina.
this game number 2.
But it
Sayang.
wasn't just the Kez. There's also like a billion heals.
Wala
behind
silang
him.
napatay dyan.
And it was
Gigil na
also the
gigil
fact
sila
that
sa
OG didn't
Centaur.
have that
Iban nyo na
much
Centaur
damage
next game, tsaka
outside of
hanggang
Blade Mail, Axe,
future
and
events.
Gyro. Like,
Ang
he
ilang
does
niya
good
OG
disable,
niyan.
he repositions
Pag may
heroes, he has
nakikitang
some
Centaur,
burst,
gigil eh.
but he doesn't quite like blast heroes in the same way. You need
Yan
either
o,
a lot of
yan o.
lockdown or a lot of
Sa
damage kill.
to, Centaur.
Even with the insane starting
Centaur, doon ka sa
game
loob.
that Nico had in this game, look at his net worth here in this clip. He's like 3rd from the bottom, which is really not where you want to be. I understand that this hero is still good and it's still playable, but I do really think that in the next couple games we see you have like a lot of heals and auras that will battle each
Wala.
other,
Hindi.
and then you either have
Isang
to
beses lang
out-regen the
ata
other
rin tayo
team,
nanalo sa
or you
Clash.
need to have a hero where you eventually get to cut through.
Elimination.
I think Parivision did that
Elimination
quite
to
well
ang
in
alam
this
ko.
game with like the Slardar Kez.
Wait lang,
Like, they
search
don't
nga
run out
natin.
of damage. If they get to live, they will eventually kill you. So like when it comes to me for like the next game, I'm looking at like more heals, maybe heroes like you that can go up.
League.
You know, Ursa as well. I think Ursa
Yeah.
is very good against
To bracket.
the auras because he will eventually come through.
Bracket tayo.
Yeah, I agree.
More
Yeah,
heals
bro.
and anti-heals.
Yeah.
I think so.
Dream
Or
League
heroes
bracket.
that
Kasi
are
ng bracket. Gusto ko
taking
bracket.
advantage
Ayoko
of
ng
the
mga
fact
kung
that there's,
ano-ano.
like going to be a bunch
Yan.
of heals coming out. I mean, it all stems from Holy Locket.
So OG,
being
ba't zero to?
clearly very broken right now with the way that it's amplifying heals as well as
Oh, natalo
how
tayo
much
sa
it's
Tundra
healing
eh, no?
because it has 5 more
Napunta tayo
charges.
dito sa lower bracket.
So, like,
Zoom in ka
hyper
guys para
carries
makita nyo.
definitely seem like they're going to be
Ah,
very
sabihin nyo,
strong
hindi
in
naman
this
kita,
patch.
boss.
Like heroes who otherwise
Ano itong ads?
these like squishy glass cannons that you're making into like
Sana.
not
Yan, para
glass
kita nyo
cannons,
guys.
essentially.
So dito tayo
I mean,
natalo
it's
nung
interesting.
nakaraan, kaya
It
dito
makes
tayo
me
napunta.
beg
Tapos
the question of, like,
nanalo tayo dito sa
is there gonna be a
Virtus
letter
Pro
patch that comes out
kahapon.
and fixes this? Maybe
Tas
I'm,
ngayon, yan, all
looking
one na.
into this too soon because
All one na to.
I think you're onto something.
Oo,
I mean,
feeling
I
ko
would
pag natalo
actually,
tayo,
because I
walaglag
wanna show
na.
some of the itemization that you're
Top,
talking about.
ano
the
na.
Holy Locket. I have never seen this in Dota.
Tundra, alam ko Tundra yan. Laglag na rin ng Tundra.
Kez, you know, Satanic on this hero.
Extreme
he's very, very
Gaming,
good. Like,
naka-advance
he's
sa
not just
lower
top members, but,
bracket,
just having, like, this freedom and
semifinals.
understanding, you know,
So
you can
Extreme
go in
Gaming
this,
ang
you
mga
can
kalaban
fight,
natin,
like,
mga
just
inchik,
having the
sila
freedom on
ano,
the map, like, where you
sila
can go to
Ame.
get the skill, 'cause this was
Ano,
quite
standings, all
crucial.
one, all
You
one
are
ang
up, but
standings,
just,
pre.
like, having this Aegis, you still have 2 minutes left.
Live
Even
yung
the enemy
pinapanood
carry,
natin.
like, the entire, like,
So
map
ito,
just kind of got shut down. But then
Oo,
the
pag
other
natalo
thing that
tayo,
was
ano,
true,
top
that's what you
top
talked about,
5.
was the double holy
Top
locket.
5 ba?
I haven't
Tundra,
seen this
laglag na eh. Tundra,
Like,
laglag
how can you
na.
like lock it on your 5 and your
Kung ano,
4?
naka 2-0 sa
within
atin,
the
tas
same
nalaglag
just
sila 0 to ng
amplifying the
Extreme.
guys in front of you, and I really do think like this Mac with a holy locket
Team
and
Falcon,
just some
laglag
stuff
na.
with your bros that go in, it's gonna be the name of the game for the
So pasok ang Team Spirit tsaka
maybe even the
Yandex.
entire patch
Sinong
if-
player ng mga
if,
Yandex?
nothing changes, and I'm sure the
Parang di
teams
ko
they
to,
understand
ano.
this, so they need to be talking about the
ito
right things
mga
right
to.
now.
It seems like a bit much,
Yaman na.
you know.
Pero
Like, I
yun,
wonder
pag natalo
if
tayo
we're going
dito,
to
top
have
4,
a lot of
top
these,
5,
like, really
magkano
quick
pera?
games coming
Tayo
out
sa
then,
pera.
because
Tayo sa
one
pera.
team
Nasaan yung mga pera?
gets
Pera, pera,
overwhelming
pera.
heal and overwhelming damage, and then
So
it's just like a
remaining.
numbers game where the other team like virtually cannot do enough damage to kill them,
Top-
and then they're also drafting with some sort of hyper carry. So
Top 4 ito ata.
the team that has the
50,000.
rockets can also push objectives. and
50,000
close out the
ata to.
game.
So,
I mean, it's interesting because it's been a very long time since we've seen a pure healing meta
Yeah, it's been
like
a
that.
while.
50,000
on paper, the
times
solutions
58.
that we should
2.9. Kulang-kulang 3 million makukuha ata nila.
solve these. The AAs and
Ancient
the
apparition,
Dooms.
yeah.
Wait
for
nga,
sure.
naguguluhan
more
ako. Pag
vessels,
natalo
I
sila
imagine.
dito,
Yep, definitely.
Some
so
shitty
matitira na lang
pollen
is
bags.
1, 2,
Potentially.
Maybe more AC
3, 4.
or Shiva's
Top
rushes.
5.
Divas
Top
rushes.
5 pag natalo sila.
Drow Ranger,
Kung matalo
Hypothermia,
sila,
may
makukuha nila ay
Abaddon, innate.
mga 20,000 siguro.
I do feel like we are seeing the prominence of the healing.
Hindi,
but not
14,000
so much
lang
the
eh.
prominence
5
of
to
the
6 eh.
anti-healing as much.
So 14,000 lang, mababa lang makukuha nila dito.
And at the same time, when healing, like in like mass team fighting, like death falling becomes
1,000
strong,
times
the blink stunners
58.
usually
800,000?
because well, you blink stun a guy, suddenly it's like you're initiating for the
Kung
enemy
matalo
team.
sila
They
dito,
just want to be as a ball. They want
papasok
you
sila sa
to go
5th
there,
place
you
eh.
pop a Pavis, you pop a pipe, whatever it is.
Kasi ang matitira,
So, I
apat
do
na
think we
lang.
will see less
Team
of
Yandex,
those, or
Team
at least have to
Spirit,
be less
tsaka
prominent.
kung sino
And
manalo
I
dito,
did like
tapos
the switch
Extreme
up that Pari
Gaming.
went for in
So sa
this-
top
in
5
this
sila
series. They did ban out the
papatak.
Primal Beast. Nico is incredibly good at it. And they put the Slaughter in the mid lane, which
Panoorin nyo na muna
allows
itong
to
mga
get
to.
the teamfight and the aura guy from the offline. So I do think
Another
Pari
10
switch up
minutes
was
to
very
guys.
good in this
Sakit
game.
yung lalamunan ko.
Do OG have to abandon the gyro at this point? Has it been solved? Because they were given free reign. You can have it again. I'm not worried. They showed that Parivision showed that they have a solution for it. Do you go back to relying on it as OG? Because the Wind Ranger is almost guaranteed going to get banned out again. So now if Wind Ranger and gyro are off the menu for Natsume, what's plan C?
Maybe don't let the Slardar through, because Gyro does kind of lose to single target damage. So like pairing a Kez with Slardar means that he can definitely beat that matchup without any worries. And also, amplified damage is usually a counter to heal actually, because rather than say like, okay, we'll just add more damage like a Quap or something, you can say, well, I'm gonna have a hero that increases my whole team's damage by 40%, and that's gonna be more valuable than just increasing your damage by like 1/4 with another damage hero. So somebody like Slardar who can both tempo the game and ensure good carry to carry matchups, if you like remotely draft okay, could also be another solution.
It looked insane with the Kez, I will say that.
Yeah.
That seems like a very good combo. Kind of like the Pango Slardar that people were doing, where you have an early game tempo hero to play around the Slardar amp that is doing all physical damage, but not just like a traditional right-click carry physical damage. It's like Kez has spells and debuffs and non-traditional carry things that are dealing physical damage that let you like abuse it in the early game. Whereas if you have I don't know, Juggernaut Slardar or whatever, it's like this is more of a late game thing, I guess, like with other carries. Whereas with Kez, it's like Kez shows up to the lane, Slardar presses R, Kez
You're
full to
dead.
zeros a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Kez and Ursa to me are like a little bit different in terms of I think they're carries that don't really run out of damage, and I think that seems very good right now with like what teams are playing. And like I have to say that the teams they're playing this like back to back. You're playing into like this massive aura 5-man where you can tell that the enemy team is super strong. So it's absolutely the only things that they're talking about right now as well. Like during this mini break that they do have. So I really expect like some pretty big shift when it comes to the heroes that we'll see in like this upcoming game.
We'll also take a little mini break of ourselves because we've got puzzles to solve and games to watch. Stick around, everyone, and we'll be back with game number 3 of OG versus Parivision. Parivision.
The Night of Fire. The night that Hoodwink lost everything, forced to escape into a corrupted forest, forced to fight treacherous beasts for her own survival, all because of the bottomless greed of others. Now, a life-seeking revenge is all that awaits her. But why? How did this come to be? Find out in Tales from the Lorekeeper, Episode 3, brought to you by DHL.
See anyone working? My bet is they're going to be most of them.
About bloody time.
We did get this asked a lot last time. Do the goats have water? I would have thought it would have been obvious that a guy that carts goats around for a living would know that they need water, especially on hot days. They have lots of water here. It's actually a nice yard because it is quite shaded as well, so they'll be protected somewhat from the heat. They are animals that live outdoors anyway. We gonna do some work, guys? Thank you. Appreciate that. Don't be slacking. Hello. Hello. Oh. You're just stuffed, aren't you? You're just stuffed. You're trying to digest all that. Yeah? Yeah? Oh. Hello. So cute. Frosty is so cute. Little baby. Look guys, I know it's warm today. I know it's warm, so I'm not expecting tons out here today, but if you can just get done what you can, I'd appreciate it. I'm not asking for miracles, but just, you know, do a little bit, have a rest, do a little bit. I will be back here tomorrow. Alright, we are back. This is day 3. I haven't gone all the way in yet, but I'm already blown away by what they've done. Look at this entrance. Check this out. Oh. Wow. That is... Look, they've just pulled it back to sticks. Good thing they got that fencing, temporary fencing there, because that fence is done. I love this. Have a look at that. Up there trying to get more. I am genuinely blown away. I don't know if it shows on camera. It's a bit weird when I've been coming here and seeing it with my own eyes, but like, look, it's all the overgrowth is gone. These have been completely revealed now. We can just so easily drag them out. They were just swamped with grass and weed. Like, look at this. This was under... Actually, I don't even know where this was. They seem to like everything but. They've had a bit of a go at this, but they don't like it. They've left this here. Same thing over there. But they've just absolutely picked everything else. Look how woody everything is. What are you doing down there? Hello? What's up? You alright? I'm fine. Oh, excuse me, mister.
Hindi ko alam ang nangyayari, guys. Nawawala tayo sa live. Wait lang. At nasa kambing yan. Dito yan. Last 3 minutes. 3 minutes for the game.
The buzz of traffic, the bright city lights.
Palitan ko yung pangalan.
Talked
Game
about marriage, who you'd invite.
Hindi ko pwede
We
pala.
talked for
Do or die. Para kita nyo yung title. Ito kayo tanong. Tumba ko kayo eh. Game 3, hindi ko alam kung bakit anong ginagawa ng TikTok, tinatanggal niya. Padalawang beses na to, kinakabahan na nga ako. Baka maban na naman ako. Naban na ako dito dati.
Was it destiny calling?
Mute ko lang to, baka itong nagiging cause eh. Baka yan yung nagiging cause. Mute ko muna. Mamaya ako na lang sila ano yung pag nandiyan na. Pero ano tayo, we are live and alive guys. Game 3, do or die. We are live and alive. Game 3 to guys, game 3. Hindi ko alam kung ano nangyayari sa ano ko sa TikTok. Nawawala yung live ko eh. Kada tapos ng laro. All 1 ang score, all 1. All 1 po ang score. Let's go OG. Tan tan tananan. Let's go OG. OG. Yung sign language eh. Last G tayo. Do or die. Go big or go home. Last 10 seconds. Di ko alam guys, nawawala yung live ko eh. Kanina nawala na naman yung live ko, nag-end bigla. Sabi may violation daw. Nire-report nyo ata ako eh, mga tarantado kayo. Nakikinood na lang kayo, nire-report nyo pa ako. Last G guys. Let's go OG. Chan. Anong music mo?
No, actually, dude, I don't. Yeah, so we had if it's the picture that I think it is.
Wala na kayong sound trip.
McDonald's may be one of the best gamer names I've ever heard.
I know that.
Green
Definitely Zai
Head
had
Dragon.
quite chunky ones.
Jakiro.
I couldn't really tell you who
Tapos
the
si
second
Tim
one was
Sulit
at that time.
ang Dark Seer.
Was McDonald a mid player?
Palubog. Palitaw.
He was.
Binan. Banang
he was all
Mars.
mid. He was
Ano
not that
pipiliin
good.
dito?
What? No way.
No, he had a goated name, but he was not.
Banang Mars,
This guy,
Banang
he's a
Axe.
goat. If
yeah.
he's
Ano
ever
magandang
watching
ano?
this, my boy Jamal, this guy, he
Game
was
na ulit
cooking.
guys. Nawawala yung live ko kada end ng game. Hindi ko alam kung bakit.
RIP McDonald's. And RIP to
Game na ulit. Game
Slark
3, game
Viper
3 guys.
Slaughter and Timbersaw. Because we get into the draft
Pasok
for
na kayo,
game
hindi na ako
number
galit.
3, the decider, the eliminator.
Nawawala yung live ko
between
kanina.
both
Kanina
these
nung natapos
teams
yung
as
laro,
we are
nawala
in
yung live
the
ko.
lower bracket.
Baka sunod
Those
na
teams
ito,
get
mabana
banned.
ako.
Heroes
Yaman
get
na.
banned out by OG and Parivision take out yet again the
Okay,
Natsumi
binan.
Windranger, Primal Beast,
Binan ng
DK,
Goblin
Mars,
Shredder.
and Axe actually gets
Buisit kasi
banned
yan,
out
pure
this
damage
time.
yan. Sakit yan eh.
So, Nico
Slardar,
can't get his
naumay
hands
na
on
sila.
it, but they're
Sentor,
still
iba nyo.
dangling the
Utang na loob,
gyrocopter.
Sentor.
You can have it if you
Lagi
want.
kayong gigil sa
Yeah.
Sentor, guys. Iban nyo na
I still
naman.
think like other heroes that I would very likely
Oo nga, nawawala
would want
live
to
ko,
see
pre.
for
Hindi
the
ko alam kung
teams or
bakit
heroes that they
nawawala
should be
lagi.
thinking about, like all the
Kada
you know,
end,
the
kada
centaurs,
end ng
the
laro
Titan
kanina,
Hunters,
biglang
and
nawala
if you
sa
are looking at one
live
of
eh.
those,
Hindi
teams
ko alam
also
kung
need to
bakit.
respect the Ursa, whether it's with a pick or ban. Same with the Warlock. I think this hero has looked amazing. I guess for Pari that isn't really
Sentor
an
iba
option
nyo,
anymore.
guys. Hindi pa kayo
Unless they did go for the
nakakalata.
twin-headed
Kada may
dragon
Sentor,
man on
tatalunan
+5.
nyo.
You
Yun yung coach nyo sa likod,
that
makinig kayo
Jakiro
dun.
walk, maybe.
Alam nun.
True.
But it's a question of does 9
Kaya
class
kayo natalo sa
want
Tundra
play
nun
the
eh.
Jakiro? I feel
Kay
like if
Amar.
you give him the weird freaky heroes, he'll take those.
Yeah, my
Sentor
I feel like
din
my
ang
bro
tumalo
wants,
sa
he
inyo.
wants something different. He
Yun
wants to
yung
play the
kahinaan
top.
ng OG. Gigil sila sa kabayo.
Connell's been working quite well for them. It'll be
Oh,
3
sinong
games
unang pick
back-to-back,
natin?
though, if they do go back for it.
Enigma Binan.
And Enigma.
Pat nawala
Enigma gets
nawala
banned
hero
out.
nila. Banla tiro nila.
Playing
Oo nga.
against DM?
no. Oo nga eh.
uses it.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's good. He's got a good enigma.
kinuha na nila yung kabayo, guys.
almost certainly
Kinuha na nila. Hindi nila binan. Kinuha nila.
Something
Tama.
that they want
Tama
to do.
yan.
There's
Good job.
Look,
Kunin
yeah,
niyo
it's
yung
definitely
kabayo.
about something.
Okay na,
Like it's
kunin
not
kabayo.
just some
Oo
random
nga,
enigma.
binan na lahat ng
It's
hero,
gonna be
no?
a carry that doesn't have good AoE.
Takot sila sa sa windrunner ni Natsu.
Definitely true. Yeah.
Tsaka sa
they're
DK.
switching up
DK
their
talaga
character
masakit
on the
talaga.
side for sure.
Kunat pa niya na 40 armor yung hype
Or
niya.
maybe they're trying to pretend that they're not switching up their.
I learned from my boy
Ibo na
Kezu
naman,
that
pre.
that's never how it is.
Ibo na
Fluff
naman.
fans don't exist. I
Wala
like to
naman
think
yung
that they
Ibo
do.
na yan.
It's like,
Wala
it's
yung sa late
too
game.
like metagaming.
Hanggang
Like,
mid lang
what you
yan.
want to do if you can think that far ahead.
Makontrol lang, may
is it-
stun lang, wala
they
nang
want
kwenta.
Ursa?
Kita nyo kanina, nabigyan sa top.
They're baiting the
Kahit
Kez
lamang
and
na
they
lamang
wanna
ng
get Ursa
item.
or
Yeah,
something
Wala
like
naman
that.
kasi yan eh,
OG in
nabibigyan
this
yan
phase,
eh.
if you can think that far ahead, you need to
Kapag-
protect
kapag
the next two
na-champuan.
picks that they have coming out, like the 16, 17. So you're like, okay, we're picking this guy. They probably want this. Now I'm countering this with that, and I don't want them to have the counter to what I'm countering them with.
Oh yeah, I'm happy.
MK.
I'm always so
Puta,
happy to
gusto
see
nila
this.
set.
Monkey King position 4.
MK,
Every single time
Jakiro,
9
set
class
ang
plays it
gusto
too,
nila.
at least
Malalaking
lately,
AOE.
he has played it differently. He will go for Yules, he will go for Spirit Vessel. Obviously there was the Dawn build before. I personally believe Meteor Hammer is not bad if they don't have ways
support
of
MK
good
to.
ways of cutting you off the
Pipiliin nila.
trees. There's a lot of tech. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a Holy Locket, sit in the trees and lock it as
He'll still
lock
throw
his
up.
team. But I'm curious how he plays it because
Wala, kinuha yung
you can
center.
also-
Ursa!
okay, so they do go for the Ursa.
Natsumi Ursa. Okay.
Crazy,
Okay,
like, far
I'm
in
seeing
advance
a
ban
good sign na here.
to
Okay.
ban the Enigma.
Okay.
To, you know that you certainly think you're going to get Ursa,
Yeah.
potentially to counter a Kez that Parivision just beat you with. It's like thinking so many levels in
Yeah.
advance from OG.
I do think it's very cool because a lot of the offlaners
Sino pa
that I would
kukunin nila?
want to see, like all the
Warlock?
aura guys, they're
nila
mostly
Warlock?
the melee bros when it comes to the offlane. So if you're Parivision, you need to kind of like look for an in between because it's not easy to play those heroes into the Ursa.
Hindi, kailangan nila
Also, the
stunner,
Centaur is
setter,
gone.
or ano.
I think because they have
Earthshaker,
Monkey, they
may
can kind of get
Earthshaker,
whatever they
Magnus, di ko
want.
pa
because
nakikita
they
dito.
can.
This
Di
hero's
Magnus
gonna
dito eh.
cut the lane regardless.
Pero malay mo
You're
naman,
playing
pero
against
feeling ko
Warlock,
stunner
you're
ang
gonna cut
kailangan
the lane
nila,
because of
stun
that.
pa,
You're
setter.
playing against Ursa, Warlock, like,
Earthshaker
that's a
yan,
very hard
mga
to beat
ganun.
lane. Like all the
Sino
cards
ba?
right
Sun
now
King. Sun King, pwede
are
Sun King.
saying, cut the lane, guys. So
Booker. Setter.
okay, they go for their mid laner instead.
I mean, I do like this. I feel like already when all the
Ang
Dominators
kulang-
came out,
ang
I
kulang
like
sa
the
atin.
Invoker
Anong
coming
kulang
out
sa
more and
atin,
more
guys?
because it's a lot
Kulang
of
sa
times like the
atin.
offlaners that pressure this hero. But if offlaners just build items like for themselves or for their team, they're not really pressuring
Range
you.
hero.
And that's what
Range ang
Invoker
kulang sa
doesn't
atin.
like to play into at the start. He has a
Nagmamaitas ako.
bazillion
Ember.
damage on this hero.
Ember, Binan, kay
They've got
Yopaj.
the stuns as well
Ano
to
bang hero
set
ni
up
Yopaj?
good control.
Ano bang
Even
hero
if
ni
it's,
Yopaj,
like,
guys?
It's gonna make like monkey ulti a lot easier too, because they can do like tornadoes into like monkey ulti into
Yeah.
stun. There's like little setup combos like that. Ice path to layer as well.
Shadow
Those should make
Demon,
their
Centaur,
make everything just
Ursa.
flow a
Ano pa
little bit
maganda?
better.
Now I'm thinking, if you're OG, you probably want to ban Tidehunter.
QOP.
Just because-
QOP.
Oh,
QOP,
that's a
pre,
good ban,
QOP.
actually. Lycan plus Kaz sounds like a pretty crazy combo. I'm just thinking, Invoker comes out. Do you really want to leave in like
O
a good
kaya
Cataclysm
yung-
combo in the
yung
offlane? You know they're
lightning-
gonna cut the
lightning na
lane
panda
anyway,
din.
so I understand Ursa
Boss,
versus
parang
Tide is pretty good
pabor
for Ursa in
sa...
lane.
Yeah.
But in the
Oh.
game, it's just
Hindi,
whatever.
Kaya yan, pre. Ursa yan.
You guys
Ursa
think with, like,
Warlock.
the pieces
Makapagbitaw
today,
lang
these
ng
are
ulti,
really
okay
sharp
na.
play.
Kahit mamatayan,
Yes, one
okay na
dude,
yan.
these are-
Makapagbitaw lang ng ulti.
This one guy.
Laking tulong na yun, tsaka yung fatal bounce.
Artisan puzzles.
Oh, yun.
Artisan
Binan nila yung
puzzles, get it
isang
off,
panda.
that's
Yung
I
Earth
mean, what
Spirit.
else is there?
Let's check out.
The
Pero
offense
feeling ko,
was
ito
getting
yung lightning
extremely
na
slim.
panda.
Yeah.
Kalimutan ko na
You
yung
know
pangalan.
what I would love to see?
Basta yung
Just
lightning
in
na panda.
general,
Yeah.
and I could see DM pulling it out.
Yeah.
Brewmaster.
I was thinking the same.
I think Brew
Feeling
is
ko
a
yung
good
lightning na
hero.
panda yung
You're
pipiliin
kind
nila.
of
Kaya para kay Yopaj.
less
Si
around
Tim,
the
si
split, I
SD,
guess. Well, the split's
si
good too, because you're getting
Scam,
brewed up on all
Warlock.
More about the split now.
on all the
It's good in
brewing.
this game for sure.
Siyempre, si Nico
You're
Centaur.
like a right clicker, and then when you split,
OD.
your pandas
OD,
are
no? Hindi,
also
pangit ang
right
OD.
clickers.
Hindi,
I
pangit,
feel like
pangit. Necro?
Kez can destroy your bruise.
Pero hindi
though.
ko pa nakikita
No, he's got
nag-necro
one
siya.
I'm
anyway.
thinking
Pari.
Si
for
Yopaj kasi
Parivision.
yung last
Oh,
pick.
okay, my bad.
They have a lot of
Yeah,
time.
looks good then.
But I do like it because against Ursa, I think you want like some in between. Like that's why
Pwede
I also
naman,
like the
Centaur
Night
mid.
Stalker ban. That's what Extreme Gaming did yesterday.
That's a good ban. Yeah.
Like when it's hard to like find,
Tiny.
you know, like the
Tiny.
cookie cutter like
Tiny
one-line
kalaban.
heroes. You want something that does
Tiny.
like a
Kailangan
little
pa
bit
nila ng
more. You're like
malupit na
creative. You can give the team
nag-setup.
fight without getting ult by the Ursa. You
Tiny.
don't have to like full commit on the auras.
Tiny?
Is there something else that looks cool? I mean, it
Storm
is a lane
yun,
with the
Storm
monkey, but
Spirit.
You know that they're just
Ember,
gonna,
binana yung
they're
Ember,
gonna split
pre.
the lane. Like Pari don't really lane straight up about ever.
Yeah.
I don't like Doom because there's a Centaur.
Tiny yan, ganyan ang mentality ng mga TA eh. Well, okay, nagwo-work yung Tiny ah. Sige, Tiny tayo.
The Lycan would have been nasty
Yeah,
as well
ano
against
yan.
these two supports that have
Storm
no stuns.
Spirit,
Like
nalimutan
you
ko
just
nga
run them down with
Anday.
the wolves.
Andaing
I don't think
mid
Beast is
center.
the same because you're playing into status resist and saves, and it's not so much about the summons.
Yeah, I mean, I like Brew because it gives you stuff to play through. Like, you also know that OG make moves. Like, I don't want something
Go big or go home na
that
to,
just,
pre.
like, sits in his
Pag
lane and
natalo
does
OG, uwi na to.
Like, don't
Uwi
let
na to
OG
ng
like
Pinas.
have all the free moves. So
Iimbestigahan yung
it would be cool if you're a
DPWH
hero. Sure, you're not gonna
undersecretary
win your
namatay.
lane, but that's, you know, basic.
They're
for,
never
like,
winning the lane right now
exactly.
anyway.
As he
So
plays
just,
the new one,
Iimbestigahan ng
though,
OG.
enough.
Sila mismo mag-iimbestiga.
Yeah, it is a bit different.
The changes read a little moderate, like where to you would.
O kaya, pag natalo sila, hanapin nila yung ano.
It is.
Oh, di ba malalaking AOE yung hanap nila, pre?
Age old. Well, you know, the thing is, you say into Ursa, but I've seen this exact thing where
Puta,
Parivision
tulala na
puts
si
it into
Natsume.
Ursa. And on one hand, Ursa counters it in the game because you can kill the egg, but it shits on Ursa in the lane.
It does.
Now, my
QOP
question
mo na.
is, you're shitting on Ursa in lane who has a
QOP mo
Warlock
na.
backing him up. Is that even possible to do? Is it
QOP,
even possible to beat a
QOP o
Warlock
ano?
plus Ursa
O
lane?
Yes, you can. If
Wala
like
pala
if the lane is
naglalashrak
always
to.
pushed and you have a lot of room to chase, you can. But I feel like Warlock Ursa should be pretty chill in that lane. Okay, so they go for the Lash.
How much lane cuttery is going to be happening?
Not gonna lie, lamang ang kalaban. Pag na late game atin, pag na early nila, lamang sila. Para sa akin, lamang kalaban. Early. Late game lamang tayo.
Like the very heavy like committal at like mid game that you jump in. I wouldn't say that Lash is very good against
Feeling
Phoenix,
ko
but
lang
anything
feeling
that
ko
makes
lamang
it
ang
hard for you to,
kalaban
like,
sa
run in and stand
early.
there.
Kailangan lang nila wag
Phoenix is very
magpa-feed,
good at that. He can
hayaan mo
stop
lang
you,
yung
you have the
tempo.
Sunray, you have the egg later on.
I-grow mo
But I
lang.
will say it's not the easiest Phoenix game when it comes to the mid game. Both Stampede and Ursa are quite good against you.
Yeah, it's gonna be easier for them to disengage from a bad egg or that looks dangerous, or jump in and kill it aggressively if they really want to.
But I guess there's not that much catch for the Invoker. Like if no one can play around like the Centaur Blink that eventually comes out and like the earlier stages of Natsumi's Blink, maybe he can be fine.
But they do have tons of defensive capabilities. On
Kaya,
the OG
walang
side. They
kwenta
do have
naman
Shadow
yung
Demon
9
and,
class.
like, Warlock backing people
Alanganin,
up,
boss.
so
Oo
if
nga,
they, like,
alanganin tayo.
bait out a bad egg, disengage, re-engage again, they might have a really good shot at winning fights.
Wala bang kwenta si 9 class? Grabe naman.
I think I trust
Pero syempre OG tayo, OG.
call for a good Phoenix game, despite being
Energy ball tayo, guys. Energy ball.
Game.
Samahan nyo kasi ako, kaya tayo tinatalo eh. Baba nyo yung cellphone nyo, ilagay nyo sa gilid, ipatong nyo sa baso.
It could be.
Sabay-sabay tayo mag-energy ball, guys.
You could buy it later.
Sabay-sabay tayo mag-energy ball.
Maybe Shiva's Rush is the thing that he's gonna do.
Huwag nating pauwiin sila Natsumi. Diyan muna kayo.
Nasaan
ba sila, Germany?
Yeah, Yules is good for sure as well.
Alright, it's
Kaya yan, walang kwenta.
Game. Loser
Wala
is going to
naman
be eliminated
trash
from
talk.
Dream League Season 27.
Wala,
Winner
boss, TS.
gets a date with Extreme
TS
Gaming.
na.
Let's find out which team it's going to be. With our casters, it's Odie Pixel and Quinn.
Wait lang, mute ko lang. Baka ito yung nagiging dahilan ng, ano ko, ng... Nawawala live ko eh. Kanina, game 1, nawala yung live ko pagkatapos ng game 1. Pagkatapos ng game 2, nawala din yung live ko. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. Sino lamang sa draft? Feeling ko lamang sa draft. Not gonna lie, Parivision. Parivision. Kasi MK, tapos... Ano nga to? May invoker pa. Eh kahit wala ang invoker, nakakatulong yan dahil ng Sunstrike, di ba? Okay, game na. I-unmute ko na sila. Okay, nagkakadigmaan agad dito sa bottom. Nakakapagpalubog agad ng isa. Stun. Wala, negative 1. Okay, okay. Hindi ko na kailangan mga line. Atin agad ang first blood. Sabi sa inyo, guys. First blood, first blood. Nice one, nice one. Maganda, maganda. MK? Satanic, yung hero ni Satanic, yung Kez na yan. Masakit talaga sa early to mid yan. Pero late game, hindi ko nakikita ng galing yan. Late game. Sorry pero wala pa ako nakikita ng Kez na malupit na sa Archon na late game. Pero kapag early to mid game, nakikita ako ng galing. Not gonna lie.
getting farm, the
Okay
kiting,
yan.
whereas
Ate yung
OG,
first blood.
their
Lamang
draft
agad tayo
makes a
sa
lot more
libo.
sense together.
Yo
It's
punch,
just that
kalate
they've
ang
been
buhay nito.
counterpicked by
Nadali
Parivision.
ata to
That's the
kanina.
big question.
Uy, ang ganda naman ng Sunstrike nun. Sakto.
Sunstrike. And yeah, eyes on
Natsumi, bibigyan ba? Mabibigyan ba si Natsumi? Hindi, wag naman. Wag naman bigyan si Natsumi. Agang-aga pa eh. Agang-aga pa pauwi na agad. Yeah, normalin mo lang parang scam. Normal. Huwag mong bigyan. Normalin mo lang. Normalin mo yung ibon. Yan, nalipad. Yan. Ang sisiw yan eh. Follow na kita. Dapat updated ka.
I mean, Invoker's typically considered a counter to the
Reposted.
Lesh. I'm a bit surprised they
Thank
picked
you
the
for
Lesh
reposting
into
and
it.
everything, pre.
It's not the best Lesh game ever.
MK,
It is good with
naghahanap ng
Shadow
ibon.
Demon, and it can
Wala
be
na,
pretty
nakalis
good
na yung
with
ibon,
Warlock
boy.
too. You want
Nakalipad
it's
na.
Magic Damage Bro who goes in, uses the heals.
Pero may
and
tiwala
uses
naman ako kay
Disseminate,
Yopaj
but
na ano na Lesh
it's not good against
Nakita ko na
Invoker,
rin
it's not
ako
good against
mag-Lesh
Phoenix. It's like it's a weird pick.
O, ibigyan
Not
pa si
totally
Nico?
sold on it. The lane
Hindi na
should be
pasabitan yung
fine.
Jakiro?
He's 4
Normal,
trades,
normally ni
8 and 1,
Teams. Normally,
so
normally. Nice one.
roughly even. He's got 3 creeps
Maganda
going in a tower
pinapakita
that
ng
he'll
OG
probably
ngayon.
get.
Ganda.
But
I
definitely
like
not
the
some
confidence.
free
Feeling ko,
Lesh game.
ano sila
And
eh,
the Heroes
confident sila ngayon eh.
Misanthropy facet has also been nerfed, so it's not
Pag
the same
natalo sila,
mega
pick play
burst
sila,
the way
mga
it
sir.
was before.
Piplay sila sa lower bracket.
totally sold on this
Normalin. Sige ba?
So when you look at the overall lineups, do you have a bit more faith in one of them coming into this game 3?
I think if OG can get out of lanes in a reasonable state, I think their draft is better together. But right now they're getting really smacked bottom. And Centaur,
Nice one. Dalawang din ay.
being a part of the game early on,
Lamang
is a
si
big part
Natsumi
of their
sa
draft.
CS.
They gave
10
the accursed
10 CS,
Jakiro
2 denies.
hero.
3
Everyone
denies,
knows the
11
most
CS.
broken laner. They opted to ban the Slaughter instead, and they also keep
Nico,
banning this
galaw-galaw
Viper, so
tayo.
giving this hero,
Kanina,
and it looks like their offense is
namalmaan ka
paying
rin
the
kanina
price
eh.
so far.
Yung axe nito, hindi nakapagpakita ng gilas eh.
Similarities of Parivision's lineup from game 2. We are getting Satanic on the Kez again. Had a fantastic time in that second game. So if they're able to set him up for this free start in the lane, he is going to be warmed up and ready to go for round 2 with the Kez.
As you
can see on the CS, pretty much perfect stuff here from him in the safe lane, thanks to the presence of this Dakalis Jakiro.
Yeah, and you know, we didn't really touch on it too much, but 9 class playing his
Ay,
super annoying Monkey King. The Slark is banned, and he says, you know what? I'm done
Wala
with
pang action.
range
Wala pang
fours.
action
I'm
tayo,
back to
guys.
my melee
Ano
shenanigans.
team mo dyan, boss?
Shenaniganize,
OG
he
tayo,
will.
syempre, pre.
And how good does it
Matalo
look?
manalo,
Like,
OG
can the
tayo.
Monkey King, does it have
Maganda
potential to
yung
be quite
pinakita nila
annoying for
this
some of
year.
these heroes on OG?
Yeah, I think he's
Maganda,
definitely
maganda.
got.
Pag nag-TI sila,
He's got
maganda
to
yung
play
mangyayari.
sneaking gank, especially
Kasi
if his
hindi-
safe lane is going
hindi
so well.
nila
He can TP there and
unexpected
gank.
talaga yung
He
OG
can help
na
his
pure
Phoenix in the
Pinoy.
lane and ensure that
Makakarating
DM has
sa
a good
ganito.
start. And Jakiro can also,
Although
you know, we
may
saw
na-
last
ano
game.
na rin naman,
And the
yung
game
dati,
before,
panahon
OG
nila
being the
Kubo.
ones using the gate. Ducalis,
Si
he's probably
parang
going to be the
Nico,
one with the
medyo
free
low
at the
on
gate
health
this
dito,
game, as
medyo
there's no
nabibigyan.
way this Kaz is going to get pressured.
For sure, yes. Satanic definitely having the setup already to be able to hold his own down here. Nico, relatively low.
Agro-agro lang tayo ng creeps.
Definitely has to be careful in these early levels.
Mid?
Mid,
Mid,
yes.
sino lamang sa mid?
18 and 4
Mid,
against the 16 and
ang
7.
lamang
Very
po
close between the two of
ay
them in the
Sinboa.
laning.
18-4,
Is
16-7
even.
si
But I
parang
think being even favors the Invoker. Is
Yopaj.
he's much happier in a sort of chilling, flat position, whereas Leshrac, he wants in balance. He wants to find these openings to use that Edith to get kills. Because in a static, stale game, I think it can be difficult for OG to fight in this early game. Some great spells from Parivision's heroes. And your Warlock not going to be joining very early, and your Centaur's having a terrible lane.
Just getting completely zoned.
Okay, mabibigyan si Nico. Talagang galit sila sa Centaur. Anong ginawa sa kanila ng Centaur? Lahat sila galit sa Centaur.
Sort of doing what OG was doing against some of the other games coming in these early moves. This time around, it's Parivision making these plays. 9 class heading down.
Si parang teams nagagala. Nangunguha ng creeps. Pinalubog si parang MK. Dinala yung creep sa mid para makalamang-lamang ng XP yung mid. Sinan strike ng isa, boom. Mabibigyan ba? Mabibigyan si parang teams. Normal. Normal,
causing
isa ba?
issues very much here for OG. As they're
Nabigyan
setting up a
naman ng
lot.
XP
I'll
si
tell you
parang
what, so
Yopaj.
far so good for no one. He is not missing a Sunstrike.
Nakuha pa yung
No, he is
Korea.
not, and they're looking at Yopaj here, going up super far. Just be really
Target si
careful.
Yopaj sa gitna.
We'll head the safe way back.
Pinagtatloan, may
TPs coming in,
nagtitipid
but
dito.
still it's going to get zoned out a little bit.
Warlock.
Multiple TPs, in fact, coming in here from OG. They want to make sure that
Parang teams
Parivision
kabubuhay
not get
lang.
away with this. They have the disruption set up. The Boundless Strike comes in. OG, they won't get any kills out of this, but they will at least, of course, keep Yopaj safe and able to stick around for the wave.
One bright spot for OG is that Natsumi is doing very well up top, up 800 net worth on Phoenix, and Phoenix is not a hero that plays particularly
Nadali
well
kasi
from
siya,
behind. Especially against this bear. In the mid game, he can absolutely get his egg eaten alive.
Mabibigyan nata tong MK, pre. Yung MK, binablock ni parang teams. Block lang. Maasim ka. Ay, sorry. Bago nga pala ako magmura. Takot na ako maban, pre. Dati naban ako 7 days dito sa TikTok.
Nico continuing to get punished down here. Only 11 CS at 6 minutes. That is
parang
rough.
Nico, medyo alanganin tayo sa bottom.
That's true.
Lamang na po ng CS ang ibon ni Satani.
Experiences that Nico was having to go through.
Bibigyan na naman to si parang Nico. Bigil na gigil talaga sila sa center.
being the one that did not get a start in the off lane. Top lane,
Natsumi! Natsumi! Isang normal!
Sort of turning, standing his ground, trying to fight back. It won't work out here for Natsumi. It does fall. DM healing up, will survive the tower hits. So 9 class, they might have been able to kill him whilst he was around over in their triangle, but as soon as he's back on the map, he's straight back to making plays.
And DM is going to be 6 soon. That means this top lane is going to get really scary. Jakiro's gating, and Ursa cannot inhabit this area anymore. Lesh is TP. He can do one from base, but it's not that strong of a TP. Phoenix is pretty much unkillable in this egg.
Be careful round here.
Gustong pumush nito na yan, kulit eh.
9 class spots it, I think.
Kaya. May tiwala tayo sa kay Yopaj. Yopaj is my idol.
Scan's been hit though, so OG know that someone was watching from the tree line.
Okay, mabibigyan pa tong Ibon. Stun. Nice stun, nice execution. Normalin.
Nowhere near enough. Satanic's fine and has Ducalis and 9 class by his side.
Bilis ng rotation.
Somehow OG is sort of holding on net worth, but it does feel like they're falling behind in this early game. Leshrac is keeping up with Invoker for the most part.
Okay, si parang teams. Nistan. Patay. Lubog.
Disruption will only buy a little bit of safety for Tims.
Sayang, di inabot si Ibon.
Another kill for Satanic. Again, having this complete free farm in this lane. Getting handed a couple of kills in this laning stage to it.
Okay lang yan. 1,000 lang laman. 1,000 lang.
Parivision lineup. 9 class has been everywhere this game. The support duo of Parivision putting in some heavy work. So they're going to look at this rune. Yopaj will get it. But not without taking some... Oh, okay.
I mean, a lot of damage here with the cold snap on the meatball. Defensive destruction will come into play from Tims. Dive forward for DM. He's ready to go. They can't kill this egg. They've just got to run. And that's not going to be an option for Yopaj. Caught underneath it. 9 class doesn't even end up sticking out. He survives. These early game moves. Just looking that little bit hotter for Parivision this time round.
That's a big TP from DM. Very clutch. Seeing that fight going down. Not sure if he is the one who reads it or someone calls for it, but... A great TP, a big kill, and Leshrac. This is not a game where you can be behind. You have to go to the point first. You really want the Kaya after, but without a BKB in this game, it's hard to see a world where he's not insta-killed.
They go for the dive play. The Sunstrike hit. They have done so much.
Okay. Hindi, kagaya ng sabi ko, 8 out of 10. Basta lang mga kalaban, nananalo ko. Mas natatalo pa nga tayo pag tayo lamang. Kaya. Pag natalo to mga to, ito na mag-iimbestiga dun sa nawawalang fiancé. Sa nawawalang bride. Uwi na to eh. Pag natalo sila eh. Bibigyan na naman. Ganda ng rotate talaga. Likot eh, no?
And this Ursa, yeah, this is old forest. And that means no
rotate
top
na
lane
naman
for
sa top.
him.
Kakapunta lang yan sa mid
Most
eh.
likely until this comes back up. There's no stampede.
Skem tries to clear him out.
Grabe namang
With the
instincts
golem,
yan.
but he's off the mark. And now he might just be dead for this. Satanic's here. Sunstrike's in. Another one for no one. OG, they got to slow things down. Because at the moment, Parivision, they're a step ahead on all fronts.
I'm not sure how they slow things down. Where can they make moves? How can they respond to this pressure from Parivision? Centaur is not joining anything for a long time. And Leshrac, it was the last pick, but I don't know if it's the last pick you want. It just doesn't fight that well against these heroes. You want something mobile, something slippery against these DOTs and slows from Parivision, but a lack of hard lockdown. Lesh is the complete opposite. He hates playing against all this damage over time, all this gunk he has to run into in this game. I worry for Yopaj's ability to actually get involved until he gets that blink dagger at a minimum.
At the least, it will have quite the stacks here for them set up, as we saw there on the numbers. Much more than has what's been done on Parivision's side. Taking a lot of damage though there, Yopaj.
I don't think he can even farm this.
I don't think, yeah, he's not got the mana to clear this.
No, I don't know if
careful.
that one, brother.
Yopaj.
I mean, they need to, obviously. They've got to clear this before Parivision gets some sort of glimpse of this area.
Kapalit naman, mid.
It's a dead mid tower, a top net worth Titanic on a not a Baden. And the pressure is mounting for OG. We've seen them fall multiple times in this spot around the 6th place. It's been the barrier they haven't been able to break yet.
Laro eh, no?
And mid, they're ready to
Top
start
6
diving up
sila.
to tier
Hindi,
2.
top 5 naman sila
Tim's
dito.
is going to come in with a defensive disruption. There's a little bit of
Di
safety
sila
for Scam,
nakakalayo
and
eh,
it
no?
looks to be enough. Scam will survive.
Pero maganda yung pinapakita nila lagi. Lagi silang top, tapos biglang
Gonna be pushing in top in the meantime.
Lagi silang ganun, no? Oo nga, no?
But they're gonna lose bottom tower as well.
Nakakalamang sila
Titanic
sa
pushes the
una,
wave in.
tapos biglang masisiro.
Chatting up down here.
Feeling ko kailangan nila
It's going to be a
magsimba.
crazy Desto timing on the Kez this
Feeling
game.
ko lang.
It is.
Okay, kuha na yung mid
Such a
chabo.
fast start. Doesn't get the last shot on the tower. That little bit of missed efficiency, but still.
Tsaka top,
Desolator, 800 gold away for Satanic
wala
this
pa tayong
game.
nakukuha kahit isa.
DM level 8 with the Vessel in line. He wants to fight. So
Okay na
incredibly
lamang.
strong.
Unti-unti nang umaagwat.
OG is
Ang
doing a good job
Parivision
keeping the
dito.
efficiency up. Only 2k down despite how tough it feels to them to interact with the Parivision heroes. Need to find some timing that allows them to punch back a little bit. Because right now, Parivision can do whatever they want on the map.
Scary times here for OG.
Okay lang yan. Kaya pa yan. OG.
Afford to get caught.
Sa energy ball tayo guys, hanggat hindi nakakalamang tayo sa gold. Dali, 2,000 lang yan. Kaya yan, Natsumi. Energy ball, wala akong pakialam kung mangalay tayo guys. Energy ball to, kaya to, tiwala lang. Energy ball, pagsama-samahin natin ang enerhiya natin, pre. Sabay-sabay tayo magyakapan. As a bro. Walang mali siya. Pero hindi pre, tiwala lang, tiwala. Energy ball pre, kailangan nila ng energy ng Philippines. Dali, kaya natin to guys. Ibaba nyo yung phone nyo, ilagay nyo sa gilid, sabay-sabay tayo magtaas ng kamay. Hanggat di tayo nakakalamang sa gold. 3k na lamang.
I think the hope and the bright spot for OG
Mali
is
ata
that
to, pre.
Parivision's heroes
Mali ata yung gagawin ko.
no
Hindi, tiwala
normal
lang.
blink stuns, no
Hindi ko to ibababa
traditional
hanggat hindi
structured
tayo
lineup. It's
nakakalamang.
not you look at this lineup, Spirit would never pick
3,000
this, right?
lang lamang,
It's very much
3,000
the
lang, oh.
skirmishing, it's tempo.
Isang Eagle
It's
Horn
we
lang
build
yan.
a lead,
Kaya
and we play
yan.
off the fact that we have a
Yan,
gold
bibigyan
advantage
tong
because
boto
our
mo.
heroes are good at this
Masyado
early
kang
game.
maasim ha.
So,
Teams mangunguna.
if OG can
Hindi
win
ko
a fight, they can
nagpapakitang
pull
gilas.
themselves
Kunwari,
back
wala
into
mga
shape a little
nakasmoke
bit.
sa Geddy.
can definitely see them turn things around.
Nang unggoy ka.
And I guess the sort of question is when you're
Tumakbo ka na,
playing
yawa.
against 9 class on his Monkey
Okay,
King.
di nabigyan. Sayang yung
How do
play.
you play against
Pero
him?
okay
How
lang,
do you
50 lang
stop
yun.
him
3k lang
from
naman.
being able to get this kind of vision advantage?
Tiwala
upon
lang
you?
tayo
Do they
kay
have
ano,
tools
Yopaj is my idol.
to prepare
O
themselves for the
bibigyan
fact
tong
that the
bottom,
Monkey King at any
kulang
moment
sila.
could be
Bigyan nyo yung
sort of
ibon na yan.
setting the vision up for
Bigyan nyo yan, bata pa yan eh. Oh, bigyan nyo yan.
Whoa.
Good dodge there for
Solo
Satanic.
That was nice.
Dagger
In
na
an
ba si
ideal world, I
Sento?
think you become
Dagger
strong
na
enough
ba
that
to?
you just don't
Hindi
care that he
dagger.
sees you. You can just push down
Nani.
lanes, you can chat up,
Uy,
and sure,
nag-smoke play
someone's
din.
looking at you, but the guy looking at
Okay,
you does no
4v3
damage.
sa baba. Back na tayo
And
guys.
you don't really
Hindi,
care.
bibigyan
This
nila
is
si
a good
Natsumi.
move. Straight to the top.
Charot. Si Natsumi.
Is
Oo nga, si
the
Natsumi
they're
nga.
going to be ready for this one.
Natsumi play. Okay, ganito pala ginagawa
Doesn't.
nila. No?
Oh, maybe he does know. He doesn't go for the ancients.
Mali na.
Okay.
He knows.
Alam
Let's
nila.
see. Is he going to stick around for both of these
Wala,
camps
ikaw
on the
na
way back, or is he going to keep
Natsumi.
moving?
Natsumi, huwag niya.
He might
Huwag
live
niya.
even if he hits the
Hindi mo
camps.
kailangan
They
yan.
do have the
Huwag niya, umalis ka
stampede.
na dyan.
They have
Umalis
TPs.
ka na dyan. Umalis
See
ka
how
na.
ready they are
Umalis ka
sort of
na.
to press those buttons in response, because Natsumi,
They're trying to chain stun him.
they're getting closer.
Talon.
There's the boundless
Talon. Talon.
into the control. They easily have it.
4,000
No way
na
to
lamang.
get out of that
Kaya
one
nang
at all.
halay pa
Doesn't
nga.
even get the enrage off.
And they were trying to get in range of the boundless strike into the ice path, and they executed perfectly with the silence from Satanic as well.
They're trying to find 9 class.
Oh, it's so annoying. Playing against this crap is the worst.
Ang
Like,
kulit.
leave me
Ang
alone.
kulit nung unggoy, pre.
Hopping on these trees.
Nalay na
It's
ako.
the worst.
4,000 na yung lamang.
You can see how
Hindi,
claustrophobic
kaya yan.
it is
Kaya.
for
Tiwala
OG.
lang guys. Tiwala lang.
They were
Energy.
rushing
Energy.
up there to try to get
Energy
these
for
kills
OG.
because they
O, diba?
just
Rhyme scheme.
desperately want to find
Kaya yan.
something.
Energy
The
for
bottom
OG,
tower
guys.
remains alive
Energy
and
po
all.
lang
It's
yan.
still quite
Energy.
healthy. Parivision, 3 tier 1s
Kita
taken
mo
and
si
3
Force,
tier
oh.
1s
Si
alive for
Nico, yung
themselves.
kamay, oh.
They are
Yopaj.
absolutely in control of this
Yopaj,
game,
tamang
and
focus lang sa goal,
OG just
farm.
left responding constantly.
All of these
Kasalukuyan
three cores of
lamang.
Parivision just
Si
gonna be
Ibo na
scaling
naman.
like
8,000
absolute
gold.
nightmare. You know, this
6,000 lang si
Midas
Natsumi.
fueling this what's going to be a very fast Aghanim's coming as well, the Atos for the Invoker. You know, the fact that DM's got his bots online.
Tagilid kasi live mo, boss. Hindi, gusto kasi, may mga nag-comment kasi, pre, gusto daw nila full screen. Kaya, pinull screen ko na.
And no signs of him being slowed down. We're going to see OG now. Start
Oo
to
nga,
step
no,
out a little bit up top.
Oo nga, no. Kanina nung hindi full screen to, panalo yung OG game 1, pre. Nung tinagilid ko yung live ko, tumagilid din yung laro ng OG. Kung sino man yung nag-request ng i-full screen, ikaw may kasalanan nito, pre, hindi ako. Ikaw nag-request nito eh, ginusto mo yan eh. Sabi mo, full screen, boss, full screen.
A good dodge.
Rotate mo, screen,
could have been
MK.
disastrous.
Balik mo na.
They're gonna try.
Balik ko na ba?
OG and
Balik ko na.
the same wave
Para
line.
manalo
No one
OG.
sniffs it out.
Boss, try mo hindi full
Way
screen.
beforehand, gating back.
Ano, standing boss. All one. Pag natalo OG, uwi na to. Uwi na ng Pinas. Hanapin yung nawawalang bribe. Sakit sa leeg. All one. Oo, boss, all one. Hanggang best of 3 lang to. Yun! Bigyan nyo! Bigyan nyo! Isa. Yun! Nag-connect din! Sa wakas, kumonekta rin ng mga skills nyo, mga hanip kayo. Yun, blood grenade. Okay. 3K, let's go. Ayos na yan, ayos na yan. Nabigyan yung inbukar, ngalay na ako.
Since the nerf, it looks terrible.
Stiff neck, aabutin namin dito, boss.
Just take cryptic nourishment. Holy cow. I worry for this Luscious Impact.
Ngalay na ako.
That
Sige nga, try natin, balik natin. May nag-request kasi, hindi ko naman ginusto yan, pre.
The rest of them ready to go into the Roshan with the Destillator on Satanic. And obviously knowing that
diba?
OG
Lalo tayong bumaliktad.
elsewhere on the map, there's going to be no likelihood of
Ikot nyo na lang ulo nyo, guys.
This Roshan will be theirs, and of course, always brutal to be able to force these early Roshas.
Yan, ganyan yun kanina. Tapos ako, basta nakaganyan lang yan kanina. Tapos may nag-request.
And the Aegis, he will be starting to look similar to that
Tapos
last
ako,
game.
ganyan na lang ako.
Getting a bit of deja vu. This fearsome bird stacking up items.
Tapos ikaw tayo. Gago kayo eh, no?
The best thing they sort of have, I guess, to fall back upon in this game, in that matchup, is the fact that they do have this Ursa.
Tapos ako tagilid lang. Okay ah. Okay ah. Ako,
he's got that BKB.
pangit ka. Pangit ng live. Okay na yung kanan. Balik mo boss. Lala. Ano ba talaga? Tayo na hindi, napaka-undivided natin as a nation. Full na boss. Sige, full na natin. Ang gulo nyo. Ang gulo nyo. Napaka-undivided natin as a person and as a nation. Balik ka dito. Wait lang, rotate natin. Ang gulo naman kasi may mga nagre-request eh.
It's very delicate. It's skillful. It's
tama ba?
This back and forth, very kiting specific style from Parivision. Oh, hello there, brother.
Nico has the stampede, but he's not going to get the chance for it.
Tama na.
Parivision controlling those gates really well. Giving them kill threat on both side lanes, and that means
full screen mo pero other side. Ano ba talaga? Other side sa kabila? Okay na yan. Puta na lang yan. Nagugulo yan. Nagmura na naman ako. Mamaban na naman ako eh. Laban ako dati 7 days eh. Bullying. Wala naman akong binubully. Okay na yan. Sa kabila. Tama na. Kabila. Tama na. Full screen mo na mukha mo. Hindi ko na alam ang gagawin sa inyo, pre. Okay na yan. Naka-charge boss si Rap. Sige, sa kabila tayo. Try natin ha. Try natin. Sige, mapagbigay naman si Chopaeng, pre. Si Chopaeng ba naman eh. Ako ba naman. Wala na akong napanood. Wala na akong nakita. Wait lang, rotate ko rin. Ako, ro-rotate pa ba ako? Wag na, ro-rotate ko na to. Baka sabihin nyo, wag na boss, okay ka na dyan. Kilala ko na kayo eh. Puro kayo si ganun eh. Dito ka, Chopaeng. Yan, dyan ka. Okay na. Puro kayo reklamador. Okay na. Yun, okay. Okay, asa na tayo? 5,000 na lamang. Punyemas na yan. Kanila pa yung
Gives it up.
Tormentor.
Because they know they have
7K.
no business.
7K lead. Punyemas.
Shard for Monkey.
Ano nangyari
Pretty
na?
good. It's a pretty good shard.
9-3,
Even
9-3. Kaya,
more
kaya.
annoying to kill if that was
Ursa.
possible.
Kailan ba tayo binigo ng Ursa, pre? Sa late game. Wala naman yan. MK, support naman yung MK eh. Walang damage yan eh.
He is now omnipresent.
Ibon, wala. Hanggang mid-game lang yan, pre.
Only been able to catch him the once this game.
Kulit ni
Outside of
9
that,
plus.
been pretty much everywhere. 1-1-7 involved in 8 of the 9 kills. We'll see.
Alisin mo na lang mukha mo para ma-full screen.
They get caught by the bound list.
Yun! Yan! Nagkakabigayan na naman dito. Jack Hero, bumugalwak. Oy, mabibigyan. Ibon, patayin niyo yan. Teenager na yan. Teenager yan. Bumelo lang, bumelo lang, bumelo lang. Oy, may ibon, may ibon. So, ayan, kung na-stun ni Nico yun.
He could have got stomped there.
Kung na-stun ni Nico yun, pre.
Could have canceled that dive. They might have killed the Phoenix there.
I mean, I think, yeah, if you're OG, you want to try and poke a little bit more here. You've been able to take
Okay,
the
okay.
Jakiro away.
Counter-attack.
You know
Kagaya nga nasabi ni
Satanic's
Pacquiao.
not in the healthiest of
Happy
positions.
New Year!
HP is low, sure he still has the ages, but this might be
Counter-attack,
that
counter-attack.
little
O,
bit of a
magpapakitang
chance
gilas yung, ano,
for OG
yung
to strike
Ursa
Parivision
bait. Kunwari walang naka-play. Ang kulit ng Ugoy, pre.
But if Satanic's on his own, OG might have the chance to take him out twice.
Okay.
Looks like they're gonna
Gusto nilang tikman tong ibon.
coming back into the game.
Nawala yung ibon. Nawala. Ito na lang. Ito na lang. Bigyan na to. Bigyan na yan. Yan. Puta na buhay. Joke lang, charot. Uy, ang dami nagtitipi. Pang Power Rangers, pre. Okay. MK. Uy, tulong naman, guys. Tulong naman. Tulungan nyo na. Uy, teams. Teams. Wala na. Binigay na nila. Alam na nilang wala na. Kaya?
But it cost him his life.
It's not the worst death ever as your Centaur is pushing down top lane and Ursa's pushing down bottom.
Sayang.
So it's used for efficiency. It's not like they're bringing 5 heroes there and blobbing around. So
Sino po lamang boss? Series. All one ang score. Pag natalo tayo, uwian na to.
So roughly even.
$14,000 nung huli kong check. 5 at 6 is ano, $14,000.
It's stopping them from being able to get away with something like a tier 2 tower.
Yeah. You maintain.
So kulang-kulang 1 million.
Continue to farm up, and if you look at
Kulang-kulang 1 million na makukuha nila kung matalo sila dito. Pero hindi naman yan, pre. Kung manalo sila, kulang-kulang 4 na milyon. Top 4 is $50,000. I-search nyo na lang, times 58. Kulang-kulang 4 na milyon, pre. Natsumi, mabibigyan ba? Hindi, si Warlock ang mabibigyan dito. Babak na si parang Natsumi, dagger, out. Uwi na tayo. Tayo mag-farm. Nice one. Okay na yan, bigay nyo na yan. Yun na yan si Scam. Wala naman yan, taga-ulti lang yan. Taga-fatal bounce lang yan. Yun na yan, pre. 8,000 na lamang ng kalaban. Then, napanood ko na to, guys. Napanood ko na to. Yung lamang yung kalaban.
Forget about the potential of this hero. It can just sort of just destroy most cores in these sort of situations in the fight. If you get that job, this hero will provide the damage
to burst even
the most farm targets.
Definitely can.
600 na yung nanonood. Tarantado ko yun. Dami na.
The BKB online with Shadow Demon to help him out. Warlock having the solo.
Ay, isa pang dahilan kaya dapat may mukha ako. Alam niyo kung bakit. Copyright issues. Oo, tama yun. Copyright issues. Kasi parang nagre-react ako sa live nila, sa video nila. Which is hindi nila pwedeng gawing copyright. Kapag nagre-react ka sa video ng iba, hindi yun copyright issue. So dapat lang na nandyan mukha ko. Kaya wag kayong magreklamo diyan. Mga hayop kayo. Ba't may aso sa gilid? Ba't may ad sa gilid?
With no one showing anywhere else.
Tingnan nyo ha.
Look where it sits, how close to the tier 2 becomes incredibly obvious.
Nagmumura na naman.
Where the
Boss,
smoke is going to.
ingat sa
Parivision
mura
trying to
baka
finish that
di
butterfly,
copyright.
which is going to totally change this matchup.
Oo nga, no.
Between
Oo nga.
Ursa and Kez.
Sorry. Nakalusot nga sa copyright. Naban naman. Naban naman for for bullying.
As well on Phoenix.
Ayoko na.
They are building the anti-Ursa items. Trying to deal with his Natsumi.
Anong anti-Ursa items?
He is the key.
Okay, Shiba na to si Tropa.
OG's comeback here.
BOT.
Only 11-5.
BOT Shiba. This is Yules. Naka-gem na rin para to clear out. Kulit ni 9. Kulit ni 9 class maglaro.
What are you looking towards next? Are you
No one
looking
has
to try
glim.
and accelerate the game, or is it sort of maintain this lead setup for the next Roshan?
I think they'll just be
Bigay
farming
ng slaughter sa
and playing
gilid.
for pickoffs until this next Aegis. No one's ghost walking down bottom. Maybe he walks on a sentry.
Divine na 80
They
talaga.
do kill the lane obs that he was looking towards. So
Bigyan nyo yan, bigyan
yeah,
nyo.
I think they're trying to finish this butterfly, and then at this point, Roche can start spawning in 10 seconds, and then you're like, all right, we're just playing for Roche, guys.
Bigyan nyo, talunan nyo. Talunan nyo. Talunan nyo mag-isa yan. Talunan nyo
Comes
mag-isa
in onto Nico.
Ah, si Lesh.
Being a bit annoying. No real kill threat here.
Ah, si nagpa-farm.
Maybe
Nasa
forcing
taas.
some reactions, scaring OG a little bit, but we continue to farm. Natsumi has the shard. So gets
PC
that extra
gamit ko
bit of
ngayon,
first damage. Can definitely
just
cut through this
yung
Jakiro
monitor.
pretty much instantly.
Patagi.
Maybe even the Invoker and Phoenix if they're not careful. With the
Sorry naman,
butterfly,
boss. Ang daming
Fennec is
naka-cellphone
probably
eh.
off the
Gusto
table.
nila naka-full
But with
screen
a
eh.
chain stun, even him, they've got the Centaur Stomp into the Lesh Stomp. They're not without tools.
And an amplified damage
Yan na.
room ready for the
Another
next fight
smoke play.
here in the bottle for Natsumi.
Okay.
Oh, 9 class.
May nakitang unggoy. May nakitang unggoy. Nakita yung dalawa.
Doesn't want to commit yet with the supernova. They
Ah,
burned the
center
matter
na
of
naman,
Nico.
Nico, hindi mo araw today. Si Natsumi mag-isa lang doon. Walang Shadow Demon, walang tutulong sa kanya. Pero hindi nila bibigyan. Nandiyan na, backup. Nandito na si Chito, nandito na si Nico. Nag-ulti, walang nangyari. Nice stun, Phoenix. Phoenix inabot, Centaur, patay na, Warlock nag-ulti. Naging itlog si Tropa. Talong. Ah, si Natsumi. Huwag nyo ngayon, si Opaj, palubugin mo, nice. Patay, Centaur. Si Natsumi patay.
Parivision clean up. They get the 3 of them. They're not done yet. 9 class closing the gap, setting up with the Yule Scepter, ready for Satanic to claim another triple kill for him. OG, they tried their hardest there to get a fight going, but they just get completely demolished by
Wala.
Parivision.
Hanapin na lang yung bride to be. Magkano yung magkano reward dun sa bride to be? Yun na lang ang gawin natin, OG. Hanapin natin yung bride to be. Wala, it's a GG, I think. 15k gold lead.
Absolute top tier level comes in clutch. The communication, the calls, the structure and consistency. It's not quite
Hindi
there
mahuli
for
ni
OG
Nico ng
yet,
ano,
as
ng tatluan. Isa-isa
they
lang
messed up this
nahuhuli.
team fight, and now with Roche on the horizon, that is not a team fight you want to lose. As Parivision look towards it.
Sayang.
With another
Kaya
Aegis
replay.
on Kez.
Sayang oh.
Oof,
Oh,
that's a rough
hindi
spot to
nahuli
be
yung
in.
tatlo man lang.
Again, you know, Nico very much wanted to keep the fight
Ang ganda
going.
sana oh.
They
Ang
still
ganda
had
sana.
the rock ready to
Ang ganda
drop.
ng fatal bounce.
DM,
May
Supernova
itlog
was
lang,
there.
pre.
It didn't matter. The Satanic's BKB came to an end.
Yung Sunstrike ang
beautifully
pumatay
placed
kay,
there around the
kay
tier
Osa.
2, catching that
Kay
Sumi as he
Natsumi.
tried to escape. I mean, no one's just been
wala.
controlling these fights perfectly, and it is
Wala.
so hard
Kamot.
for
Kamot
OG
sa
to
di
fight
makati.
into Parivision right now, and it's only getting more and more difficult now.
Wala.
Down 14k, and for the next 5 minutes, having to play
Comeback
again
Israel
into
pa yan.
another
Oh,
Aegis
tiwala
on
lang.
Satanic.
Pangit
So
last
you can-
pick. Last pick.
Maybe feel the
Dapat nga
pressure
QOP,
getting to
QOP
OG a little
ang
bit.
nasa
Doesn't
isip
feel like
kong
they're playing
gagamitin
quite
niya.
as crisp as they were in that
Pero
game
okay din
one.
naman Lashra, kaso
Feel their tournament hopes on the line. They know they're down gold. They know their position is not easy.
ewan ko
They're gonna
kung
muster
saan sila
on
nagkamali.
anyway, looking for
masyado
whatever
lang yung
opportunity
mag-control
they can
siguro ng
find.
ano.
I mean, if they've got any sort of big items around the
Nakuha
corner.
nila yung shrine lang.
I mean, the MKB is around the corner, up a hill, through 2 doors. The next house over. It's not quite there yet.
Kaya pa yan. Comeback Israel yan, comeback Israel. Tiwala lang guys.
No one. BKB online as well.
Isang
We've seen how
panalo
much
lang sa
he's
Clash.
been able to throw out in these team fights. Now, even if
Ano
they
eh,
find
ibon.
him,
May ibis na
unlikely to
naman.
be able to stop him from getting his full combo off as the Invoker. Tier 2's taken on the bottom. Satanic still with many minutes of Aegis.
Hindi ba dapat binibigyan ng monkey to? Hindi ko kilala to si 9 class eh, pero napapakinggan ko lang lagi. Lupit pala talagang mag-unggoy to, no? Kaya pa yan, tiwala lang guys. Kaya pa yan.
See, in that last fight, he just is so hard to kill, always scouting them, kiting, poking, getting so many of those boundless strikes off. He has a thorn in their
Kung
side that they just
magsasama si
can't
Jo,
pull out.
si Natsumi, Seb, tapos Sun.
Crazy amount here for
Thompson laka
Parivision.
siguro. Oo. Kaso nag-announce na nga kasi ng ano eh, retirement si Thompson. Kasi focus na siya sa family niya eh. Uy, sayang. Okay.
Force back the TPs from OG, get them pushed back into their base.
Wala, ang ganda ng control sa mapa ng ano.
And their base is
Parivision.
not where they want to be. They want to be out on the map farming so they can catch up. Natsumi is trying to finish that MKB. He will probably get it before the next big fight, but will it be enough? Satanic now completed on Satanic, his namesake item.
700 views na tayo, guys. Ito yung pinakamarami ko na. 700.
605. Set a great
Sashatap
showing
na
so
lang
far
ako.
in
Baka
both of these
magreklamo na
Kez
naman kayo.
games.
Yeah, I gotta say, I feel like no more about
Game
it.
3. Yes po, Game 3 na to, guys. Game 3. Do or die. Pag natalo, OG, uwi na to.
To be an incredibly flashy player. And it's just
Ang makakukuha nila ay $14,000.
Earth is that?
Kulang 1 milyon.
That's an alacrity, Kez.
Excuse me? What is this?
Wala. Puta, nakuha lang. Back,
Holy crap.
backplay ang gagawin nila, guys. Kaya nila pinakuha yung mid. Tapos wala nangyari.
The bottom axe is gonna die the same way.
There we go, alacrity's up.
Sumugal sila dun sa backplay.
Dude, this is
Yung
crazy.
paikot, backwhip, something.
Fortification out, Yopaj. Got a stun onto 9 class, but nobody else wants to be jumping outside of the base right now on OG.
Dapat di na nila ginawa kasi nga
That's gonna be
MK.
so close.
Hirap
He's
pag
pretty
may
much got
MK.
the money for the MKB, but he needs to somehow get out and get that demon edge.
Dapat nag-defend na lang sila.
We got it. He got
he's
it
got
with
it.
his pick and he swooped to behind.
All right, it's coming back. It's coming back. So he's going to have it here for the defense.
Kayasha completed for Yopaj, so can get that stun off a little bit quicker. But you can't kill this Kez until the Aegis is gone at a minimum. Even then, it's not going to be easy, but it's impossible right now.
Tulala.
So may just
Tulala
win
si
Aegis.
Chupaeng.
Let the gold lead continue to grow in hopes that they get
Wala,
that
hindi
one key
makapag-farm
comeback
ng OG.
fight. But in the meantime, 9 class is dewarding all your wards with that gem. You're losing your control, your grip on the map.
Kaya siguro kung isang magandang clash, kaya to.
Sort of ticking off all
Yung
the
nagtatanong kung
boxes
kaya pa ba.
here as they move forward with this advantage. It's game 3.
Sikip ng mapa. Oo, kontrolado. Ang galing ni 9 class mag-control ng mapa. Ayan, oh. Nakita. Ulti. Wala na.
Good grief.
May nakuha pa. Bonus round. Teams. Wala.
Tim's gone.
May buyback naman.
Pash will catch no one here with the opening stun. They'll drop the golem and that's
Ganyan. Nice one. Nice one. All it takes is one. All it takes is one. Come on. Namatayin Booker, guys.
They'll be happy if they can sort of just take a moment to
Wala na
relax
ring
here.
Aegis. Okay lang yun.
They
Makakahinga
just
ng konti.
managed to get
Makakahinga ng
a
konti.
very
Wala
free
yung
kill.
Booker.
As
Laking
Noah
pera
makes
pati yun.
a very uncharacteristic mistake there, stepping up to the base on the front. He
Oo,
was not
mali
expecting
nga
to
dun
walk
yun
into a
si,
ledge
si
stun,
Noah.
but that's exactly what he did.
No, that was a very peculiar decision. He kind of just, you're right, he just walked
Masyadong
up
malapit.
and said,
Masyado
hello
siyang
guys, and they
nag-front.
said hello, bam, and knocked him back down like a whack-a-mole.
You got to be careful. Sure, I get it. At the moment, Parivision, they feel that they have this incredible lead, but we've many a time seen this sort of lead slip away. And sometimes those sort of mistakes can be the beginning of losing your grip on a game like this. The Parivision, as close as they might be to getting the victory, they've got to be careful still. OG, they still bite back hard. We're going to see them get another kill here as they chase down to Carlis.
O, diba? All it takes is one.
They're going to try and fight here. Satanic still incredibly strong. Onto Yopaj. They're trying to get Yopaj out of it, but he cannot get away from the Kez. Satanic tears him apart, and now Natsumi, they know he's here. He's got Blink up in a second, but 9 class in on top of him, has the Yule set up. Ice Path on the way back down. They'll kill off the Ursa on top of it.
Sayang kung
He is
kailan
out
nakakahinga na sila.
without buyback. 70 seconds. The
pumunta
Ursa
ng
is
tips
dead.
kay Nico, pre.
Parivision, they could look
Kung
to be
kailan
ready to run it
nakakalamang
down
na. Wala,
the
uwi
line.
na to, guys.
Man, this Kez is just
800
going
views.
crazy.
Gawin
They
nating
have
1K,
no
Gray.
answers for him this entire
1K.
game.
150 na lang. 1K views na.
Great moves, great
1K na to.
fights. Satanic has been everywhere.
1K views,
Now
pinakamarami
he's
ko,
only headed
pre.
to one place, and that's your base.
How do OG slow this push down? Down 27k.
Ah, shit.
Already, the
Cross
setup there
fingers,
is
lahat na.
all base.
May
They
cross.
just dive in,
God.
kill off
Si Nico.
Nico.
Wala.
He's gone. The tier 3, the barracks falling immediately here to the damage of Satanic on this incredibly farmed Kez. A hero that's You know, stonks are definitely rising as this tournament goes on. That we saw it, the other day from Arme. A different build, you know, the Battle Fury approach popping off. These two games with the Desto approach absolutely popping off. These Kez players are getting pretty good, Quinn.
Bye. Stocks are most certainly up, and then the throne is going down. What is this damage? Hello?
I mean, OG, they're going to get the chance to slow this down. I don't know if the Cataclysm comes out for no one. They will have everyone back in play. They do get the courier. I think the Creeps probably got the courier there of no one, so that's at least a Hex out of the play.
Last clash.
But 35k lead here for Parivision.
Pero
They've got the
bumak na yung
Mega
kalaban.
Creeps. OG here
Bye-bye sila, regroup.
trying their best to hold on into the
Wala na,
tournament,
uwian na to.
but up against the Mega Creeps and not really with the best measures to deal with them. They are in a
Last
tough,
tournament
tough
din nila,
spot.
top 6 ata sila, di ba? Top 6, top 5.
35k at 35 minutes.
Yep, that 1k a minute
Last
rule
clash, last
very rarely
clash.
gets turned around.
Kung kayanin nila, hindi nila... Kung kayanin, sana kayanin.
Calling it a tough one would be
Kayanin nila last clash.
That's fair.
Last time pang ilan sila?
Herculean feat for them to come back from this position. Entire Hex on 9 class. Refresher on DM.
Minalate mo yung ibon. Kaya nga, hindi pa kasi ako nagkikita talaga ng Kes na malupit eh. Kahit si Thompson nakikita ko mag-Kes, hindi ganun kulang. Parang may kulang sa kanya. Ngayon ko lang nakita yung Kes talaga na masakit yung damage. 25k damage.
Shortest row spawn of all time. I think it was literally instant.
Yeah, it might have been actually. Yeah.
So, Parivision, they won't have to wait long. As with this Aegis, I can't imagine what would stop them.
Wala, uwi na to guys.
Heading to OG's base.
36k lead.
What is it going to take to lose this sort of lead? I mean, you've got to kind of get caught by something like 5-man who stomp into 5-man split up
Sabay-sabay natin itaas ang ating mga kamay.
It's sort of like Natsumi on the Ursa cleaving through the whole team.
We need 5-man Fatal Bonds, 5-man host.
Oh, that's true. The 5-man.
Come on.
That's probably sort of what the 0.1% that OG's got right now to turn this one around. We'll see if they can find it. As Parivision are ready to close this up. Heading straight over towards the Ancient, laying down the Wukongs to start off the action. I mean, as we saw before, if the Kez gets on the Ancient, the game's just going to be over. He's jumped forward. He will get caught by the Hex, but it doesn't matter. Disruption comes out. They drop the Golem on towards him, but they can honestly just hit the Ancient, get themselves on and forward in the tournament, and they will.
Uwi na to, guys.
Parivision move on, knocking OG out.
Man, after that game 1, Parivision, they got it together. They woke up.
MVP sa Tanic siguro.
Pasok
na naman sila, lower bracket.
And
my goodness, that is a real hero. You know,
wala, nadali na naman sila. Top 5 sila. Kasi ang bracket is ganito guys. Pakita ko sa inyo yung bracket.
It just goes absolutely bananas.
It kills the whole screen instantly.
Ito yung bracket guys. So OG, kung nanalo sila, pasok sila dito, kalaban nila si Ame.
Wow. Rank 1, he was on fire this game.
Kalaban nila sana si Ame. Si Ame, Extreme Gaming yun, no? Ito sana yun. Tapos, ito yung mga kalaban nila, Team Spirit or Yandex sa huli. Lower bracket final. Hindi, meron pa.
It really just seemed like as this series went on, you know, whilst game 1 was a great showing from OG, Parivision, they just seem a bit quicker to adapt when it comes to how they need to switch up the strategy.
Tama ba ang tingin ko? Tama ba? Tingnan nyo nga guys. Talo sila dito. So Parivision mag-a-advance. Wala, nalaglag na ba? May isa pa? Lower bracket? Hindi. Pag talo ng OG, advance ng Parivision, ang matatalo dito, mapupunta dito sa lower bracket final. Tama. Laglag na boss. Oo, tama. Laglag na. So, ang mangyayari dito, Parivision dito, kalaban ng Extreme Gaming. Kung sinong mananaro sa Parivision Extreme Gaming, makakalaban ng matatalo dito sa dalawa. Yandex tsaka Team Spirit. So, yun yung mangyayari guys. Ganda ng score natin, 5-1. Tayo yung number 1. Tapos nalaglag tayo sa lower bracket, tapos wala na. Laglag na. Good run pa rin. Ang makukuha nila ay $14,000. Top 4.
New things and
top 5. 5 and 6.
Usually it's like Yopaj with the 2 supports, but the last pick Lush with the 2 supports.
Sayang.
It's pretty hard to execute in this game, especially when Like Pari, they played super well. They bring like 9
Base-
class to
base
the room
payment
fights
pa
as
lang
well,
to.
which
Ito pala.
pushes you back. And yet this
Ito pa
Bird
pala.
Knight hero,
5 and 6,
it's not
10,000,
okay.
14,000 plus
One-on-one.
10,000.
It's not
Bullshit,
normal.
dude. It's bullshit.
Club
This
reward.
does way too much damage. I didn't read the patch notes on Kez because it's always
So
an
14,000,
essay.
24,000.
These Kez
Not
players
bad
go
ah.
out there, they read
Not
it,
bad.
and they're like, yeah, okay, this is going to do 1 billion damage, as if it didn't already.
And then they take like a calculus 1, 2, and 3 class, and they go to some like.
Yeah.
If I
software.
integrate
Not bad, guys, not
Alacrity
bad.
plus an Echo Saber, what Slash, what do I get?
But Dota is
Okay,
a
hanggang dito na lang
feeling
guys
game.
muna.
It is, right?
At
And-
ako ay
and
magre-regroup
this
at
just
masakit na rin
feels
yung lalamunan ko.
like,
Hanggang dito
you
na
know,
lang. Thank you sa
Quinn
mga
said it
nanood.
during the cast, like, it just feels like it does too much damage. You just see a Rax dying that quickly, and you're like, no other hero can do this. That's like probably not okay.
I know they buffed like his 15 and 20 talent. I agree with Jenkins. There were like 30 other lines. I didn't really read that. But like when you have those talents and like you just see, like you can tell by just watching, even if you're like a 2K, 3K player, that this is not normal. This should not be
All
in
of
my
your Dota instincts are like,
this is wrong.
where are the barracks going?
It looked like tiny carry peak
Yes,
killing
it did.
buildings.
With Assault Cuirass, with
Overcharge.
Alacrity,
And
Overcharge.
bonuses against building damage with his Ags. Whereas this is just a guy doing raw damage.
Yeah,
just straight up raw damage.
It's insane. And I really do believe that in a meta of healing and buffing, that a hyper ultra carry who's also strong in the early game like Kez is going to be so unbelievably strong.
Yeah.
And to the degree Ursa can't even deal with it when it's supposed to be a counter.
And it's rough sometimes for teams like OG who happen to just be like, oh, you're the first on the chopping block, to be like, oh, one of the best teams in the tournament said like, by the way, this is super broken and we're going to reveal it against you. And boom, you just get knocked out of the tournament from that, because OG did start so strong. And they did have cool strategies, and they got to their second layer strategies, which was Gyro. That got solved, and now they're like, okay, well, what's next up? And then the Kez just really puts them in the ground and says like, okay, sorry, I'm just the better hero right now. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And Satanic in his element as well. It's a marked showing difference from game number 1.
You know who put him in his element? Of course, his position 5 player, the wonderful Dukey Duke. Privyet, bratishka.
Hi, привет.
Team Maladiet, Отлично, very nice game, very nice. I got a lot of questions for you, old Dukey Duke. How are you feeling that everyone is playing these new fun heroes on a new fun patch, and you're just Jakiro? What's that like?
It's actually not feeling fun, because like I think they didn't change much for plus 5s. I wanted to play like Treant after they change like some crazy heroes, you know, Barot Room, but feels like it doesn't work yet. Maybe they need some like ward patch, like A patch, so I can trade them. But now, yeah, it's just feeling not the best. Like you need to play Jakiro, Warlock, Chen, or you most likely losing lane.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm looking for that letter patch as well. We saw you talking a lot. I think it was during that game. I know you talk a lot in general to your team. Like, what are you saying to your team when the camera goes on and of course production puts it right on you, and you're just talking a lot? Are you like saying we need to do this in the future? We need to go take this objective. Like, what sort of calls are you making in these games?
Usually it's like how we want to approach the map, like what objectives we need to play, like how we should, you know, go Rosh. Because I think that point, like, Natsumi was out and we was discussing how we should take Rosh, like how we should angle around it, who we should kill and all the stuff. Because, yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, my course usually is saying this as well, but sometimes I need to say this.
So you said in, I think it was the video we saw before this, so in an interview, that you want to play less of like a flowchart Dota, and you kind of want to play on like making clutch plays instead. Number one, I think that's a very, very like great way of looking at the game. But do you feel like you guys did that in this series, where you just played on like being clutch?
I think it's more about like I think before we was stuck on some like areas, like we don't go or we don't do, but now we are more up, you know, open-minded. Like if enemies give us, we take, and they should play other side of the map and all the stuff. Because yeah, it was before it was a bit hard, because I think we played big tournaments like Riyadh and TI, and at that tournament it was more pressure on everyone, and holding the areas was much more important. And as I said, I think on this video, like everyone right now play like, look, OG like top 6. Like they just play to run and fucking kill you. They don't care what area you play. They just run 5 men and kill you. So we should be the same. We should not be like, you know, we should not be afraid to run on them and kill them if we feel that we are strong.
So just to make sure I understand, like before you guys were, if the enemy team gave you something, but in your head you're like, we're not supposed to have this, you wouldn't take the opportunity before. But now it's like, if somebody's gonna fuck up and give you something, you take it.
Yeah, it's more about like if enemies don't stay there. Before, like, we couldn't go in some areas which enemies are not even there, and this was, I think, not the best. And yeah, it was like giving us handcuffs, in my opinion. But it's fine. We move through it, and it's like good to learn about this. Maybe it will be Riyadh, it will be TI. We will be coming back to this like concepts, but I guess not now.
Cool, dude. Very insightful. I got Kazu with some big brain questions for you here.
What's up, Tukalis? I was wondering in game 1, did you guys consider putting the Slardar off lane instead of last picking a mid? Or was that not really an option?
Yeah, we thought about this. Like everyone knows, usually if you pick Slardar, you flex it. And we was considering to pick Khazar offlane. And overall, I think first game was just kind of sleepy, because I think our draft was good. We just didn't you know, give that much information in the early stages, and they just kind of stomp us.
Yeah.
Like first game, they took our tier 1 tower, Abaddon has no game. It's like, it was close to Spirit game that we played upper bracket. But second and third game, we wake up and we like said, let's go guys, and yeah, it was pretty much better, because second game they don't take our tier 1 tower, even they pressure us, and third game they don't even touch it.
Okay, so it's more of a, you would say it's more of a gameplay thing, game 1 then?
Yeah, I think it's like lack of info, lack of, like, you know, it was first game, to be true. We lost a lot of first games on the tournaments, and sometimes you're just sleepy and it's not going your way.
Yeah, so you have obviously you have a different coach in Papi. What do you feel like is the biggest difference, or like what is something that you feel like really happy with right now that he's bringing to the team?
I would say it was a nice time to work with Astini, and like we won a lot of tournaments, we was having good places, but I think we was stuck a bit, and now we are more up to discuss a lot about draft, because before we was not doing it, but now we all engaged, you know, like we talk before games, we discuss what heroes we want to play, what we don't want to play, and like it's giving, I think, more like good energy, because I think it was before with the team as well, just something like actually went wrong. I don't know how to say it, just it went wrong at some point, and we didn't negotiate to fix it, and yeah, that happens sometimes.
No, it's amazing that it's better.
And overall, yeah, and overall about Papi, I'm really happy to, you know, that he's coaching us right now, because like 2-3 years ago he was kind of idle for me. Even like when Team Spirit won TI, it was like for me him like the best post fight, and it's like really fun and nice to work with him.
Yeah, I can fully agree. Amazing. Thanks for the answer.
All right, Doogie Duke, thank you very much for the interview. Very insightful as usual. Love seeing you guys, and we'll see you again in the future, I hope.
Yeah, thank you. See you today, like at the evening. We play Ame.
Yeah. See you then, brother. Confident.
Can't wait.
I respect that.
They do get a little bit of time to recharge, and they get more time to wake up, because it does seem like he is attributing that game 1 loss to being a little sluggish in the morning.
Your mouth is so full of
I didn't have to talk for like 5 minutes. I was gingerbread cooking my mouth off, but I'm good now.
Classic Dota players.
But yeah, he's very happy that he was able to wake up after that.
You smell like ginger.
But not like bread.
Oh no, now I'm getting the bread. Now I'm getting the bread. Yeah. It's a late odor that comes out.
We now get to return to the upper bracket, though. That is the last of our lower bracket series for right now. As you heard from Ducalis, we will return for their match against Extreme at the end of the day. But now we need to figure out who's going into that best of 5 grand final. Will it be Yandex? Will it be Spirit? We'll have to find that out after the break.
Dream League Season 27 is brought to you by DHL.
night in New York is like a lifetime anywhere. Dancing in the dark up in Central Park, or the bright lights of Times Square. This town is champagne. So shake the bottle, pop the cork. All the deadliest sins are like one night in New York. Put on your silk and your satin. We're stepping out in style. We'll be the toast of Manhattan, cruising the Golden Mile. This town is alive. Go wild and let your money talk. Any man can be king, but rain one night in New York. All right. Come on, put on your silk and your satin. We're stepping out in style. We'll be the toast of Manhattan, cruising the Golden Mile. One night in New York is like a lifetime anywhere. Dancing in the dark up in Central Park, or the bright lights of Times Square. This town is champagne. So shake the bottle, pop that cork. All the deadliest sins are like one night in New York. Don't you know all the deadliest sins are like one night in New York?
Life, no need for trouble or strife. Cocktail parties, Broadway lights, arm in arm as we see the sights. In Rome, Monday morning, catch a plane down the coast to Saint-Tropez. Wherever we are, it's never the same. Where there's fun to dance, we will play. For trouble or strife. Cocktail parties, Broadway lights, arm in arm as we see the sights. Friday night, we hit the town, eat caviar and drink champagne. A life of luxury fit for the crown, a lustful life that we can't contain.
Is breaking all the knobs off.
Let's go, 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 go.
It's the holidays, and it feels so good, chilling with the family, like we knew we would. Cuddled on the couch, watching movies, all the lights blinking, eating cookies. It's football fights are happening outside, jingle jingles all we hear, sound like it's a sleigh bell ride, and the dinner smells amazing, and the eggnog is delish. Hear the carolers outside, every song they sing is lit. Hey, it's magic, it's a miracle, this holiday so beautiful. Glowing light, spread cheer, spread love like ho, ho, ho. The season gon' be the best. Look at all those presents. Ho, ho, ho. This season we come together. More love than we can measure, yeah. Every single room is filled with good vibes. Grandma came to visit, brought the sweet pie. Time to just relax and feel the joy rise. Fix my dinner plate, make it supersized. Hot cocoa with the cousins, that's family love.
welcome back to Dream League Season 27. We have a big match coming up. We recently had a big patch, actually, and some people might be looking at that patch and they might say, didn't change very much about the pro meta. Well, I have something to show you, actually, that is going to counter that a little bit. There have been some adjustments in bans that we've seen out of Yandex. I just did the math for half of the teams, but I wanted to compare and contrast. These were the heroes that they were banning in just their first phase before the patch came out. And these are some of the heavy hitters. I mean, the Naga Siren is being banned almost by everybody. There's a lot of Marcy bans. The Pangolier. But let's see how it's switching up in the post-patch bans.
Oh, wow.
Some different heroes, some variety here. I just feel it's easy sometimes to look at pre-patch and post-patch and say, it's the same. But there really is some significant differences in some of the hero priorities that are changing up the meta. In fact, since you're here, Aiden, welcome to the panel. We have some questions. What's it like to have some of these like fixtures of the ban phase just completely disappear? Like, does it completely change what your openings can be? Because now you have all this room to ban other heroes.
Yeah, so like, I feel like usually when you have set heroes that you have to ban every single game, it makes drafting a lot less dynamic and a lot less...
Thank you.
A lot less...
You get a treat. Good work, Purge, on your analysis and your question. Continue answering.
It just makes that a lot less interesting, and you have less options and possibilities. No, I think those are all for you.
You want 5?
No, I'm okay.
You have to earn those, Purge. Earn them with critical analysis. Things are less choreographed after the first phase.
I mean, you just have more possibilities. You don't have to ban Naga every single game because it's too broken. You actually have like the choice of banning what you want, and I think it makes for more interesting Dota, right? It makes it for more personal flair from the teams.
Though initially your theory on a post-patch was that first 72 hours are still residual from the previous patch.
Yeah.
And then around day 4 is when you start to see new things emerge. Anecdotally, it seems like the thing that we're starting to see emerge is prevalence of heal. Holy Locket seems god tier.
Yeah.
Warlock seems extremely strong. All these supports that were maybe not as high priority previously are now starting to rise to prominence.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing more of a Holy Locket. We are seeing the shift already with some position 5s as well. We're seeing good amount of Crystal Maiden, Morana as well coming into the play. I think Holy Locket is going to be the item. We're seeing good amount of the Guardian Greaves as well coming from the other supports as well. We are seeing this kind of heal being stacked, good amounts of chance, still very popular hero.
Sandwich?
I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
That's what the gingerbread is for, right? Oh, man.
Did we eat the house from yesterday? Did you guys finish the house and ate it? Or what?
It is still... We partially took off some of the roof. We will get a closer look at it, but it's mostly intact. Much as how much of... Oh, well, yeah, this
oh,
is
wow.
this is
Look at that.
Angle. Don't look at the other side of it.
Dude, there's a door on the roof.
This is our best angle?
That's our best angle. Ooh. The front 3 quarters. That's the one you put on Zillow and say, several $1 million, please. And no one buys it for a year.
What is a Zillow?